All right, bloody hell. That was a good one. Let's see if we can make this happen again. We're back. They tried to just do me dirty. Man just had to cut that off real quickly. We're back. Yeah, we're back, people. Jenny, fly up. Chronic.
You just am I still echoing?
No.
Okay, I'm good now, yeah?
Hold on. Yeah, I can still hear it. Yeah. Let's start this again.
Gets too mad. The message is be the change you want to see in it. Just because you can have kids doesn't mean you should have kids. Because a lot of people haven't educated themselves as human beings, let alone their gender, to be governing another life on how to be or not. Because let's have it right, we've got kids having kids. So that means there's kids teaching kids. And then it leads to the only adult in the kid's life is at the school. I mean, the only type of stability is at the school. That a lot of these kids, to be able to be groomed, there's already an imbalance. And yes, it is grooming on both sides, because little girls are getting groomed to be with older men, boys are getting groomed. But just sometimes, that it's not always grooming. The people are just too fast. You got little girls that are too fast, and you got young boys that are too fast, and they're the people that.
And you know what? Growing up in the hood, you kind of normalize it, bro. You think it's normal.
What
You
is
normalize it in the hood,
Oh
growing
no.
up.
It's normal for as a male to go out and hunt, or to provide and protect. So if you don't have the tools to make a legal earning, the first tool that you're gonna fall back on your two hands, innit? And you're the same way the girl are gonna fall back on their bodies, innit? When it gets really, really mucky, innit? That's the far extreme.
But in the hood, that's what man saw, innit? Like, the oldest shotting, you wanted to have a shot for them and make some bread. Then you thought that it's the normal thing to shot and have a younger than you shotting. And we didn't see it as grooming at that time. So only when you come kind of like out of the game, you start realizing, like, it's considered, it's even given a name. But in the hood, it's
big woman going to dances with young girl and that, or girls that are slightly younger than them. That's a form of grooming. That's a form of grooming.
I know about the drug dealing side.
When they give them their ID badge to go raving, they give them their ID to go raving. The older sister gives the younger one. They're underage. Some people could see that as grooming if it leads to a thingy. But that's what I'm saying. None of the man them in the end think, I'm gonna groom someone today so I can make extra money.
Exactly that.
We're all young.
We're saying.
No one's thinking that.
But I think you guys are viewing it from the lens of men. Same way, if I as a woman told you, as a 13-year-old, a man came and gave me sweets and he came and bought me shopping, you're going to automatically think, why is a big grown-ass man buying a 13-year-old girl sweets and shopping if the intention isn't for him to get something out of it? You understand that from that perspective. You're able to understand that act. One second. So whether or not I want the sweets or whether or not I want the handbag, that's a different topic within itself. It doesn't take away the fact that I'm a 13-year-old child and there's a big man that's buying me sweets and buying me handbags as a way of molding me into becoming something which he can then turn around and say, I've done this, now it's your turn to pay me back.
But Jenny, have you ever showed a young girl how to take makeup?
Jenny, have you the big man and the young woman? What set have you on both?
Have you ever showed a younger girl how to put on makeup?
But we're talking about it from a different, again.
No, but Jenny, he's asking you a question. Have you ever shown a young girl to put on makeup?
That's what I'm saying. In your mind, you're like, do you know what? I'm just helping her. Don't put the lipstick on like this, put on like this. But no one's thinking if she goes out and becomes a prostitute, or she goes to get some bare man and all that, no one's thinking, oh, you're grooming. You're thinking, I'm just helping her put on the makeup properly. Do you know what I mean?
Them yardy Friday dances and that, and everyone's dancing mad in the front room.
The older women are showing the young women how to do the wines and the grind, how to dance properly. But you're not thinking as a woman. You're not thinking that you're grooming them.
Cook.
So you're saying them dancing to yardy music in the front room is a way of grooming them?
Well, bruv, you're giving them the tools to go out there and do madness, innit? Because let's have it right. 99% of these dances are not dances; they're sexual positions. And so you're showing, if I'm dancing on a girl like that, I'm showing her how I'm gonna walk in it, and she's showing me how she's gonna take the walk. So teaching your daughter or your youngers anything in that, it's like going to the strip club. It's in the house. But we're normalizing it because it's to music, and she's seeing mummy do it and auntie do it, and everyone's doing it. But outside, when she does it at school, it's mad. So the thing is, what needs to happen is girls need to govern girls and guys need to govern guys, because there's too many like we've got our eye on the opposite sex too much.
It's
All
not.
the
It's not.
solutions
It's
for the
not
opposite
because
sex.
no. That's not the case, because women are always being told that you act this way, you will get married. If you can cook, you can clean, you can do all of these things, you conduct yourself in a certain type of way, this is what you need to do in order to get a man. Women are already being told that. We hear that every single day. We get told that our biological clock is ticking and that we need to get married. We get told that, right? When it comes to men, we're not having honest
Or people with
conversations.
husbands or people just with no husband. You have
But
to know
no,
where you're
but
getting the
Corinne just said
information
men
from.
need to talk to men, women need to talk to
No,
women,
I don't even think
and
it's a
school
case of
them.
where women speaking for women. I think as a community, as a collective, we all need each other, and we all need to be able to hold each other. We all need to be able to hold each
Oh,
other
yeah. Clap for that. I
accountable
clap for that.
when we see things that are wrong, right?
Yeah, but men are constantly being told to man up.
To take criticism from
Don't take
someone
that,
you
bruv.
can't take
Don't.
advice from, innit? So
Yeah,
if someone's not governing themselves or that females, it's like a female telling you something, but she's like ignoring bare things in her world. So it's hard to take advice from some criticism from someone who you can't take advice from.
No, do you know what it is? Men don't like taking advice from other women. But if a man was to say the exact same thing, everybody would be clapping. That's the problem. If another man came on,
Times out of
wait,
10, a man's talking from
one sec.
experience.
But what's to say that I'm not talking for experience? You
But you're
assume,
not. But I said 9 times out
right?
of 10,
You're not a man.
women talk from
I don't have to be. I don't have to be
their
a man. I
feelings,
don't have to be a
and men
man to
talk
know.
from experience.
No, I
That's
hear
how it
that, but
goes.
I'm saying I don't have to
No.
be a man to be able to know that a certain behavior
You
is
got a
bad.
point there,
I
though.
don't have to
like
be, one second, I don't have to be an abuser to understand that abusing someone is wrong. I don't have to have experienced being grooming to know that grooming somebody is wrong.
But Jenny, that's
Wrong.
like me saying, why are you getting so emotional just because you're on your period? Just
Yeah.
calm down. Calm down. But I'm not a woman. I don't know what it feels like to be on my period and to have all my emotions all over the place. But when my wife is going mad at that time, I'm saying, calm down. I just left the microwave open for 1 minute. Just calm down. But she's going mad. Or when women are pregnant and they turn into absolute monsters. I'm like, relax. It's just
This
a
is
baby
mad
in your
because if you
belly.
tell a woman that, if a woman's asking you, she wants to have a you, and you say no because you're going to do all these things, she's going to say to you, no, I'm not like that. That's other women. I'm not. No, no, everyone's unique until it's time to be unique.
But I'm
Like,
saying
yeah,
that we as women can hold each other accountable and even say there's a level of degeneracy that goes on within our community that needs to be addressed. I am a woman and I'm saying that there's a level of degeneracy that needs to be addressed.
Wait. Did I hear accountability on women?
What do you mean? It's not rocket, it's not really hard.
Okay, I'm listening.
Like,
and
I
practical
can.
is two different things. Like, are you on taking accountability when you've done something wrong, or just when from the standstill of where I'm neutral?
If you cannot take accountability at your big grown ass age, then you need therapy.
We are a very undiagnosed nation of people.
If you can't take accountability, then you need therapy. And it's not
Selective with the accountability.
in what sense?
So, like, everyone's a human being in it. So some things are easier to take accountability to than some other things. So for instance, if a woman's a single parent,
Smash the like button, people. Let's get to
yeah,
5K.
if a woman's a single parent, she's gonna see stuff from what she thinks is a man and a woman's perspective because she's had to be both. But in reality, she's only seeing it from a female's perspective. So there's some things like you're just gonna, if two people are fighting in the street, you're gonna feel maternal straight away, or you're gonna feel like, and men are not. You're gonna want to stop it, man, but we're just not gonna cry about it. We're not gonna feel so like. I mean, that's just how it is, isn't it? So when it comes to like kids and little boys and little girls, when it comes like little boys, there's only so much advice you or criticism you can take from your mum because you know she's never walked a day in the footsteps of a man.
Yeah, but I think you weren't in the
Smash the
room.
like.
You weren't in the room earlier on when I was saying. I think I've noticed
Go and
that
school, do your education,
I've
but
noticed that there's
you
a
know you
big
need to lick it.
difference. I've noticed that I said it earlier on where I said, I think there's a big difference when I was growing up in comparison to this generation, where I said, back when I was growing up, there was a level of accountability where your elders, to some extent, would kind of call you out. So if they saw you in the streets at a certain time and you were misbehaving, they would reprimand you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in this
Yep.
day and age, you can't call out someone's kid if they're misbehaving. You're even scared to call out someone's kid because you don't know whether or not the child's parent is a mad person.
Is what Tom said
Yeah,
earlier.
they
So
don't
it's
want
like
to
kids,
fight.
Oh
kids.
my God.
When kids started having kids, they're not. So if someone tells off their child for being naughty later, don't touch Shaniqua like that. That's my daughter. No one can't touch her except for
Kids
me.
have always been having
You,
kids.
you wasn't allowed. It's not like in Africa where as soon as you get in trouble in the marketplace, before you get home, all the aunties have told them you get beats on your way home before you even get to your mum's house. It hasn't got that community vibe. Everybody's defending their own child, saying, "Who are you to put your hands on my child?" No one is really seeing it from a position of right and wrong. Everyone's seen it of this is my child. If they're wrong, I will deal with them. Do you know what I mean? So I think it did come down. Society changed, and I
You
think
know
when
what
it
the
comes
problem
back,
is, yeah? Yeah. Things have changed, bro. It's different generation. You know what I'm saying? Everything has just changed.
Kids
Yeah.
have
You know what I
always
mean?
been having kids,
So
though.
no matter how much you want to look at things, how you want to see it, yeah, bro. Kids are hungry out here. A lot of remember, it's kids having kids. It's kids having kids, and it's kids are raising kids.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
and
when we're talking about on the level of people doing what they want to do outside of, bro, you gotta remember, yeah, it's like what Mac broke down. It's like what everybody else broke down. Do you know what I mean? It's come on, bro, man.
yeah,
Let's
and
just be real, man.
I think Jenny, you should probably take from what some of the guys are saying from their experience in regards to, like when Mac was saying earlier about how he got involved in selling drugs. That it wasn't from a position or a place of, someone coming up to him. He took initiative to take from his brother's stash and to go outside and do it. Some of it comes
I
from
never
there.
said that was everybody's experience. I didn't
Yeah,
say
no,
that.
but I think
Yeah.
what has
Between
happened.
experience and observation, or you
Yeah,
could see it happen and have your opinion, but
Everyone's got different
actually
yeah,
living
experiences.
like
and being
I'm
part of
saying
it,
that
and then and watch this.
I'm
Let me
saying
land.
that
Let me
we
land. Watch
talk.
this.
I'm
Watch this.
saying that
And
we
then
talk
looking
about.
back on it on
We talk
hindsight,
about. We talk
as a
about.
big man. One set, Johnny Carr. I'm staying very
Over
quiet
it.
today. Watch this. And then looking back on it on hindsight, age that we are
You're breaking
now,
up, Hub.
it's
You're
hard
breaking up,
to
Hub.
listen to people that are just talking from observation. I'm talking from actual experience.
yeah. So it's like, yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. I
MK,
think that's because there has been a narrative pushed out
no,
there.
no, my
Like
brother,
when
MK.
you watch like the news or Top Boy or all these kind of stuff, they paint a picture. They throw in this word to demonize because
Smash the
constantly
like button,
black
people.
men are
Smash
being
the like
demonized.
button. Let's
So
get
they've brought this word grooming, yeah, that has really sensationalized or really painted people on the block as demons, as oh yeah, the word grooming is the way they've used it is really that continuous narrative
on
that the
chaos, my
black man
brother.
is evil. When
David.
a lot of times, yeah, from
Yeah.
what we're hearing, Jenny, from what people's experience, a lot of times they're not thinking in their head, how can I make money off this
Chaos
young
is
boy?
the
What they've said
family.
is that these young
Hearing
boys are
black
out
people
here
are
doing
grooming.
bad
It's more
stuff,
Asian.
and I wanna help them not to get into more trouble
Yeah, but
or trying to help them do it safely if they're gonna do it
David,
anyway.
I never said that is everybody's experience. What I'm saying is that we hear about the experiences of my dad not being.
What happened, Jenny? Jenny.
You mute yourself.
Hear of the experience of my dad not being at home, which is why I chose that life. We hear about the excuse of I just wanted to do it because I saw my friends doing it, and yeah, it's something I wanted to do. But the one area that we don't really hear of, and it's not because it doesn't happen,
Yeah, we
it's
talked about
because
the
a lot of the time
promiscuous,
people don't want to speak on it because if they
about
speak on it,
those lights. Now we're talking
they could
about
be
grooming.
implicating themselves. Is the grooming aspect. So I never said that the grooming is the only way that it happens, but it's the area that a lot of people don't like to
Let's get to
discuss
10K,
because if they
people. 10K,
discuss it, they're
10K.
implicating
Go.
themselves.
Rapid.
Yeah, nah, yeah, I think like what the young man was saying earlier, the one that was saying that his dad is on crack,
Man
yeah.
said I was groomed since my birth certificate was signed.
Yeah, and sent to nursery school. That's what I was about to say. We being groomed by the government. They know about grooming. You get what I'm saying? That's why they're using that on us.
Yeah,
Cause
yeah.
they've been doing it for
Talk your
It's
shit,
years,
their,
man.
it's
bro.
their
Talk
word.
your shit.
It's their
You get what I'm
word.
saying? It's their word, because that's what they've been doing to us. So
But you know
they
what
could
though,
explain it more better.
Jenny, like in the same breath, yeah. Like everybody been saying, some youths really step out on their own because home's not good. You get me? Yeah, my mum is a straight goer, but she can't work because home office are onto them. Do you know what I mean? They got to pay for solicitors. They ain't got no food in the fridge.
Mm.
All these things. You understand what
Smash
I'm saying?
the
Like there's
like
a
button,
lot of
people.
things
Smash the
like
like
this.
button. Let's go to 10K. 10K. Rapidly.
That's even it.
There's a
This
lot
country
of
wasn't even built for us to
Jenny,
influence
what do
us.
you want us to say? Like, what is it that you think we're refusing to address? Let's get to it.
That
think-
she
I
yeah,
think
correct me if I'm wrong, Jenny, yeah. But what
I
you're saying is that
I
there's
think
man out there
you know what I think.
Let her land,
You know
because
what I
we're
think.
avoiding something.
I think a lot of men can't have this conversation in this in its true
Say what we think we're avoiding.
one sec in this they can't have this conversation in its true in its true entirety because they will be implicating themselves in the sense of them knowing that there's been occasions where they've had to send a younger to go and do their dirty job because they don't necessarily want to get their
Oh,
hands
come on,
messy.
Kenny, man. What are you talking
Done
about?
No, I'm
that,
not
so I can have
saying,
the
I'm not,
conversation.
guys, I'm
That's
not
some
saying
BBC shit,
anyone
man.
here, I'm not saying that there's anyone,
No, but
let's
that's
get
No,
our,
but
that's
it's
what the
few and
let's
reason
get
far,
why
man.
our,
It's
these
not that
people
deep.
send
guys, let's
The
youngest
get
whole
our,
of the
let's get
roads ain't
our
that
through
top boy like
emotions,
that, man.
into
That's
listen,
some top boy
listen, listen,
business,
listen,
man.
Saying
listen,
we're
listen,
refusing to address it in
one
here.
second,
So let's
guys,
address
One,
it.
1 second, I am a
one.
woman and I can tell you that there are some crazy, sick, nasty, horrible women out there that are, that literally don't deserve to be on this earth.
Yeah, but Jenny,
Yeah,
But
but
what are you
it's like
talking
you're
about?
putting
You're talking about
blanket
Wow, I
grooming. You're
blanket
know.
talking about
statements
That's
on
the
grooming.
things,
word.
though.
No, but
Wow.
this
You're
is not.
putting
I
a
didn't. This
blanket
is not a
statement on it,
color.
though.
This is not a color. This is not a color. I've never mentioned during this
We
conversation.
addressing.
I've never mentioned
Come
color
on,
here. I'm
almost there,
talking
people.
about.
Almost there, people. 10K. 10K. Let's go.
Talking
Smash
I've,
the
about
like
I'm
the
not.
button.
roadmap. We're talking about
I've never
system.
I'm telling
mentioned.
you to
Just go.
tell me what we're not addressing.
I'm saying I want you guys to admit that grooming exists.
We
If
never said
grooming
that
is
it's
what?
wrong. We said that
That,
you're
Of
let,
talking
course
let me
it
about
ask this.
exists. It
Let me
exists
ask
with
this
implementation.
question
us.
then, yeah, Jenny. Let me ask this question to the man them, yeah, because
Yes.
they've been on
Okay.
the man them that's been on the block. Yeah,
Ah, bro,
have you
louder
have
block talk, man. Even at work, you man,
Grooming
okay
them
is
on
getting
on the
it's
on the
not
groomed.
just the
roads, yeah,
block,
on the
man.
roads. Have
For
you
goodness
understand?
sake.
But have you lot ever been around a man them and one of them has said, you know what, yeah, we need to get the younger one
The
that
young,
can
no,
flip through the system and to
no.
do our dirty work? Because has anyone ever heard that conversation happen
No,
ever?
I've never heard that.
No,
Maybe what you're too
No,
much
no,
top
no,
boy.
not
I've never
around,
heard
man,
that.
man. Yeah, I've never
Exactly,
heard
that
that.
doesn't
All right.
happen.
Not around, man,
Okay.
bro.
I've just created it all in my head. It doesn't exist.
No, do you know the
It's all
setup?
in my
You know
You
what
head.
the setup
created
is?
it.
Watch this,
The
because
it's not
I
as
top
BBC,
everything,
not
you
as
know.
extreme
the
as you think
government.
it is.
Come on,
It's the
Listen,
people.
listen,
government.
Almost
listen.
there. Almost there. Almost
We're not
there.
saying it,
10K.
we're
10K.
not saying it doesn't exist, but it's just we don't do that. You get me?
Let me tell you something, yeah. Do you know
Have
what
you
the setup
even
is? 'Cause
heard
I'm
about
gonna
that
drop down
happening
in a
though?
sec still. I'm just about to go into somewhere.
But
Watch this. Let me land very quickly, yeah.
you guys are only looking at yourselves from your guys'
No,
little
Jenny, we're talking
bubble.
No,
about
a
being
lot of
around it
guys, like a
all.
You
lot of
don't know
criminals.
what
You
everybody
know
Man,
what?
know
gets
a
You
up
know
lot of
to.
what?
them.
Wait.
We
Hold on.
don't
I ain't talking
know.
about a bubble. I just said to you. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but us man didn't go
That's
through
what
that
we've been
or
saying to her all
experience it.
day.
That's what
That's
I'm
what we've
saying
been
to her.
saying to her all day.
I was
Hey, watch
asking,
this.
have
I'm
you,
about to
even
run
though you
inside,
didn't
yeah?
go through it
I watch
yourself,
this.
I, go
One
on.
sec, one sec. Sorry, brother. Watch this, yeah?
No
Watch
problem,
this.
buddy.
You see where it's being such a thing and people are so like you see Top Boy and whatnot and everyone's saying, oh, that's what it is. That's got the 25-year-olds now doing it to the younger ones. That's where we're at now. It's all part of the programming, bro.
Mm.
You get me? Like everyone's saying, oh, this is a thing, this is a thing. So now the young G's that ain't even mature enough to realize that, hold on, that's a thing. Let me do that quickly. You lot don't even know what you're doing by running this narrative. It ain't just a thing. It's something that's coming. Like, yeah, it's always been a thing, but it's getting more and more now because everyone's acting like this is how it works. It don't just work like that.
We'll talk.
On a.
But yeah, I'm stepping out.
Go on, Jenny.
Big up yourself, man. Big up yourself. Love, love, love.
Yeah, big up yourself. Yo, go on, Jenny. Yeah, I just think, yeah, what she said,
Oh
I hear what
God,
she's saying.
Yeah, and you know, like
depends the angle, innit? Like, what's
you hear stories of a lot of things. You hear stories of a lot of things happening, but you know, you never hear like people actually sitting down or people actually standing around, and that is their plan or their intention, or yeah, they're gonna stand outside of a school to see who they can pick to send. Like this doesn't happen like that. It just seems like that is just a story or a
I'm not gonna
narrative
lie to you, yeah. You see all this grooming thing
created.
in Top Boy, yeah. I think, yeah, the whole idea came from like Little Diz and all of that. When they had all that mad cases and all of that going up in Newham, it's
Yeah, yeah,
little
yeah,
bits. You
yeah,
get what I'm
yeah,
saying? It's
yeah,
little things that,
yeah.
yeah, that's what they've done in this feature. Because
Sizing it
when
and
man's
kind of like
watching,
it's everywhere.
yeah,
More in the Asian grooming gangs, that was bigger. Like, but in the black community, I don't know. I think yeah, youths are going country because they want to, man.
Yeah,
And
that's what I was
like,
gonna
I
say.
mean,
Because they want to make money.
Listen,
They want
all
to
the
make
it's
money.
youth I
true.
Some
They
know
people
in
want to
want
make
Tottenham
money.
money.
are
You see
getting
with
by
that,
the man
man could
them.
never say that youth them got forced car. It's true what Justice saying. They
Smash the
wanted
life,
to
people.
make money,
Smash the
bro.
life. We're almost there. Almost 10K.
They wanted to make money, bro. It's not like man put strap to their head and say, yo, you have to go or man's gonna do this to your
But
people.
what
Them
the
nah,
Asian
bro.
grooming gangs when
Okay,
they're
so
kidnapping the white girls?
right girl is
Yeah,
nuts.
all of
Yeah,
that is
bro, I
true.
don't know what answer she wants. You know? Oh, that's crazy.
No, she wanted people to admit that it takes place amongst gang
Yeah, bro.
culture.
Man
Does,
saying,
but
yeah, it
it's not a
It
does.
mass
depends
thing.
what
It's
Man,
not
type.
like
man's not saying it don't happen, but I'm saying us man didn't do that or went through it.
Yeah.
I don't. I listen. You know, this is what I was trying to say. Man can't talk about what other people are
I
doing,
do
innit?
it.
Because
Yeah.
man never came from
Exactly.
that. Man hasn't come from that background. I haven't anybody that I've ever known. It's like what man
yeah,
was saying.
shotters.
I remember when I was younger. Yeah, when I was on the road doing what I was doing. Brother, there was a bagger you said they were playing football in the park. I said, yo, you don't play five-a-side. Whoever wins, I'm giving you like, yeah, £100. You get what I'm saying? They'll do their thing. Like, a
That's
man
not
never
grooming,
ever told
bro.
you to come and follow me.
Yeah.
Man had mad used to be like, oh, let me get in, please. Let me get in. Yo, go home,
Virgin
bro.
moving
You're not
like the
ready for
Pied
this.
Piper with bare youths in his
Yeah.
Yeah,
way.
that's real still.
Come on, bro. Go
That's
home. You
real.
don't need to be doing this. Stay focused over there. Play football. Wait. Bro, you know, because I used to tell a lot of these you said they found themselves in it because somebody else brought them in. Somebody, because they're going to, either way, they're going to find it. So you're not really grooming them.
Yeah, you know what it is? You know what it is? They're just going off their friends. They see that the brethren's doing road. My man's there, showing off the chain, the little ring he's
The
got, boom,
fancy
boom, boom.
trainers.
Yeah,
No,
so
some
they
kids
get
just,
into it.
yeah,
So
some go.
really and truly, I could say kids groom kids, if you want to put it that way.
Yeah, because you know, watch this shit, man. What this shit, Ponte? Some will go to work. Yeah, some will work, and some people just don't know how to work. Some don't know how to work. Some don't want to wake up at some crazy hours. Some can't fill an
Real
application form.
talk. Real talk. Real
A
talk.
lot of youths that are on the road can't even read and write, but yeah, they can smash work like they can like trap hard.
You
Yeah,
know what I was
bro.
gonna say? You see what
Come
There was a
Punch
lot
on.
just
of man.
said, yeah? What
Sorry to
Punch
cut you
just
lot
said,
out. There's a lot of man. Sorry to cut you out. There's a lot of man,
God,
yeah. That's even man's age group that man know, yeah. They can't read and write, but them niggas are good with the maths and they were making money.
yeah.
Man was coming
Money.
with bags, plastic bag with full up with money, bro. You get what I'm saying? So it's true what Stowe's saying. It's not everyone that's got the ability to like read or
Yeah,
write or do
yeah,
other
everybody's
things.
got their own ability to think. Everyone.
Mm.
What I was gonna say, Jenny, yeah, to what Punch said, it's more kids doing it to kids. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? You're not catching a grown ass man that's whatever, pitching little 14, 13-year-old boys. It's not happening. That just looks
Yeah.
wrong for one.
That that's just a
You know
more
what I'm saying to you?
interesting story for viewership.
Yeah.
But what really happens is peer pressure. You know what I mean?
Shotting for them.
Or you
Like
wanna
as
fit
in like
in.
yeah, the youth man are doing their thing. They might sponsor them.
Yeah.
Like yeah, you can pick up off man, but they're
And
not
on
sending.
top of
Bro,
that,
I've
yeah.
never heard about that
I'm,
peer pressure that you have to. I've never seen where a
yeah.
man saying you have to take this food and show it husband. Nah, bro.
My age group,
That kid has to have an interest in that, bro.
my
It just
age group,
doesn't
yeah.
work like that.
It starts off in year
Not
10
even an
when everybody's
interest,
shotting
brother.
whatever
Just say it has to have a need.
little Cali, whatever little weed, yeah. And then you get to college and then you pick up your little whatever and then you hear the elders talking about cunts. And then you man round up your thing and next minute you're on a train somewhere.
Ah, yeah, he's right. He's
You
right.
get it.
He's
That's how
right.
it normally goes.
Yeah.
That's how normally all this all pitching little 13, 12, that's crazy. That sounds crazy. That's for TV.
Nah, Top Boy came on. That's it. The whole public believe this is what the man has been doing for years. It's not even that. Like you said, sometimes the youngers will just pick themselves up, round up like 5, 10 of them, go down there, then OT,
You see what you just said
doing
in
their
the
own thing.
comments? Older guys putting on younger boys is treated as a rat. You see, that's TV, man.
It is TV.
TV you're
That's
talking about,
BBC.
Jenny.
That's
People want
BBC
quick
Paramount.
money.
That's
Because you know what
BBC
it is? You know
Paramount.
what it
Whatever
is?
you want to
Oi,
call
oi,
it.
oi.
It's not
My guy, you know
TV.
why you're so right? You know why
It's
you're
not
so right?
TV.
Whoever put that comment here, this
People
is what the
want quick
failing thing get,
money.
yeah? In our community, yeah, man know man. Like, man know brethrens, man know friends and cousins, yeah? So most of the youth them in man's estate, man's not gonna try lead them astray because them the man's people, them's youths,
Trust
you get what
me.
I'm saying? So when people say that sometimes it's a bit mad, it's a bit brazy, like, car. We're from the same community. Most of the time, like what Justice said, man will say, yo, kickboard, bro, what you dealing with? Yo, sometimes you could even see it out there and say, yo, you can't even roll with your brethren then. This thing's not for you. You get me?
Trust
Like,
me.
come on, bro. Man's
Getting is
not
that
out
most of
here
the youth going
violating youths.
country can't shot in the ends because there's already someone shotting in the end, so they go
Big
to
man.
front
Yes.
Oh
and
my
become
God!
their
Oh,
own
Chronic said
empire
it.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
Chronic just said it good. That's exactly what happens as well. That's another
And
thing that
Jenny,
happens as well.
Jenny,
What Chronic said.
don't forget, Jenny, yeah. You see in this 2025, yeah, these teenagers are making money by themselves. Like that cunt
100%.
stuff, that going OT stuff is played out with this new
You guys
generation.
can keep
60. No,
believing.
listen, no, listen to what I'm saying, Jenny.
You
Listen
keep
to what I'm saying.
believing. Jenny, we're telling
Listen,
you what's
the
going on
game,
out here.
Okay,
the
that's
game has
fine.
changed now. Listen, Jenny. I'm telling you, these little 18, 19, 20, 21, they're not doing this country stuff. They're on white collar crime. They're
You're
doing
right.
fraud.
You're
They're
right
doing
now,
Bitcoin.
You're right now. Jenny's moving like she's from the blocker.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. I'm just
Times
saying.
have
No, no,
changed,
no. The
Jenny,
thing is,
man.
we can sit and have conversations about women degeneracy, how they're being wayward, how they're moving is crazy. The fact that women are being sexualized, they're not wifey materials anymore based on how they conduct themselves, which I wouldn't even push back on. But when it comes to talking about men, and it comes to talking about a particular topic, it just becomes very sensitive because people don't want to have an honest conversation.
Room you're
Sensitive.
in, Jenny, yeah?
Well,
The man them didn't
it's
do
not
that. They
No,
sensitive.
didn't
you
do
know what
what
it
you're
is,
talking
Jenny.
about.
You
Jenny,
need to
you're
make
trying to
sure you
do
don't have
reverse
BV.
psychology
No,
on
I'm
us.
not
You're
trying
trying
to
to
do
do
reverse
reverse
psychology.
That
And
psychology.
one,
then
not
people,
You
that's
know
not
what
you
it
easy
know
is. You
what
know
the
one.
why
funny
you're
thing
trying to
is?
do. You know
People
why you're
turn
trying to
around
do
and say,
reverse
"Oh,
psychology.
because you haven't
You
you
want us
haven't
to
lived
own
it."
up. You
No,
want
I
us
don't
to
want you
own
to.
up to what you're
I don't
saying. And
want you
I'm
to
telling
own. I
you,
don't
I
want you to
haven't
own up.
experienced that.
I don't want you to own up.
Listen,
I'm
listen.
saying to you, as somebody that has worked with some of these youths, someone that's been in foster care, but I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen how things operate, and I've seen some of these people's experiences. I'm not saying that that's everyone's case, but
All
I'm
right, then you know
saying,
what it is. You know what you
yeah,
said you see in it, yeah? Can I just ask you a question, yeah? You see this kids that's going through it, yeah? Did you
yeah,
ever ask them what they've done before?
yeah.
Kids are liars as well.
This is what I'm trying to say, you know.
Oh,
You
so now
have
they're
to.
liars.
What?
Heard of that before. You know when we go call adults tell lies.
Oh,
No one ever wants to say that I went to a
Jenny,
country by
man, come on,
myself. They'll
Jenny, man.
blame it on someone else.
I can't
Or
believe
some
this. Jenny
older
was
done it.
lying,
Someone,
innit?
where's
Jenny,
the
you're not
older?
Jenny
you're
don't
not you're
believe that the
not
kid's lying.
appreciating people's experience. You're not taking it in.
About their experience.
All right, you was a social worker, yeah? Hold on, wait.
I never said they
No,
didn't.
no, wait. Back out of 10, what was the ratio?
I'm
You
not a
said
social worker.
you're not a social worker. So what did you talk about then? You
What do
talk
you mean?
about you being around
She said
But
she
or
worked
social
with
the
services.
main
some
the
It's the
man.
main
same thing, innit?
I'm not
yeah,
a
but
Social
the
social
main
worker.
services mean you're a
She
social
said no.
worker.
She never said that. She never said that. She never
yeah,
said
but
that. She
Yeah.
the
never said
main
that.
thing, Jenny, yeah, Jenny, you asked everybody on the chat about this situation about grooming, and they've expressed to you a lot of them that have the experience of being around that environment. They've told you what tends to happen and what goes down. So why, as a woman, this is one thing about women. Why would you not say,
They
oh,
know
you know
so
what?
much was going on in the male
Maybe
community.
just maybe they've given me a new perspective. Maybe, like we said, there might be things like that happen, like someone mentioned about what happened in Newham and all that stuff. But maybe, do you know, the majority of the stories, they all come into alignment. Maybe I have been fed, a little bit of an exaggeration when it comes to how things work and all that, and the system, or and maybe it just happened like what Punch was saying. When you see someone's younger brother or younger cousin from the community, you're not going to really want them to get involved in that kind of lifestyle anyway, or
So I never once invalidated anyone's experience and said that their experience is wrong. I simply said that grooming exists. I never
yes,
said,
No, the
they
thing
said
is,
one
we
they
second, one
agreed
mentioned
with
they
you.
second,
mentioned
We
the
one second,
did.
Newham
guys. Can
thing.
I just
Yeah, but we did agree with
Can
you
I
from the
just
start that it
finish?
does happen, but we haven't seen or
Lord
experienced it.
Jesus Christ.
Everyone just go back to Africa, man. Let's get this money.
Yeah, facts, man. Everybody just go back to Africa, man.
What's up, everyone? Thanks for having me on the
Burkina
panel.
Faso.
Hope everyone's good. Big up, Justin. Big up.
Yeah, big up
The
Pest, big
subject
up
is
Thanks
still
for
going to
Crumbs,
having
be
me.
David,
arguable. Still.
Punks.
Yeah.
I just,
Big
but
up
that,
yourself, Ken.
Connect everyone.
Yeah, big
yeah,
up.
Big up
big
people.
up, man.
Comments as well.
This,
That man,
this
you
was
know,
a,
it feels like everybody's experience is
Protect,
being invalidated.
protect young boys, protect young girls. Protect young boys, protect young
Amen to that.
girls.
Always, always.
Yeah, man. If people are
But
passionate,
Jenny, would
start
you
their thing
admit,
and we support it, man.
Jenny, would you admit that you've learned a new perspective today? Would you admit that and you accept that? But would you not say that? Do you know what? Maybe how I think things go in the majority of
Man.
gang culture is not how it really is. In regards to how people have expressed what actually happens.
Oh, she's gone.
You change the subject, please. Are we still gonna
Nah,
go
she
around in
muted. She
circles?
muted herself.
So it's fine. They're not going to openly admit it, so it's okay.
It's Wednesdays.
We're
Tap up
gonna
the screen.
argue
Let's
back
get the
and
privilege
forward.
check.
in there.
There's no agreement. Everyone's there right in their own way. We're not. It's like we're not going forward. Not even going into a way of like, we should do this or let's do this or advice.
So wait,
Because
You know what I mean?
for
Because
me,
Jenny,
look,
you're pushing the
we're just
narrative.
talking on
You're pushing the
grooming if
narrative
it's
that
right
it's
or wrong or if
oldest.
people know or whatever.
Well, you're pushing the narrative that it's oldest that's grooming the kids. Is that what it is?
yeah, that's what you're saying. The oldest.
I just said that there is also that aspect of it which people don't necessarily talk about. So I never said in
But
its
you
entirety
see
that
the,
that's what happens
but
across
you
the
see the,
board.
I
I
see the
said that
problem. You see the problem.
there's that
You see,
aspect of it that doesn't. One sec. There's that aspect that people don't necessarily talk about that happens. That it doesn't happen across the board in its entirety, but it happens. There are people getting
no, but you
groomed.
see, Jenny, hold on, Jenny. You see what you're talking about, Jenny?
Kids grooming
Yeah,
kids.
but you see what you're talking about, Jenny? You see what you're talking about, Jenny? Yeah,
Just
they
boys
talk
being
about it on the
boys.
TV all the time. They talk
Big
about
up,
that on
Danny,
TV all the
brother.
time.
All the time. They're pushing that
It's not
narrative all
about
the
TV
time.
though. They're not pushing.
But
Okay, all right.
you got to remember what you're talking about. They talk about on TV, but what we're telling you now is what they don't talk about. You see what I'm saying? That's what we're telling you. We're telling you what they don't talk about.
Wrong.
Get your mind out the TV, man.
got Diamond
Get
and
the mind
yeah.
out of that box.
Just read
Trust
comments.
me.
Funny thing is, I don't even watch that much TV, so I find it even laughable that people are saying it's the TV. But okay, I agree with you guys. You're right.
But that's everyone's view. Some people do watch TV, some people don't. Some people watch the internet. We have
Narcissist
to respect
behavior.
everyone's view. Everyone's view.
Boy, Top Boy came on. Everyone's grooming kids now. Fucking hell. If you're black, that's fucked, blood.
but it's never been.
But that's not on the
It's never been.
subject,
It's
so
never
I
been a
think
case of grooming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's always been a case of people just wanting to feel respected in their own area. People wanting to feel a part of their community, or people wanting to get held up across the street. As a
But
young
are you talking
black
from
man,
experience, my
No,
brother?
no.
Are you
He's right.
talking
Do you know what it is? You know what it
Very
is?
hard
The
to talk
game.
about
from experience.
Now, you know what it is? The games build on
that
territorial.
you was groomed or
You
you
know what I'm
was in the
saying? So
groom.
he's right. He's talking
Yeah,
about
I'm talking from experience as a young black man that grew up
If
in a
someone
rough
groomed
area.
you,
No,
or
I never.
groomed.
Listen, I'm a full-time 100% community leader.
I understand.
I'm a
No,
civilian, so I was
I
never groomed. I've never
understand. I
been
fully
punched.
support that.
I went twice with my brethren who were selling drugs with him, and I said, "This ain't for me, bruv." And that was the beginning and the end of my.
Like the past
And
is mad.
what? Did anyone groom your
I'm
brethren?
only
Go
from this.
after
People
David.
can
Go
talk from the
after
actual experience.
David.
I was like,
What, bro? Did your friend get groomed?
nah, he
See
was
it there? See it there,
There we
Jenny?
go. Free
50
this.
Cent. 50 Cent
Free
inspired
this.
him.
Free this. In 10 years now, yeah, they're talking about these kids
You got what I'm saying?
with fraud, yeah? Listen, and then they're going to talk about, oh no, the uncles are giving them the patterns. The uncles are teaching them how to
The
do swim
deflection.
swap.
It's the deflection for me.
No, it's
It's the
But
not,
Jenny,
man.
you're not
deflection.
being accountable.
It's
You're
the
not
deflection.
validating their
There's
experience
nothing
or
to
their
be there's
stories.
nothing to be held accountable here. I never invalidated the
Yeah,
experience.
you need to be.
One second. I never said that the experience isn't valid. Not during this conversation did I say you're lying, your experience isn't valid. I added in addition to that, and I said this is also another angle that you guys need to look
No, but
at and
you saying we
explore.
wasn't admitting it though. You say we wasn't admitting, even though we was explaining. You still said,
Okay,
"Well,
but
you
I've
guys
now
are
That's
not
true.
just
That
I've,
is
admitting."
I've now just
true.
okay, but I've now just explained myself.
Yeah, but do you see where
Oh,
the whole
Jenny,
confusion and
do
the
you live
whole?
in London? Do you live in the hood?
Absolutely, yeah, I do live in London.
Whereabouts are you from?
She lives in Cambridge.
No, I don't actually.
So let her finish.
I
See,
say Cambridge.
I actually live in northwest London. Funny
Okay.
enough.
Okay.
Again, judging. People are judging. People are judging. People
She
are
lives in
judging.
How's
Church
that
Road,
judging?
man. She lives in Church Road. She would have disclosed it by now.
That's what I was saying. Please, can we change the subject?
Okay, give us a subject.
There's passion in
I
this.
want
It's not. It's more than just.
Right?
Yeah, no one's
Saying you're
Yeah.
wrong,
they
Jenny
just
from
Of
like
the
course,
I never
block
of
said.
up.
course.
Oh my god.
Your point. Well,
I know, yo,
you're being
I
so.
didn't.
now you're trying to
You're
style
being
us, Jenny.
so.
Now,
You're
trust me,
for
now
nine
she's
up.
trying to style us,
Yeah.
bro.
Wait. Maybe if
Who
I
said
just
let me
change
change
my
my
tone.
voice?
Let me just change my tone a little piece. Maybe if I just.
Yeah, Jenny's on beef,
Iconic,
man.
man. Get me on RTM.
But I'll move back down because I've been talking a lot.
Jenny's on beef.
Yeah, this one was kind of tired. I can't lie, Tesla.
Yeah, man. It's getting a bit of like not like anger, but a little venom in it.
Personal.
It's just
And I think
it's done.
I don't think Jenny's
But
getting
why the
offended.
venom
Like,
though? Why the venom though? There shouldn't be venom.
you know, everyone's alright.
there
Everyone's
should be
alright.
just
But
agreement,
you
But
yeah.
hear it a touch in
I
your
think
voice,
Jenny
man.
should admit that
Jenny
she's
from the
wrong.
blocker.
Me?
She's a powerful woman. She's just stamping her authority in her belief, which is
She's
at the same time. I just feel like
I
it's,
care
it's
about
getting
my
a
boys.
touch
You
like
know? I
Hey
care
yo,
about
you
my
know,
boys.
can we talk about Remy
it's
Ma and Papoose?
beautiful. Like, I think that's something you should
But
stand
Let's
on
Remy
and
talk
Ma and
build
about
on.
Remy and
Papoose.
Support it.
Papoose.
Yeah. Come
Yeah.
on, Jenny.
Oh
What
God,
Man
it's
was
not
say
your
Remy
Remy
and
and
opinion?
love
Papoose.
Papoose.
story.
Remy and
The
Papoose.
man says not Remy
Yeah.
and Papoose. No, leave it.
Come on.
That's the next one, man.
Man
Hey,
held her
Justo.
down when she went in
Hey,
the bin.
Justo.
No,
Are you sure
no.
you want
He
to
was
go there
out here.
before they
No, I'm
start
in
calling you
Africa
girl
now,
clown
innit? He
again, fam?
come out here.
What? You sure you want to go there, fam?
Oh
Hey,
man,
fam.
that's what he wants to talk about. Hey, that's that
I big
Papoose.
Yeah,
up
fam.
Diamond.
You
And
see, fam. Hey,
Oh man,
fam.
that's what he wants to talk about. Hey, that's that
I big
Yeah,
up
Papoose.
fam.
Diamond.
You
And
see, yeah, Papoose, yeah. I don't
Kind of
know,
shot for Jenny.
How could
Jenny said
Remy
it's
Ma
not Remy and Papoose, you know.
after Papoose held her down when she was
Long live Jenny.
inside?
Long live, man.
Yeah, but bro, I'm not gonna lie though, man. They're basically separated. They went to go and get a look alike of each other. That is crazy.
Oh,
They love each other, you know. I think there's still love there, to be honest.
Yeah, cause it's mad. When I'm looking at the pics, I'm saying, yeah, this is mad. Both of them's going for a
if
look
you
alike,
listen to
like.
some of the
bro.
interviews, she has no respect for him. The respect's gone
I
completely. I'll
go.
be honest with you.
I respected the thing too. He came out with she was beating her next on his bed and everything, and then they forgave her. Yeah. Forget about it. Forget about it.
Why are they fighting?
She cheated on him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was doing
With
battle
a
rap. She does
battle
battle
rapper.
rap. Yeah, so
Oh
she.
no. What, after he held it
I'm
down
not
for
gonna
7
lie though,
years?
man. So sometimes it feels like
Hello?
getting married is just set up, blood.
Oh God.
It
Bro, do
feels
you know
like it's
what? I
just
can't lie,
set
yeah.
up. I'm
I can't
telling
lie.
you.
You. These are the kind of things that make it harder for men to just look at women
Oh,
seriously, man.
come on.
It's the
To
Yeah, I
draw
truth,
agree with
though.
another
that.
It looks
man
like it's a
into the
setup.
house.
Cause how the hell are you gonna be bringing someone to our room, our bed?
She's just more
That's
cheating now. Just more
disrespectful. I would
cheating, you
have
know?
kicked off
Yeah,
if
no,
Wait,
she
I'm
got
not
wait,
buying
caught
it.
wait, Jenny,
taking
Jenny,
the
what?
piss.
What
You
you
know,
say,
Jen?
Jenny?
It's more cheating. Just a little bit.
Don't,
You
don't
Hey,
get
know?
dropped.
hey.
Don't get
Ah,
dropped.
small
Don't
You're
get
going
cheating.
dropped,
for
Jenny.
Mrs. Righteousness.
Small
Trust
cheating,
me.
Nothing
you
is
know.
small chatting.
Ratchet.
That's
Jenny.
what I'm saying. Like the gallum not help it either, blood. You don't want to take a side. But I bet you if it was
Hey,
like this right
but you know
now,
I've noticed
oh,
though.
they
You
would have
know,
started a riot. They would
hey,
have
do you know
started
I've
a
noticed
riot.
though? Do you know I've noticed though? What I've noticed, yeah, women will bash the man if a man talks his piece like, oh look, he's out there talking like a gal. He's out there acting like a bro. The man
He
ain't
was
spoken for
invested.
time. The man wasn't speaking for time. All she was doing is ranting. She kept ranting, bro. She could have just kept it quiet. She could have carried on with the easy, the block captain guy, bro. And
Hey,
just
so, do you know what
yeah,
it is?
How long was she in
The
jail?
money is running low, bro.
11 years. Yeah, her money's running low. Her
The
money's
money,
running.
yeah, the
You held
money is
it down
running
for
low.
11 years.
Yeah, she was in jail for 11, 12 years,
Yeah,
bro.
she was in
Jeez.
jail for
Wow.
time.
That is, I don't know. I don't think there's any man on the planet that would do that, not even for a year.
Exactly. And then what did she do? Treat him like a dickhead, like a
Wickedness.
trash.
Like a chief.
The issue with him was that he didn't want to work, or is that a lie?
What do you mean work? They're both entertainers. My
Her
man does get
manager,
money.
she fired him because she didn't want him to
Evening, good
take on the
evening, good
pressure.
evening.
Good evening.
But he was her manager for well, yeah, for a
Listen,
long
man, she
time.
flopped, man. She flopped. She
All
flopped.
I know, all I know, Pav, Bruce got done dirty, man.
Good evening.
Good
And
evening.
Good evening.
good evening.
Evening.
Good evening,
Yeah, like,
Lulu.
Evening, big up the whole crew. Well, go on. I know we talk about the papoose
Right,
thing, but I just wanted to touch on what Jenny said. I feel like just because sorry, I'm just gonna say this one thing and then we can move on. I just need
Oh
to say it.
man.
I feel like
go
because
on.
Jenny Bank bought a conversation and maybe brought a conversation that challenges the lifestyle or the people that are in that lifestyle that are complicit to that lifestyle, it becomes you're automatically going to be defensive. But what she's saying, like there's no one solution to this situation, in it. The situation is something that's ever growing and all consuming, and there's loads of different angles. So as much as you want her to understand where you're coming from, I think it would be wise to understand where she's coming from, because she has a valid point.
We do.
That's it. That's what I have to
Lulu,
say.
we
We've
said
already been
we
through
know
it. I'm
where
not
she's
gonna
Oh,
be
you
coming
do?
from.
crude, yeah, but
She's
we've been
coming
through it
from the
already.
Top Boy director and from BBC News at 10. So we understand the narrative and the perspective. You know, and there was a mention of what happened in Newham with like kids being sent or whatever. So we spoke about when it's happened in real life, but majority of the time, we're saying that's not the case. Majority of the time,
But then I think you even using Top Boy and BBC as an example, it goes back to what the lady said in terms of invalidating. So we can all respect people's perspectives and agree and say everyone's got their own shared experience. But then when you gaslight someone's experience and say, "Oh, it's based off propaganda," you're not
no,
really
Jenny, do you know why?
listening.
Yeah,
You're not really listening. One sec. You're not really listening to understand. You're just
no, but that's what I was accusing you of earlier. If you were listening to understand their perspective, and like what you said, he wasn't invalidating anyone's experience here. But it's like this, Jenny. Yeah, if no one in the hood is wearing pink, and then I see Cameron with a pink furry jacket, then everybody's wearing pink, I'm gonna think that he started that trend. So it's like nobody was using the word grooming until I heard it on the news or
News,
I saw the
hundred
narrative on Top
percent,
Boy.
hundred and
So
ten
I'm thinking
percent.
that's where it's coming
Yeah,
from.
because maybe
I'm
you're
thinking
not in them
I'm not
circles where
no,
that
but I'm
term
not
is being
saying no
used.
one has
Because that
never
term's
worn
been around
pink
for a
in the
minute,
hood.
I'll be honest.
No,
No,
but
it's
that's
been
what I'm
around
saying.
for
No,
years,
but I'm
but you're
not
saying it
saying
wasn't
no,
a
no,
word that
no,
was
I'm
You know,
not
used.
saying
if we're going back,
it's been around
Yeah.
for years.
if
I'm
we're
not
going
saying
back,
no one's
that
never
term
wore
has not
pink.
been around.
Yes, it
If we're going
has.
back, that term has not been around. If we're going back, yeah,
No,
that
no,
term
no,
has
no,
not
no,
been
no,
around.
no. The
I'm not
word's been
saying no one
around
has
because it's
never
been in
wore
the
pink.
dictionary. We
I'm
all
not
know that,
saying
but it's not a word that was out there like that. Like
that's what I'm
now, you
saying.
get it? Like
Only a word that was used when it pertains to grooming young women. So people understand the concept of grooming when it's young girls, but they don't understand the concepts of it when it's young boys because
Okay.
men don't want to put themselves in a position to understand that they can also be in situations where they're vulnerable and exploited. That's what it really
Okay.
is.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna ask you,
100%.
Jenny. Well, I'm gonna ask you. Yeah. All right. Cool. They changed the laws on that room and stuff. Yeah. Now you get charged for what's it called? HT. Innit? Yeah. For sending them over counter lines. Yeah. They changed the law now. Innit? You get done for HT. Yeah.
And it's
for
something
moving.
slavery or something like that now, isn't
Yeah,
it?
human trafficking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
human trafficking.
Cool.
Yeah.
So because we have to be TikTok friendly. I want to enjoy Darkness Wednesday. People are always getting raided, right? How many people have been done for that for that rooming stuff since that come out?
Okay, so you see what you're saying. The agreement. Sorry, Jenny, I don't mean to interrupt, because I know that question was directed at you. But you see, like when we're talking about grooming, that's like the umbrella of how people get into that situation. And we all know that the police are as complicit with the crimes as the people that are doing the crimes. Yeah, we all know that because they will raid things and steal drugs, and the emphasis isn't on the emphasis for the police isn't on catching people that are grooming. The emphasis is on creating that narrative about grooming. But the social workers and the back end processes or the back end support systems that are in place need to use that to affect change or to create change for those people that are affected by it. The police, respectfully, the police haven't done. They're not here to try to help the situation. They're not here to try to prosecute the situation. If they're going to go for
What do you
grooming,
mean?
that's going to cause a lower charge than anything else.
So
Does
What do
that
you
make
mean?
sense?
What are
no,
you
no, no.
talking?
It
No,
makes
that don't make no
sense.
sense.
So wait. I hear what
Come
she's
on.
saying, but that's the reason why we said, yeah, it's the same police and the government that's pushing that narrative out there. Do you get it?
Of course it is, but you got to understand why. Because it's easier. It's easier to say grooming because it's a hot topic.
So
It's
so what?
it's
So
a
what?
buzzword.
Who you?
But
It's your
away
question
from the
though.
fact that is actually what's
Can I
going
ask you a
on.
question though?
Yeah,
Who
talk
are
to
you
me.
gonna hold responsible for this then?
Hold responsible. I think to put blame on any situation is going to be difficult because it's not just one thing. There are so many different ways of doing it. It's like cooking a meal. Like I'm not just going to eat an apple. And even if I ate an apple, before the apple comes to my lips for me to eat it, it's gone to a supermarket, it's gone to a distributor, it's gone to the seed alone, the gardeners, all of those processes before it even comes to me. So I can talk about making a meal with loads of different ingredients, and those different ingredients come from different spaces. But the meal that we all eat, the meal that we all consume is one meal, but it's where it comes from or if we identify where all that milk comes from, there's loads of different places and they're all just as important. There's not one that's bigger than the other. It's all important, and we all need the best thing that we can do as individuals or people that are familiar with this environment is to understand where we're coming from, have an understanding of the foundation where we're coming from, our flaws, our not just our flaws but also our strengths, so that we can impact the community in a positive way. You can't say, oh, it's the mothers. You can't say it's a single parent homes. You can't say it's the police. It's everything. It's all of it.
Someone mentioned a really
Does
good
that make
point
sense? If
as
we,
well.
Nah, but you come on,
it
you
is
saying that you're
everything.
contradicting yourself if you're saying it's not the police. You just
Of
said
course,
that.
no. I'm just saying. Of course, it's
You
the police. It
because
is the police because let's not pretend. Yeah, the police are complicit in all the crimes that are committed. Because if this happened to white children or the conversations that will happen to young white kids or
what's
young
that? Is
white
that your
women.
phone? Is that your phone echoing like that?
Oh, is it mine? I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right. It's all right. It's all right.
So like if that's the case, then it's going to be the case. If the police were what they were supposed to be, then people won't be getting raped and murdered by them. You get me? So I'm saying to you, it is the police. It is the single parent homes. It's everything. It is the schooling. It is the people that
Yeah,
see
Lou, TikTok
situations and
friendly
don't
words,
highlight
yeah.
it. It's the man them that are on road that understand the culture and give ratings to the culture that shouldn't be given ratings to. It's
F1,
all of those
F1,
things.
F1. TikTok friendly words, yeah, Lou.
Oh, sorry. I apologize. But I'm just saying it's all of those things. It's not just one space. And each child is going to have a different set of circumstances that affect them. It's not just one, it's all of them. And it might not be all of them, it might be just some of them. So if you focus on one thing, it's not going to help that one child. It's a
All right. Then, so
collective
what? So
responsibility.
what's the solution then?
The solution, that's what I said. The solution is, as Michael Jackson said, man in the mirror. Sorry, my singing is awful, but like, I'm just saying,
No way. It's tired
we
now.
need,
Listen, it's
no, what do
tired.
you mean this convo's
No,
not going
this
nowhere because
convo's
maybe you
tired
don't
now,
want to be
Lou.
accountable for your shit. Do you get
Oh
it? Like,
Lee.
you have to be accountable for your stuff.
Lou. When I was young, I was a fraudster. I was never a drug dealer. No. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
When you
Don't
were
group me
younger,
up.
you were never a drug dealer. I'm not. Well, if you're not a drug dealer, then you should be.
I said I was a fraudster. I
You're a
was no
fraudster, so
drug
you
dealer.
understand how to manipulate people's minds for what you
No.
want to get out of it. So you just got to use that
Hey,
in order to do the right thing. Just because you've got a talent for
I'll be back.
scamming people doesn't
Nah,
mean to
man. You
say that
just had
it's
game.
a
It's
negative.
just game. Scamming is just game. I
Okay,
skipped
so
some
scamming
games
is
for you.
game, but you know, like in
Watch
order
it. I was,
to do that,
can
in
I
order
just
to
stop?
have
Can
the
I
mental
just stop you for
capacity
a
to be
minute?
able to do that, yeah, it's just
Can I
about a
just?
transferable
No,
skill
but
and a
guess what though?
reframe. Do
You
you
know,
get
you
it?
get no,
If
but
you
you know
don't want
what?
to be accountable and you want to just be known as a fraud guy for the rest of your life, yeah, and that's your accolade, fair enough, innit? But then you can't complain about the problem because you're then part of the problem. If you're not doing
Yeah, but
anything
guess
to
what
fix
though?
it,
But guess what though?
respectfully, you should shut your mouth.
I know, but
That's how
guess
I
what though?
feel.
Wait, guess what though? Him
F1,
being a
F1, everybody.
fraudster. But watch it,
F1,
watch
smash
it,
the like button. Smash the like
watch
button.
it. Hey, him being a fraudster, yeah, he
Yeah,
still give you the option though. He's just a sweet talker. He talks all that sweet game, and it's up to you. If it gets to your ears and you do it, you can't blame him.
you can't
It's
blame
all up
him.
to
All
you.
right, cool.
Nah, it's
All
your
right, cool. So
choice.
that's what you see when Jenny said earlier about women cheating. It's only a little cheating. You see how upset all of the man them were because it's just a little game. Like if she can get away with it,
She's
she can
got a
get away with
husband.
it.
You
You
can't
see
use
how
that. You
upset you
can't
are
use
in this
that.
moment. It's the
You
same
No,
can't
but
use
thing.
that. I'm
It's the
not
same
Lou,
upset.
thing.
I'm not even
Lou's
upset.
she's
not
married.
What?
She's
cheating,
married,
man.
no, Lou. She's married, Lou.
Only a
She's
cheating
married.
Lou's
She's
not an
married, so you're
example.
talking about a
Just
moral.
what?
You're
No, no, no,
giving.
no, no. Just
You're
what? She
judging
can't
her
use
on
that.
a
She
moral
can't use
value
that.
or a moral
That girl's
You
standard,
can't
yeah.
use
But
that
you're
as an
not giving that
example.
same moral
You
standard to
can't use
your
that.
to your
VV's
lifestyle.
been
That's weird.
spreaded.
Now you
No,
know
but
what it is. You can't use that. You can't use that as
Why?
an
I can
example.
use it. I just
So
did.
what? So what? You're telling me then, yeah? If you had a sweet talker, you basically what? You would cheat on your man. Is that what you're telling me?
No, are you crazy? Like my
That's
morals
what
and
you just
principles.
said, though.
No,
That's what you
I'm
just said.
explaining to you.
Use it as
Listen,
an
listen. It's an
example.
analogy. I'm explaining to you that that's how she's rolling, yeah. And you can't accept. You're basically placing that moral value higher than the moral value of
External
I didn't
scamming
use it.
people.
behavior.
And I'm saying it's the same thing.
Listen.
External
It's
I
the
never
behavior.
same
used
thing.
Remy Mars as an example. It's you, you know. I was talking about Donny. I'm saying he's a sweet talker and he's spitting game. It's up to you. It's your choice. You do have a choice. You can't tell me there's no choice in that.
100% you have a choice, but then that comes down to the character of the person. So you see, like if we're talking about grooming, that person has a choice, but it depends on their influences. It depends on the fear factor. It depends on all of the different things that come along with it. And not everybody can
person
stand
being
on business.
groomed
Not everybody can
have a
stand
choice
on
because they
the
don't know
morals
they're
and the
being
Listen, I'm
values that
groomed.
they
grooming.
have. It's as simple as that. That's why you get cheaters. That's
But
why you get
External
scammers.
BV.
You got
That
weak
don't make
people
External
sense.
in this world,
BV.
yeah,
Now
that need
watch it.
supporting that
Can I
aren't
just say
supported.
something? Can I just
Go
say
on, talk to
something?
me.
People are getting groomed don't have no choice. But you just said, yeah, they have. I don't get it. Well, you know,
No,
I
of
don't
course.
listen.
Listen,
I'm
a
gonna come
vulnerable
off the
person
line
has
soon,
got
you
less
know.
of a choice
I
than
beg you
somebody
not try and make
else.
sense, please.
Okay, so let me
No,
I'm
explain to
getting
you. Okay, so
confused.
if we're all human beings, yeah, we all have different circumstances. So a person has a choice to be groomed or not. A person has a choice whether they ultimately we all have choices, but those choices are gonna be harder to make if they don't have the foundation or the self assurance to make those choices. If you're easily swayed or if you're a vulnerable person, it's like you're not gonna
being
put a
groomed.
child in the fire. You're not gonna put a child in the kitchen because they're vulnerable. They need to be taught. They need to be
No, but
guided.
do you
And the
know what
guidance
groomed
that's
means,
there,
though?
yeah. But grooming is somebody guiding them. Is an outside source guiding them to do
But the
some fuckery.
person that's
Yeah.
getting groomed doesn't know what groomed is because that's
Ex-
the whole point of it. They're vulnerable.
exactly.
They don't know. So
Yes,
that means
but
they
at some
don't have
point
a
they will.
choice.
At some point they do. And at
Thank
that
you, my brother. This
No,
is
because
what I'm
they
trying to
think that
get
is
to,
they
But
and
at
think that
some
is
this
point
is
they
what I'm
right
trying to
called
do.
say.
At some point
conditioning.
they know. At some point
No,
they
As a
another
do.
groomer, I
word
know
for
that it's grooming.
grooming is called
It's the
conditioning.
The thing is,
So they don't
grooming,
have
it's the
no.
sweet
but
too. It's the
grooming
sweet talk that
is
you
a
were talking
part
about
of the
earlier.
A
manipulation.
guy
It's the
grooming a girl
I
manipulation.
was talking
into
about fraud.
bed
I
when
was
he's
saying
sweet
he was
talking
doing
her.
It's
fraud.
all mad.
Let's have
This
this 100,
grooming
yeah.
conversation.
This thing what you're talking about, yeah, taking people to country. One is if it's either a bad man thing or it's not. Someone's either bullying you into it or they're not. So if they're bullying you and saying like, oh, you're gonna shut up here for me and all of this sort of stuff, then they know what's going on. That's just being bullied. If you're being groomed, that means you're being manipulated or conditioned. You do not know any different.
But
You think what you're doing is right. So when are you going to make a choice to do right or wrong if you think you're doing right?
But back up in a case of where the person is being manipulated, the individual, the person doesn't just come and say to the person, "Oh, here you go, you're going here, so jump on a train." And no, there's a process to it, which is why they call it grooming, because there's the manipulation aspect
No,
that
but
comes with
just
it,
admit
where
to the fact that they don't
they
have a choice.
they
That's my
build
point.
they build
Yeah.
they target
Yeah, we
people
know
that
what
they
grooming is, but do they
Yeah,
have a
we
choice?
know.
Do the
do they
Yeah.
have a
groomed have
choice?
a
I think
choice?
everybody has a choice. At the end of the day,
But why are
everybody
you
has.
saying that and then you are saying,
Oh
oh,
my
But,
God,
making
that,
it?
but,
It's
but
not
guys,
making
let
sense.
me
that's what I'm saying. It's not making
That's
because
like,
I'm not
do you
me
have a
because
choice to be
okay, but
accidentally here?
guys,
the actual
let me
way out there.
finish. Let me finish instead of taking snippets of what you hear and then running with it. Everybody is capable of being manipulated. Everybody has a choice to say yes or no. The difference is that When a person is vulnerable, they are easier to manipulate. The key is vulnerability. And this is where these people are able to come, exploit and manipulate you to do what they want you to do. It's not rocket science.
Listen, let me just add one big point to that, yeah, because see, when you get a loan shark, yeah, everyone can be like, oh, the loan shark's a bad person. No, they survive of you being in that opportunity, in that position in life. So you have to not be in that position. So forget the person who's grooming. What about the parents who who made the person vulnerable in the first place? That's where the problem is. So you trying to put it onto the guys. No. Everyone has two parents. Yeah. No,
But then the lady said earlier on, you can't just blame it on just the person that's grooming, the parents. But we're not talking about the
the
parents.
parents' fault, because you shouldn't be there to get groomed. The parents should be grooming you.
Oh boy. Okay.
That's 100%. The person who's
Okay.
supposed to teach your kid is you. The person who's supposed to groom your kid is you. The gang the kid's supposed to be in it is yours.
That's fine, but no one's debating the fact that the parents have failed. But we are also saying that just because somebody's parents have failed, it doesn't then allow somebody else to come and take advantage of that. Two wrongs don't make it right. Blaming the parents, yes, they are a big contributing factor, but it doesn't take away the fact that there are evil people out there that will exploit somebody simply because of the fact that they view them as vulnerable.
What you're saying, and when you're talking about vulnerable, yeah, everyone in life is vulnerable if you're gonna say that. But you're making it seem like the vulnerability that kids have got in like social care or where maybe some learning difficulties or whatnot, that's not the kids that's getting took to country, or they'll fuck up the line.
No, but what?
That's not who's getting took to country.
We're not saying that, but we're saying
a child.
A child
it's the kids that's on it. It's the kids
the kids that are smart. The kids that have got
a child that's living in a healthy home. I don't even want to use the two-parent household thing because you can co-parent and your child is still getting getting its needs being met. A child that has a healthy parent or a healthy background growing up are less likely to be put in situations where they are sorry?
Go on.
What you call healthy, because sometimes you can put someone kid in cotton wool. You can put a kid in cotton wool, and that's what makes it do it, because it's out of curiosity.
Okay, well,
not every kid's getting forced. Some is curiosity.
Okay, but I'm saying in general, children that have a healthy foundation at home are less likely to be put in situations where they are vulnerable. Do we agree or do we disagree? Right. So the likelihood is that even though that child might be in a situation where somebody is attempting to groom them, but because they come from a good background or a good home, they are less likely to be in a situation where they're groomed in comparison to a kid who hasn't had that.
He said that bit, yeah? All right, yes. Cool. The flip side of that is when somebody comes from a good parenthood and they got a clean record, they got clean bare things, so they know to themselves they've got less chance of getting caught. So people take risks. Not everyone who goes
bro, I think you know it is. She doesn't understand this, bro. She just thinks.
Jenny doesn't want to understand us.
Jenny just thinks you just think she's just someone that just comes and just enforces.
I never actually said that.
I'm telling you, you know what it is? He said from the start. Watch it. He said from the start, yeah, you know what he said? He said, it's the youths that's smart, the youths that's on it. And he's so right. Because if you watch most of his documentaries, yeah, you can always see it that the youth have it in him. It will tell you, nah, I wasn't scared. You get me? You will see, I wasn't scared. I know what I was doing.
I'm not talking about those kids.
No, it's not those. I'm telling you the percentages of those kids is higher than the ones that are built for it.
Okay, but whether or not the percentage is high or not, it doesn't take away the fact that it's happening. And this is what we always seem to do. We always seem to say just because
you said it's happening, but I'm saying the majority is the kids. You know what we were saying earlier, like some friends are around, yo, what are you doing? I'm doing this. He says, are you getting money? Where you lot going? Yo, man's going Portsmouth, yeah? But I'm on it, man. I'm coming with you lot next week. This is how it starts. It's sometimes the kids. It's nothing to do with the elders. We don't chill with
don't
kids.
Even know.
I don't chill with kids.
So do you think a 10 or 11 or 12-year-old is in their right mind to make good decisions?
Yes. Sometimes they're making better decisions than the adults, though. Hold on, let's answer the question.
Answer the question. Do you
wait, stop then.
One second. Do you think a 10, 11 and a 12-year-old
No,
is
we heard the
capable
question. We heard the
is
question.
capable of making decisions.
Yes, and the answer is yes.
Okay.
Because let me answer. Wisdom doesn't come with age; it comes with intellect. So that means you can get kids that are like that know more than adults.
Talk your
You get
thing.
kids with more sense than adults. You got kids. Your mum and dad's a crackhead, and this kid's going and making money for the house, and they're teaching the little brother and sister morals and that. So respectfully, yeah, that you can't put an age on wisdom, or manners, or respect. No, you asked for your
No,
question. I'm giving
you're
you an answer,
speaking.
or is there an answer you wanted to hear?
I respect your answer, but I'm saying when you're at 11 or 12, there are certain choices that you shouldn't be in a position to be able to make.
But then again, to be honest with
Intellect
you, 10, 11,
From a
12, you
determines
should be at
paternal
wisdom.
home.
perspective.
No
You should
one's
be at
From a
home.
talking.
paternal perspective.
Nobody's talking about wisdom here. We're not talking
Yeah, but
about.
it is wisdom.
Okay,
To make
I
the
am
right
not.
choice
But
or the
making a
wrong choice is
decision.
wisdom.
Okay,
And wisdom comes with knowledge.
I am not talking about wisdom here. I'm talking about being able to make decisions that will impact your life. At the age of 10, 11, or 12, you are not in a position to be able to make those decisions.
But Jenny, I want to ask you a question. Wait, hold on. 10, 11-year-old kid. Which 10, 11-year-old kid is going to
That's
country?
what I was
Which 10,
about to
11-year-old
say.
kid?
That's what I'm
This is what
saying,
I
Let's
bro.
be
get.
real. Which 10,
Okay,
That's
11?
what
can I
it
ask
is going
a
there.
question?
That's fine.
If
They're not going.
with
They're
you
not
So
going
who
to
guys,
is
country.
my
They're
age?
not going to
It's
country.
about.
you see the age that you guys are now, yeah? When you look back when you're 15 or like that age group that we're talking about, yeah? At least, yeah. When you look back at that 15-year-old self, yeah, do you think that you were making the choices like an adult would, or do you look back on that time and be like, "Wow, do you know what? I was a child in a situation. Wait, let me land. I was a child in an adult situation. I was a child in an adult situation, and that had I had a childhood, made better decisions because the lack of guidance from other adults means that you have to now be the adult role. Whereas if you had guidance there and you
You
had an
can't say
adult
that.
to be there,
You
you
can't
could
say that.
explore being a child. Do you get it?
No.
No. Okay, fair
Louis, you
enough.
can't say that, Louis. You can't say that, Louis. You can't say that, Louis. You know why you can't say that, Louis? Watch it.
Tell me.
Already the environment that we're in and that we're living in, yeah, it makes you grow up real quickly because of your surrounding and the people that you're around. You get what I'm saying? So you
100%.
do have a
Older
childhood.
siblings,
You
older
know what I mean?
siblings in the house as well.
And you see the decisions and the decisions that you make sometimes as well. Yeah, you could be looking at your mom struggling. You want to help your mom. You want to, so
Okay.
you're making a conscious choice that the other adults will not even make more time for themselves. So nah, you know what I'm saying? I would disagree with you on that part there, bro. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? So
That's
that's
interesting.
just
Trust me,
my.
man.
I find, to be honest with you, I find that really interesting because it's like the lived experience that you have and the responsibility that you've placed on yourself at that tender age. Yeah, because it's a bit like if any of you've got children around that same age, I'm assuming that you're not putting your child through the same trials and tribulations that you went through
Yeah,
because you
no,
understand.
because
Does that make sense? You understand the
yeah,
sanctity of
yeah,
youth, like the preciousness of
yeah,
youth.
yeah,
But
yeah,
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 but you
yeah,
know
yeah,
what
yeah,
it is
yeah.
as well? But
even
You
with
know
that
why,
being
Luke?
said,
You know why,
yeah,
Luke?
yeah, talk to me.
A lot of people are in position now. You understand? So my son don't need to go down that road.
A
All right.
hundred,
You know what I'm
a
saying to you? A
hundred.
lot of
But when
people
you
are in
look at your
position now.
son, if he was to do that, you'd be like, why would you do that? Because that's a grown man antic. That those situations are going to cause you to have to consider things as an adult. You don't need to consider things as an adult because I'm here as your papa, and your papa is going to guide you through that. Those that don't have that guidance will try to be the most
This is what
adult
Pastor.
version without the
This is what
experience.
Pastor David
But
said.
then,
This is what Pastor David said.
Justin, even when you hear, like, have you?
Pastor David said, yeah. Pastor David said, yeah.
Yeah.
He said, yeah. His friend was influenced by 50 Cent. You see, our kids, yeah, we're in their lives, and we're also governing what they're listening to and what they
A
don't.
hundred.
You see what I'm saying?
But that's
So
from
you see,
experience,
when we
though.
were
That's because you
younger,
don't want your child to do the same thing. A lie?
yeah, but because, when we were younger, we didn't. Like our
We
parents were
need to live a little bit
so
though.
busy working. They were so busy working. Our parents was always
The game,
at work.
Justin,
Okay,
what's
but
the
how
game? The
can?
game is
Okay,
gabos. The
but
game is
Justin,
gabos.
Justin,
The game is not built on sympathy.
how?
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
Yeah,
How?
that's
this
mean
is
Okay,
what
though.
man's
It's
failing to
mean.
forget as
No,
well.
What happened to compassion? What happened to love? What happened to
What about
seeing
life?
children as the future? What
Yeah, do
happened
you know
to
what?
not
Yeah,
corrupting young minds? What
when I
happened to
say,
that?
look,
Just because life is hard doesn't mean to say that you got to put your children in harm's way, or that when you see young people, even if they've got energy for it, that energy could be that's a
But
transferable skill. So if you see
Luke.
some, no, wait, land. Let me land. If you see a young person that is clearly that's making decisions that older adults might not have, yeah, that might not be able to make, and that is focused and dedicated about their dreams, yeah. Imagine if they put that to something that would fruit. That's not going to give them a 5-10 year term in prison. That actually gave them that they
No,
used
you know
that
what it is.
energy for something that could further their career.
But
Imagine
guess what
that.
though?
Imagine they could
But
create
guess what
generational
though?
wealth with that same kind of skill set. But we're okaying it because they're
No, we're not.
adultified.
We're not. You know why?
It's
You
not
know why?
okay.
You know why? You know
Talk
why?
to me.
Man's done it bare times, yeah? To bare little youths. Man's trying to talk to them. You know what they do when they see me? They dot man. They tell the brethren, oh, Punch always talking shit, blood.
They
I
call
don't
you
want to
Yeah,
hear
because they
uncle.
all
don't
of
want to
that.
deal with it. They don't
They
want to
call
deal
you
with the
What
uncle.
do you mean
reality
they
that
don't
they
want
could
to?
be better.
What do you mean? But you're just saying people don't talk. I'm saying
Deal
people
with their
do talk to
reality.
them.
That's what
People
it
think
is.
that's just,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Always think they
yeah.
know the most stuff. They will say the most. Your mum never stepped in her life. She'll give you so much advice on stepping. Yeah,
But
it's
don't you then look
mad.
back?
Yeah, for
But
real.
don't you
For
then look?
real.
But don't you then
For
look
real.
back at some of the advices that your parents gave you and you think they were right?
100%.
But that's
Do you know,
experience
wait
though,
a
isn't
minute,
it?
wait
And
a
that's
minute.
something that
Chill
they
out, chill out.
lack.
1 second. Let me
Can I
land. Let
just
me
say,
land.
Okay, sorry, go
Let
on.
me land for a sec. 1 second. Because you asked a question there. Knowing, but you're forgetting about the cycle of life. Because if you spoke to your mum, she will say that she never used to listen at this age. And it's not a generational curse.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
called
Yeah.
being a child and,
And
and
growing up.
transforming into an
Yeah.
adult. There's
Yeah.
mistakes you're going to make no matter who guides
100%.
you. Because all you can do is
100%.
guide someone. They still have to. Do you know how much lessons are learned through mistakes?
Yeah.
And here's another thing. All these kids that are in jail that you're thinking, oh, it's a bad thing for them to be, but they killed someone to get there. So that's the best place for them. Because where else would it is? Outside, they'll kill more.
No, I hear that. But before the antecedent, before they've killed that person, there should have been an intervention in place because no child should be killing another
F1,
child.
F1,
Do you
and
understand
You
what
know
I
what?
I'm
mean?
Everyone
just,
has
can
a
I
You know
say
what you're
destiny.
Go ahead,
forgetting?
something,
Fez.
You know what you're
guys?
forgetting? Stop.
Can I
Let's
say
stop beating
something
around
for
the
a
bush.
minute to
Hold
the
on, hold on,
ladies,
hold on.
I'm
yeah?
listening. I'm
Wait,
listening.
wait, wait, wait,
I
wait,
like this
wait.
conversation
Let's
live.
stop.
still.
Let's just stop beating around the bush, yeah?
I think
This is what
Lifeline
you gotta
wants to say
realize.
something.
You see in life, you're
Huh?
gonna have like three, you're gonna have five of the man them that's grown up and they got like probably between like they probably like got 10 kids. That 10 kids is gonna be 4 kids who are just bad kids. What you're gonna just
Yeah,
put
you're
that
going to
you're
get
gonna
rid
push
of
that under the
genetics.
rug.
You're trying to
Or you're
fight
just gonna push that
genetics.
under the rug. So we were just gonna push that under the rug then, yeah? There's always
Smash the
bad
like button,
kids.
people. Smash the
But
like button. Let's
but
go. Let's
then
go.
but
As
then
much as
but
you
then
talk to
How
them, they're
nice
always
Timon
gonna
and
do
but
that.
Pumbaa
then
were to
punch.
Smash.
Simba,
But then
he was
punch.
still
What I'm trying
alive.
to
Do you
say,
know,
punch.
guys?
What I'm trying to say.
You know what
Lifeline
I
wants to
wanted
say
to
something.
say
Lifeline.
quickly,
Go
something
on, Lifeline.
to, especially to Jenny and Lulu, yeah? Because what they're saying is right, but they need to also try to be mindful and understand, yeah, these children, because they're saying the groom children. I was writing in the comments, these groom children want to make money. These groom children, yes, they might not be really old enough to understand, wow, am I getting myself into the right thing?
Yeah, the
Cool.
seriousness
But
of the
at the
Right,
crime.
yeah,
Yeah.
time,
bro.
but that comes with age, like they said, oh, when now in your right mind, but everything comes with age. But at the time, when they're 13, 14, 12, and they start hanging around these guys on the block or whatever's going on, they
Mm.
actually are willingly wanting to do this.
I
There was
agree.
even somebody in the comments that said, she went to OT or whatever she did. Yes, she
Me.
got groomed, but she actually knew what she was doing. So when you guys are talking to the man them on the panel saying, oh, the intervention, there is only so much every community can do. Like these guys said, they will speak to certain guys and say to them, stay in football. Nah, you're
Yeah,
not ready. You're not ready to be on the roads. Or but there's some
Yeah.
children that want to be on
yeah.
the roads, and those who can't fit here
But
must
then
fail.
but then
And
this
that
is
is just
Come on,
one
Lifeline.
one
Come
second,
on.
one second. That and also
You could take the horse
what
to
we
the river, but you can't force it to
one
drink.
one other thing I want to say, what we need to bear in mind, especially the ladies on the panel, the roads ain't a nice place. So it sounds all lovely. Oh, why are they this? Listen, when you're on the roads, when people are on the road, it's about making money. So if this youth seems like they're about it, they got a bit of sense. You want to make money? I'm gonna test you. If I can trust you, we're making money. People, unfortunately, no one cares. That's just how it goes. And
But all these kids are around
it is.
other
This is why
That's
teenagers.
why I said the game's
yeah.
not building
This
no
is why.
sympathy.
This
People
is why
care
it
more
is
than people's
so
family members. At least your friend will back it. You got uncles that
right.
are not backing it.
Yeah.
Right.
And
I
you're
And this
going
do.
is
mad. Once a
this is
friendship's formed, that's sometimes stronger than family. Sorry.
100% it is. And
and
then
this is the
and
thing.
the
What is
youth
the
them won't
unfortunate
listen.
about? This is the unfortunate thing. Why it is the way it is because it spirals out of control. And how it spiraled out of control, as we can see, because these younger kids have no respect now. Where young before there was respect, so somebody could say no, don't do this, or no. Now no one can't be
Yeah,
told
us
no.
man used to
And
listen. When the elders
every,
used to talk, we used to listen. Are you mad?
so
You would have
yeah,
got
Why?
so
you
Because
would have
they,
so
got
I
he
beat.
feel
knew.
so that's why I wanted to speak to Jenny and explain.
No,
I
but
feel
he
like
knew
the
the older
deeper
that was
root.
talking to you had some form of experience. He weren't just
Mm,
talking bare theory.
But what I
You knew
but
that.
what
But I mean, but 9 times out of 10, you're listening to someone, and you can't take criticism from someone you won't take advice from. You've never told me anything about any. Respectfully, mums are supposed to tell you love and stuff, and sons are gonna grow up, and daughters are gonna grow up to not listen to their parents. Sometimes your parents ain't the best messenger, yeah, or whatever, because you definitely know, mum, I can't take relationship advice from you if I don't I mean you're not with my dad anymore or whatever
mm.
whatnot. There's a lot of stuff goes into a kid not listening, innit? And the first thing is the person talking to them from no experience. We've all had a substitute teacher, and this guy is bait is a substitute teacher. You can't play PE.
no, I hear that. I think I hear that. My only thing
Johnny, what happened to her?
What happened?
She could get a call or anything, people, it's mad.
The wave is gone. The wave is
Where's
gone.
Lulu? Where's Lulu, man? Because Lulu was
was
going in
spitting
hard as
bars.
well.
But
Lulu
no,
was cooking.
as a
Lulu
pastor,
was cooking.
when I talk to the young guys on the street and say, listen, come off the roads, get into something positive and all that stuff, they just start laughing, saying, look at this guy, he's a
Exactly.
pastor, he's probably a
But
part
you
of
know what it
Spat
is though? You know
Nation,
what it is?
this guy.
Tell them you got 3 boxes right now and
Quite
see how
extreme,
quick
bro.
they're
You're
gonna
going
be
too
around you.
mad. Look, as a pastor in your pastor uniform saying madness. But yeah, it's the right message, wrong messenger.
But 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 but
Can you
but
just
it's
let
no. But
Jenny
as a
reply
young
to what
black
I
guy,
said
look,
to her?
I've
Yeah,
been to
Jenny, go on, Jenny. Go on.
I was just
The lady that was speaking before, that spoke
Yeah.
so calmly and quietly. I don't know your name, sweetheart.
Fly. Her name's
Fly,
Fly.
fly,
Lifeline.
No,
fly,
Fly.
fly.
Say again.
Fly.
Fly,
Fly,
fly.
Fly.
Well,
fly,
yes, I can
yeah.
see that because she's floating. It's nice the way that she spoke. Everything that you say, I agree, my sis. I definitely agree. But I think the horrible. Maybe I'm unrealistic because I believe every child has a future, and if there's every child can be reached. Not every child will be able to be reached, but I think the way that we address young people in schools, in health, in organizations, the youth, what do you call it, the youth justice, all the youth justice departments, any kind of official body, the way that they address youth or institution is a bit one-sided. It is for a particular type of child. It's not for all children. And what you're saying is, yes, there needs to be intervention. There are things that
Do you know what
children.
can? Do you know
Yeah,
what's the
but
Sorry.
unfortunate
you know what?
thing?
Can I
One
say
second. Let,
something?
let me respond to her for a second. Sorry to interject on you, not being
No,
rude,
go ahead.
yeah?
Go ahead. I'm listening.
The unfortunate thing is, right, and somebody said it on the panel, one of the men said it. If you see, for what you're asking for to happen, it stems from the household with the parents, yeah?
100%.
Okay, where all these children are out here and they're unruly and no one can't talk to them, and even man them on road can't talk to them, is because their parents can't talk to them, because their parents lost control. Now, I'm gonna say we're gonna put the kids that come from care homes and those type of crazy backgrounds, those are the exceptional children. We're talking about the children that either come from single parent or both parent, not the exceptional ones, yeah, right?
Yeah, and she's right
a,
because
a,
sometimes
a,
there is both. Both
yeah,
sides do jump
because
on the
obviously
road.
the
Yeah.
exceptional kids, they will get more leniency because they've had a really terrible upbringing. Not saying if you live with a parent, a mum or a dad or both, you can't have a terrible upbringing, but we get the gist of what I'm saying, right?
Mm.
The gist of where I'm coming from is what Lulu's saying is a fact, but for it to change and for it to be in the root, yeah, and
You
not
have to
when the
start from
petals
home.
start. It starts from the house, and then if those parents can't control, they need the support. They need to be heavily supported somehow with a community. Forget the system. All these people want the system to help the children. The system is here to fail our children. It is created,
100%.
especially I'm going to our people now, black people, yeah. It's here to fail
Talk
us.
to us,
Look
Jenny.
at the school
Fly.
system, right? Look at the school system right now. I feel sorry for anyone having a newborn child, 0 to 5, 5 to 13. Your child, if you ain't got control of your child, God help you. Because
I'm
this is
telling
what
you.
you can't look for the system. What is the system doing for us?
But you
What
know
is
what
the
it is though, fly,
system?
fly. You know what it is though, fly, fly. Most of these girls get into a problem. They don't want the baby dad to see the youths. Yeah. Then when they fail, we get the blame. But the man them is the oldest that groom them as well. No, it's not good.
And that's
It has
why
to start from home.
it has to, and this is why it's so unfortunate. Why I say that you see the work that needs to be done for these things to be
Studying
created.
psychology.
Yeah, it sounds so far fetched because you see that scenario you just gave where there's a woman that will be stopping a brother from seeing his kid. Now there
Mm.
needs to be some intervention on why is that. But you see, because people are left to their own devices, it spirals out of control where he's fed up of arguing, then he stops dealing with his kid because he's like, I'm going to wait till the kid's older, or however it goes, and it spirals out of control. The
Yeah.
intervention needs to be from the get-go, the root, from the beginning. Women need to understand, stop having children, stop just being, oh, my body is created for life, so it doesn't matter if I'm a single mum. It really matters if you're a single
It
mum.
matters. It
It
matters.
matters. It
Amen
matters.
to that. That's the biggest thing what I think needs to go on. People need to know, yeah, that you do not have the right to make that choice to say, I'm gonna be a
Yes.
single parent. But especially when you've had a boy pitney or a girl pitney. Because like, but
Mm.
that's the main problem. It starts there.
It's the main,
When
and
how
you
like
know,
you
for me, sorry to cut you. I feel like this is so far fetched because it will never happen. But you see how there's this big system. If you want to get a mortgage, you got to show 2 years paper trail. You got to show all this evidence of good credit history. To have a
Mm.
kid, I don't
Mm.
have to show not a rascal, nothing.
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 To
I
start
don't have to
today.
show nothing but spread my legs and just wait for the fetus to catch. And
Exactly, and that's
this is
why
life.
that
And this is why it is so unfortunate, the system. And
Let me land on another
women
point.
need to wake up and
if we're
realize,
gonna
stop
talk,
you abusing our bodies.
if we're gonna talk about these unruly kids, we have to talk about where they learn the unruliness from. Because yeah, like we have to do 100%.
Yeah, like she said,
Where
from
did this
home.
unruliness come from? So let's go
It's
back a
from
step.
home.
Let's go back a step. So the mum's got no government because she can't take government from the baby father. She originally definitely can't take government from her mum and dad because she's already had having a you've already disobeyed your parents because you're not married. Yeah. Like, so let's see where this unruliness comes from and where it needs to stop before it gets taught. Because it's getting taught from somewhere, and that's the accountability that everyone's running away from. If
exactly
there's so much
compassion
single
comes from the
parents,
devil, mate.
I
We need
think
to get back to
in this
if there's so
today,
no
much
sex
single
before
hold on,
marriage.
last bit.
We need to
If there's
follow
so much
biblical
single parents
principles.
and the kids are staying with the
Biblical,
mum,
biblical. You're just
it
cool,
can't
man.
be our fault. Who's teaching them all this foolishness?
take the mum to court. Take the mum to court. Take the mum to court.
No, but
That's
there's
what
no
I'm saying.
taking the mum to court because in this only lately it's starting to get a little bit better. But let's have it right. This system was set up for women, and the reason it was set up for women because you control the emotion of the house, and then once like we already know this one that most divorces are started by women. So the government's your baby father. That's what it happens. So one woman can't serve two masters. So when that second master, the government, fails you, then now you're saying to us
No,
we
I
should
hear
come and
that.
govern.
I hear that. But in this day and
Come on,
age, there's
govern
no
for what? It's
excuse.
always when they're fucked
Yeah,
up.
what
When
do
you
we
got to
get
fix it
out of
up.
this?
No, I hear
You're
that. But
keeping you're keeping the yard. You got chat for me. What do we get out of it? Why should we
Talk,
be sat here
chronic, talk.
defending?
but in this day and age, if the mother is stopping you from seeing your child, I am an advocate for telling men take that woman to court and demand to have access of
Yeah,
your
but you see, that's
kids.
where it all messes up
He can
sometimes.
just leave you.
This, you know
It's
what it is?
easier
That's when it
for a
goes
man to
left.
walk away
As
and
soon as it
start
goes
again with
court.
a woman that is listening.
I mean, if that's what you want to do, then fine, by all
No, it's
means.
not. It's
Yeah, but you
listen
know
to
what it
me.
is though? You know what it is?
Mhm.
You see the whole thing about going court, that's when it goes left. Because now you got
Thank you,
this
yeah.
idiots playing fucking checkers, not even chess. Playing
Money to
checkers
go
with you.
court. You need money
Yeah.
to go court,
It's long.
and the money you didn't need money to make the youth. So what happens is the woman goes to her second baby father, the government, and hides behind them with your youth. Like you know what I mean? It's easy for everyone to say go court, but let's have it 100. When you break up with a woman or say it goes left, you have to start again. So that time you're supposed to be going court and that you've got to build up yourself. You can't be going court bruck. You can't be going court from the
100%.
why don't we start from the beginning, yeah? And why don't, obviously now it's a bit late because there's a lot of kids already out here, but why don't just
your
people as
partner
human
out of
beings,
love, not
Never
out
too
of
late.
people
like.
as human beings, male and female, be more accountable and be more mindful with the people that you're lying down with? Why don't we just start there?
It's a hustle.
Of twang women into thinking that we're 50-50 and it's all equal, but it's not, because the problem here lies here. If a man can drive, or a driver can drive bare different cars, he's a good driver. If a car has been driven by bare different drivers, he's a shit buy. That's what women need to understand. That's what, it's not 50-50. We are the driver and you are the car.
I still hear what he said,
Yeah,
but
but
that's
how many?
hilarious.
Okay,
That's
how many women? How
That's what
many
the problem
women?
is.
What? Yeah, but what you're saying is, yeah, the mentality of most women and how women function and how men function. This is why it's not working, because everybody is being so ignorant to what the actual fact of the matters are. Sometimes we can come together like now
That
and
we need more
have a
respect.
decent
We are
decent
your provider and
conversation.
protector. You love and nurture. That's what your nature is. Our nature is to provide and protect. All of this upside down world where you're providing and protecting, I'm loving and nurturing. You got
Okay.
men
And
feeling what it's like
that
to be
is all well
pregnant.
That's
and
what
good,
went wrong with
yeah. But
Papoose and
then when
Remy.
you get some women now, what you said is a fact, yeah, and I'm not gonna disagree, but then you're gonna have some women a woman will come and say, okay, um, some men, unfortunately, they financially cannot afford for a woman to stay at home, so they can't be the sole provider.
So why did you get pregnant by him then?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
How did
You
you
should
get
have seen that
I'm
from
not
the
You
sure.
made.
start.
I don't.
You've
First
I
been
mistake
dealing
don't
you
with him.
made
You've been
is
understand.
dealing with him
choosing
for
a
over
partner
five,
for
See, for
six
me,
yourself.
months.
no, because you see what you guys
Oh
need to
my God,
understand,
chronic,
yeah.
that is so
One
hard.
second.
First
What you
mistake
guys
you
need
made.
to understand, yeah, I'm a woman that is in agreement with you guys. I'm not in agreement with these women that are having children. I would like to understand why you are having a kid with a guy that doesn't have a stable anything.
Yeah,
You're
you
not
could
even in a
see it.
stable
Because he's got
relationship with him.
hierarchies and
You
the
don't even know
Apex.
his family. His family don't know you.
Relationship with your parents.
How
Let's
can you bring a
start
child
there.
into the world and your parents don't even know each other? You don't even know their parents. It doesn't make sense to me. I
Let's
can't
start here.
Ching
If
ching.
you're not
understand these
What
things.
respectful,
up?
if you're disobedient to your parents, you're going to be disobedient to your man. Let's start there.
To everyone,
Yeah,
yeah.
facts,
Then
facts,
your kid's going to be
facts.
disobedient to you, because the only thing you've
Yeah, but
ever
that's what I
displayed is
said before.
disobedience.
That's what I said. The parents lose control and the pet
No, no,
child
no.
starts
Chronic. She's
disrespecting.
agreeing with us.
No,
She's agreeing with
I don't
us.
think the parents
Yeah,
lose
yeah.
control. The
Fat
parents
is with us. Fat
cause
is with us.
chaos.
Huh?
Say that again.
Who that?
I said I don't think the parents cause this behavior. I feel like the parents cause chaos. Because guess what? As a grown adult, yeah, you're not in your teens. As a grown adult for myself, if I see my son doing certain things that I don't like, yeah, I'm gonna explain it to him, and I always break it down to my son. I'm like, do you know what? If you continue doing this, it's gonna become a habit. You see, when it becomes a habit, you're gonna have problems, yeah, trying to change. Do you understand? And I feel like with a lot of parents as well, a lot of parents are they're very much in denial when it comes to their kids. And I'm always trying to explain to parents, your children have two personalities, one at home and one outside.
Outside.
And if a lot
Yes.
of parents actually realize that, they would understand a lot of things. And a lot of parents, what they need to do, they need to be cleaning and checking their children's rooms. I'm not gonna lie. You see, for
Mm-hmm.
example, as I've been working a lot, etc. I was like, cool. I'm not really gonna. My son's a big boy. He's gonna be cleaning his room. But guess what? Because I've studied psychology and criminology, I tapped in, and you see, when I come across certain posts on Instagram, social media, etc. I'm like, rah, cool. Let me make my son think that he's cleaning his room. But you see, when he's not there, I'm gonna clean his room and I'm gonna search his room. I'm not gonna let him know. You see, if I see certain things, yeah, in my son's room, I'm not gonna let him know I see it. I'll have certain conversations with him to make him understand. And with me, when it comes to my son, I feel like it's more easier because where I have been rude as a female, when I speak to my son, I feel like my son kind of listens to me because I give him examples. Do you understand where I'm coming from? A lot of parents, really and truly, they don't really know what they're dealing with because a lot of parents don't really come from the roadside of life. And that's not a negative thing. But for me, as I've got a black young boy who's 13, being friends
But
with
hold on,
road
hold
guys and
on,
coming
hold
from
on. Can
road
I ask you a
guys, coming
question
from a
though?
Camden
Why do you
estate,
hide it though? Why do
like
you
I
hide
have
it
to
from
pattern my son.
Yeah, but why do you hide it from him? Like, you're
Hide
his
what?
mom.
Hide
Whatever
what?
he do wrong, you should let him know when you find stuff.
No, do you know what it is? I'll tell
Nah,
you
you
why
know
I
what it
hide
is.
it.
You
You
know what
see
it
why?
sounds like to me. It sounds
No,
like
no,
you're
no, no,
trying
no, no.
to
Hold it.
you're
Do you
trying
know
to
why
do
I
a
hide it from my
partnership
son?
with your
Hold on.
son.
Hold on. Do you know why
You're
I
the
hide it?
mom.
No, hold on. Do you know why I hide it from my son? I hide it from my son because when I have a one-to-one conversation with my son, I'm gonna see if my son tells me the truth. You see, if my son don't tell me the truth, that's an opportunity for me as a parent to know when my son is lying. Do you understand?
A lot of
You
parents
have to
don't know when
test
their
it.
kids are
You know what
lying.
she's saying, yeah? Sorry to interject. You know
Yes,
what
all
she's
right then.
basically saying? Because you see, with parents, yeah, you got to test your children. You
Mm-hmm.
have to have certain conversations with them. You have
Mm-hmm.
to, because you see, with parents, a lot of us, we're of the same age group, AEs, whatever, right? We understand we got away with certain things because, like, I'll use myself as an example. I was able to do because I knew growing up, as long as my grades was good, I'm
Mm.
cool. So you see now, you learn as a parent because I knew growing up, as long as my grades was good, I'm
Mm.
cool. So you see now, you learn as a parent. So you see, talk to your kids. Don't just tell them off. You have to explain to your children.
Yes, in
There's
depth.
consequences. Like for instance, when my child's at school now and the school have certain rules, I will explain to them this rule is in place because in real life you can actually get 15 years in prison for this.
I
But
think,
you
to be
see
honest
some
with you, I
you
think I
see
think
some
a lot of parents
parents,
say that though.
a
What'd you
lot
say?
Most of
no,
us do.
What
no,
did they
but
say?
that I know you'll be
Wait,
surprised.
wait,
A
wait, can I
lot
say
of
something, please?
parents,
I want to say something.
Yeah.
Hold on, hold on, fam. I just wanted to say one thing here. You know, we're talking about the
Yeah.
kids and everything and why the kids they move. Sometimes as well, kids get those. You know, if kids are disrespectful and rude, they get those behavior from their mothers because they see the way the mothers were talking. They see the way the
Nah,
mothers
no. I
disrespected their
have to disagree.
fathers.
Listen,
You know what I'm
listen.
saying?
I have to disagree with that. You
You
know why?
can't
that's a
Let
disagree
me
on that.
fact.
explain.
No,
No,
you can't. He's
let me.
talking the truth.
No, hold on. Hold on. Let me disagree
Come
with
on,
that.
man. Come
Yeah.
on. You can't do that.
All right,
How?
Justo. Let me say something to you, Justo. Let
Because
me
you
say
know what
something
is
to you. Yeah.
you're belittling the dad in front of the son. Of course, the
Wait,
son's
let her
gonna look up
Yeah,
to
land.
the
Listen.
father.
women do that a lot,
Let her
bro. Women do
land.
that
Let
a
her
lot.
land.
No, hold on, Justo. Let me land. Yeah. As a good mother. Yeah. Regardless you've got what you've got with your baby father, you see with me, and I'll say it again twice, I would never in my life let anybody disrespect the father of my kids. Yeah, and I've got two baby fathers, and my baby fathers are responsible. They're in their children's life. They do everything. Do you understand where I'm coming from? So therefore, I can't turn around and talk crud, yeah, about my baby father because guess what?
But have you
I'm
argued?
now
Have you
Yeah,
argued
but
positioned
with
to
them
you're
in
know,
front of
okay.
okay,
them?
One
Have you
second.
argued in
Let
front of them?
you're talking as a
hold on.
selective.
Hold on. You see with me, yeah, the way I look at it, yeah, you see if I'm chatting shit to my son, yeah, you see if I can't manage my son, because guess what? As a mother to two boys, yeah, I know for a fact there's certain things that I can't teach them. Only their dad can teach them. So could you imagine if I'm degrading their dad, yeah, or making their dad look like a certain way? Like my son looks up to me. Do you understand? So imagine if I'm degrading his dad, yeah. And as a mother, if you love your kids, whatever you have going on with their dad, you're not gonna bring it to your kids because
But
guess
that's
what?
a selective, Gucci.
Yeah,
Yeah,
One
that's
second,
About
selfish.
the age
just stick
group
a
of the
pin for
that's the
one
kids.
thing.
second.
That's, it's not all
Just stick a
girls. It's
pin
not
for
all
two
females
seconds,
that do
yeah.
that.
They're
You're
selfish.
talking about yourself, which is
Mm.
amazing, yeah. But which have to be the majority, which unfortunately there is a lot of women that will, because they're upset and in their emotions about the father, they will express it out to the child. There's a lot of women that because of how they conduct themselves, it allows
They
the
get the
child to
kid at the
conduct
breakup.
themselves in a
Yes,
certain
come
manner.
on.
There's
I
also
agree.
so there's a lot of mothers, yeah, a lot of mothers in all area codes of London,
They're
yeah.
tick for
They
tat.
have their kids doing all
Hold
these
on.
signs in photos and all of these mannerisms. Why do you think that's cute? These things
No, but,
should not be cool. They shouldn't
but
be
let's
things.
have it right.
That
Let's have it right here, yeah?
it stems from the household, and a lot of women, unfortunately, are allowing children to
Now my
disrespect
son can't
them.
listen to drill music.
But
My
that's
son can
you.
Hold
never
on,
listen to
hold
drill
on.
music. Never.
Let me add
In my
something
house,
to
in my
this.
presence, he
Go on,
does it.
Connor.
Listen to me. My son does it behind my back, yeah. But you see in my face, he
That's what
can't
I'm
do it. And you
saying.
see, and
No,
That's what
listen,
we're
and
saying.
you see the people my son looks up to, yeah. You see, like for example, like obviously my son's 13. So the people that people are rating now is people like Young Diz, the twins, and etc. and stuff like that, yeah. And I have to break it down to them because I've grown up with their uncles and stuff like that, and I know. So when I break it down to my son is
you
able
can't
to
know about
understand.
someone from rolling with their uncle, though.
What?
You
I
can't
know their
know about
family.
someone by rolling with
Right,
their
cool.
uncle,
All
though.
right, cool. All right, cool. No problem. All right, I understand
My
that. But you
uncle's
see, when you know
nothing
the
like
whole
me.
Yeah, but
family,
Miss
hold on.
Gucci, can I
You
ask you
see,
a
when you
question
know the
though?
whole
Bro,
Miss
family,
not
you
Gucci,
know
every
the whole
day's
Miss
dark
Gucci,
family.
Miss
side,
Gucci,
man.
Miss Gucci.
I
Why
didn't
you
Pardon?
say
got two
anything
baby
dark. I
fathers?
just saying the
Why you
truth.
got
The
two
truth
baby
shouldn't
fathers?
sound dark.
I beg your pardon.
How you end up with two baby fathers?
Oh
Okay, I
my
end up with two
God.
baby fathers. I had no worry. I had my first son, Shaquille, 13 years ago in 2012. Yeah,
I had my son 13 years later. After I've got my degrees, I'm financially stable. I'm cool. I've done whatever I have to do. I've got now with my second baby father, my ex-fiance. I was with him for 5 years, and I wanted to have a child by a certain age, innit? And my
Did you break?
like,
What age was
and,
the kid when you broke up with the
what'd
baby
you say?
father?
What'd
What
you say?
age was the kid when you
Yeah,
broke up with the baby father?
The
What?
first one.
the first one.
Shaquille?
The
Yeah.
first one.
Do you know what? I'm not gonna sit here in front. Like, I would say, like, when Shaquille was a baby, and I'm gonna break it down to you guys. Although I broke up with my baby father, yeah, it didn't really,
On bad terms.
it didn't really feel different with Shaquille's dad, yeah, because Shaquille's dad is like, my baby father's like A1. Like, even if I'm not with them, you see, like right now, if I called one of my baby fathers and said, you know what, yeah, I'm in trouble, yeah, or I need this, I guarantee you they're
Sorry
going
to
to help
interrupt
me.
you, yeah?
So,
Sorry, yeah.
This is what the
make
problem
sure
is.
you're in good terms.
Hold on, hold
Yeah.
on, hold on. The
Sorry, yeah.
problem isn't when you break up on good terms. Of course, you've got nothing bad to say about him on good terms when he's doing everything you expect from him. The problem is,
Yeah.
one, children are programmable to a certain age. So it's
Yeah.
all like, yeah. So what you tend to see happening is
Yeah.
when the kids at a programmable age, that's
Yeah.
when or the parents break up on bad terms. That's when this
Oh
mad
no,
programming happens.
with me, I've never had that experience. With me, unfortunately, God bless, I've never had that experience because you see, even when I wasn't with my baby father, like, I'm not gonna lie. See, my Shaquille's dad, when I had Shaquille, every 2 weeks, my baby father was doing what he needed to do. I had no reason to complain. Anytime I
So
went to
why?
my baby
So
father's
hold on.
face,
So
hold
why you
on,
wasn't with him though? That's what I don't
what'd you
get.
say?
Gucci, why
Why
did you
you
go back
wasn't
to him?
with
Gucci,
him?
why did you just go back to him?
Oh,
Why did you go back to him?
all right, hold
Yeah.
on. All right, cool. I'm gonna ask you guys a question, yeah. Just because somebody's a good person, yeah, doesn't mean, yeah, you're compatible. Now I'm gonna explain it to you. My baby father could be the best baby father in the world, but it doesn't mean he's gonna be the best partner in the world. It doesn't mean I'm the best partner in the world. Do you understand? I've got to take accountability as a mother. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Where I went wrong, etc. And also my baby father. But the way I look at it is that I'm around a lot of females, their baby fathers don't take care of their kids. So I'm looking at it as a blessing only because of my experience. There's some women that would be like, oh my God, I would never want to be a single mom. Let's be real. Nobody wants to be a single baby mother. But it's circumstances. Like, I was with my ex-fiance, yeah, for 5 years and we got engaged and stuff like that. And when my baby came, things change. And things change because when you have a kid, you go through depression and stuff like that. You clash. Do you understand where I'm coming from? But at the end of the day, I'm still going to turn around and say
That's the
that
problem, man.
my
That's the problem.
ex-fiance is a good
That's
man.
always the problem.
So Miss Gucci, you're the
Yeah.
problem then, basically.
Do you know what? If I'm the if it comes across I'm the problem, I'll take accountability. I'm the problem.
Described him, yeah.
I
Yeah.
respect that.
Like he sounds cool.
I
Like you
respect
get
that.
what
I
I'm
respect
saying.
that. I respect that.
So
I respect
Yeah.
that.
you get what I'm saying. So it's probably like you said, innit? It's probably like
You,
it's not
do you know
your.
what? You know what is it?
Being
We
a
got.
good partner, it
Yeah.
takes two people to be in a relationship.
Yes.
And a lot of
Yes.
people are like, he's about this, he's about that. But have you ever
No.
treated, are
No.
you good?
You see, with me, I'll tell you. You see my weaknesses. You see my weak. You see what kills me. And this is why I've not been married. You see, when it comes to forgiveness, that's what I need to work on. And you see, in life, you have to reflect on yourself. You see, with me, I'm now 35. I've got 2 baby
Oh, you
fathers.
hold grudges. Oh, you're a grudge holder. Yeah,
Pardon?
you like to
You
hold
know what it is?
grudges.
Yeah?
Like to be
You know what it is?
forgiven.
Do you know what it is? I'll be honest with you. I don't cross the line. I don't cross the line for it to get
The
to that.
perfect partner, but no
Pardon?
one's perfect partner.
No one's perfect. I'm not perfect. Do you know? I know, and I am. I'm not perfect. Do you understand where I'm coming from? And I can take accountability of that. But you know what? Every day I thank God, even though I've made a mistake, my kids have a responsible dad. And then I look at certain guys, their kids, baby fathers are not involved. And that comes only from my experience. You understand where I'm coming from? You guys might not agree. You guys might look down on me because I've got 2
But the
baby
fucked
fathers.
up thing in this
Okay,
situation
can
is,
I
Nah,
ask you
I'm
a
not
question?
looking
No,
down
no,
on
no,
you.
no.
Wait,
The men
wait,
ain't
wait,
looking
one
down on you,
second.
man.
We're
Let
not
me
looking
ask you
down
a
You're
on you.
batting.
question, Gucci, yeah? Let me ask you a question. Do
Yeah.
you think that you are fortunate to have your baby fathers, or do you think it's because of the choices you made?
I'll tell you why, my sister, is the choice is what I make. And I tell all my friends that have a baby with a man that is kind and he has empathy. Forget about the money, forget about the lifestyle. But you see, when you have a man that's got
the man with
kindness,
money.
empathy, yeah? he will be able, even not straight away, 6 months the line, he'll be able to forgive you and move on from you. Do you understand where I'm coming? Like, move on. You see,
No,
certain
that's
man.
why I asked you that. The reason why I
Yes,
asked you that
yes, it's because,
question, yeah, because you
yeah,
said
I
the right
picked, yeah,
answer. Not that there's a right or
yeah,
wrong answer, but for me, you said the right
yeah,
answer
yeah.
because
They got good
a
qualities.
lot,
They got
a,
empathy and they're kind.
a lot of women they if you speak to a lot of women that are single, baby, oh yeah, because it's the guy, but you chose this. Did you know the man you was
You have
lying
a
down
choice.
with?
Listen, you
You
have a,
had a choice.
yes,
You
you had a
knew
choice.
that you are the
What type of guy
bearer
he
of the
was? Yes,
child. So women need to
yes,
take responsibility and
yes,
understand it is
Criminalize what they
you
are.
need
Oh
to
yes.
yeah, I know I
know,
might be this, and
know
then
the
Ever, do
I'm
you know,
man,
judging.
I
You
feel
know
know the
like?
what?
man that you are
You know what
lying
is I don't
down
like
with.
about women?
Wait. I just want to
Don't
say
You know
this.
what is
listen,
I,
guys.
Do
hold
you know
on.
what I
You know
feel
what I
like?
don't like about women? You know what I don't
You
like
have to
about
know,
women? Yeah, I'll
you
show
know.
you. They will see every red flag. Yeah, and then you know one thing I hate. You see women that think that they can change man. You can't change man. If
Hmm.
somebody's got a certain personality and traits and behavior, you can't change that. You can change habit, but you can't change traits.
But you can't be too harsh on the
Someone
women, you
just
know,
make the
because
right
at the
choice
end
for
of
the
the
Do you
day,
know what it
and
is?
a
Do
lot
you
of
see?
women,
Let
yeah,
me just
they
bring it.
like
I
they
just.
like
Do you see what
the
it
bad
is?
man.
Yeah,
The women, they like the
women.
guy that's irresponsible. You know,
No,
they like the
women.
player, the guy that's got the money. You
They
know,
like the
when I was
facade.
young,
They
going
do,
as,
but you see what the
as a
problem
church
is.
boy,
You see with me, I've
the
never dated.
church guys weren't getting no girls because all the
No, do
girls
you know what it
they
is?
wanted the bad
no
boy. They
girls.
wanted the
No,
Let's
rogue
hold
man.
Let
man.
me
on.
tell you.
The
They
church
wanted the
guys shouldn't be
drug
looking no
dealer. They
girls.
didn't
But
want the
see with me,
church boy.
The worst.
Must
The
say you
church
shouldn't be
guys are the
looking, no
worst.
Church guys
girls.
should be
Pastor
looking
David.
girls. Why are you looking
The
girls
church
on a
guys are the worst, Pastor David. The church guys are the worst. They're the
Why?
worst.
Why? Oh,
behind
hey,
the
but
church
hold
thing
on,
and
hold
not
on,
yeah.
hold on. You can't say that, though.
A lot
He's
of
a man,
women.
lad. What? We
can
expect
we
him to
have
look at you
one
and
more
look at
deal?
man. You
A
have to
lot
I want to
of
be in a
respect.
Prada and Bill.
a lot of women complain they have a deadbeat dad or a deadbeat baby father dad or whatever it's called, yeah. But that's because of the choices they made. Women need to understand you are in a situation with too many baby fathers and waste man baby fathers because of the choices you made. You chose
Yes,
to get with this
Define girls for
man
yourself.
that lives the way he lives and conducts himself the way he conducts himself.
yes.
And now you're in this situation, but you're blaming the man. It doesn't. Women need to take
And be going to the
accountability.
on the school run with
I
hair
do believe
bonnets on
women
and
don't
their
take
slippers and
accountability at all.
sliders, and then but because the man when he comes around, there's a magnifying glass on him because it's a limited amount of time that he's there for. So they're not judging themselves with that same magnifying glass. They're letting bare things fly for them because you could be a bad pair, a bad partner, but the kid's still going to stay with you as a bad
Yes,
person.
yes,
But you're there judging people on what they're not and what they are. That's not how it goes. This country is set. If we were still in Africa or somewhere where there wasn't a government system helping you in that, you would have to fall back, and you man would need to feel
100%.
his
100%.
natural role,
no,
and a
Facts.
woman have to feel her natural
no.
role. We are
Facts.
But
living unnatural.
Chronic, let me just debate that with you. Yeah, let me explain something to you. Yeah,
Nah, he's right, because this country is babying
no
you lot
problem.
still.
All right, cool.
Chronic is
Let
a
me
G, you
explain.
know. Chronic is a
All
G.
right, let me land. Let me land. I agree with Chronic, yeah, especially when it comes to the UK, yeah. But let me tell you something, yeah. As a woman, yeah, you see me, I'm not date a man because he's got things, yeah. I date a man because I like a man. See, every day when I wake up, anyone that I'm dating or I'm with, I know I'm with them because I like them, not because of what they have. You see, the problem is nowadays, yeah, a lot of men, yeah, don't want to step up, and I'm not speaking from my experience. I'm speaking from like a lot of men.
Because there's no
You will see
hope.
a lot
There's
of
no
men
hope
going
to step
out
up.
buying tables, yeah, but you're not even buying your child school
In
uniform
its
because you
head,
want
in
to be
its
better
head
towards
top.
the baby
That is
mum.
so beautiful,
No,
Gucci. That is
be
so
with
beautiful.
women need to know
What
this.
did I say?
Be with
But why
who
can't the
loves
women just
you.
step
Don't
up?
be with who
Why
you
can't
love.
the women step up for
That's what
themselves?
I'm
Why
saying,
why
blood.
does
Why
it
is it always
always
a
have to be
man? Why
about a
is it
man?
always us?
Like why
I'm not your
all this
brother. I'm not
man
your
talk,
cousin. I'm
all
not your
this
dad.
man,
I'm a
all this
stranger.
man
I know
talk,
I'm black,
yeah?
but I'm a stranger.
No, but
You
this
get
is
me? I'm getting
can't
to
you
know you,
can't you
like,
even
no, you
hear where the
can't.
problem is, bro? The problem is here. Women thinking that
Yeah,
they're choosing a partner. You're not the chooser. You're not
the
the
man.
Now,
Well,
to
chooser.
you
be
know what
No,
it
fair,
is.
hold on,
chronic,
let me
The
land,
chronic,
let
man
me
that
land,
hey,
let
don't
me
want
land,
chronic,
the
let me
chooser.
land.
If a
chronic,
man don't want you, he
Wait,
don't
let
want
me
you.
land.
chronic. I
Yeah.
wanted to say something, yeah?
Oh
You remember
God.
when you said, yeah, that the government's pampering them, yeah? If you notice, yeah, a lot of these girls, when they travel and go different countries like Dubai and that, yeah, they
Yeah.
well behave, bro. They ain't got the attitude
But
problem, you
they
know?
they know what they're doing.
They know it. Yeah, they know it. They know what they're
No,
doing. And when they
not,
come back, they're
here's
back
a
to the same
country of
shit.
bad behavior. Yeah.
Chronic. Carry on. Say what you're saying. Carry on. Carry on.
It starts here. Be with someone who loves you, not someone who you love. That in the sentence,
Amen.
yeah. That means you don't choose for yourself.
That's right.
Yeah. That a man's supposed to choose you.
Amen. That's
Yeah.
right.
So when but the thing is this though. Yeah. You
No,
can't be.
I'm agreeing with Chronic 100%.
Because you know what it is this year. Firstly, when you're not supposed to choose for yourself because you're one going to choose with your eyes. Yeah, and
Yes.
secondly, the person with the most experience, the person with the most experience in choosing a partner should be your dad because he chose your mum, and you're supposed to rate your mum because she's the one who's teaching you to be a woman. You don't just know how to be a woman. Someone has to teach you how to be a woman. 100%. And what is a woman? To woo man. So your mum's going to teach you how to keep a man because she's kept your father.
Yeah. There's a problem with that.
Before you look at me, I just wanted to say, yeah, you see, yeah, Gucci needs a man, yeah, that'll tell her, yeah, listen, babe, you're not going nowhere. I don't give a damn how you feel. You're not going nowhere.
Justo, let me land. Justo, let me say something here. You see a lot of people, they see me, yeah, and they look at me as masculine, and they look at me as a female that does whatever I want. But you see when I'm hold on, Justo, hold on. Let me land. You see when I'm with mom. You see if you talk to any of the guys that I've been with for a very long time, yeah, in my relationships, they will tell you. You see Gucci and Dora. Two completely different characters.
People. Yeah.
Gucci's Gucci, Dora is Dora. You see when I like a man, I'm Dora. You see when I'm in Gucci mode, that's my ego. So you see when I'm with a man, yeah, that's treating me like a man, yeah, I act like a female. But you see when I'm with a man is trying to take me a certain way because I'm friends with man then, because I've got experience, yeah. Of course I'm gonna act masculine. Of course, because guess what? I've been around man then.
Yeah. I hear that.
You guys understand me?
I understand that.
Wait. Hold on.
No, wait.
Hold on.
So because you've been around, yeah.
So are you trying to say that if your mum's been around your dad, your mum's gonna start acting like your dad?
Yeah.
No. She's saying that her mum would act like Dora. She's saying that Dora is a completely different person.
No, thank you.
Because she is around somebody.
Yeah, Gucci's
around with Dora. She's talking about herself. Yo, pastor. She talking about herself. You know you got Gucci and you got Dora.
Do you know what it is? I don't mean to. Do you know what it is? I don't mean to be rude or anything. Yeah. You see, when you talk about a lot of females, I don't think she really categorize me in there because, you know, for one, a lot of females are dating. Hold on, a lot of females are dating to be saved. I don't need to be saved. I'm financially stable. So you see, when I'm dating a man, yeah, it's because I love him. It's because I like him. So you see, when I'm listening to him, it's genuine. It's not because he's put me under wraps. Because if I don't listen to him, yeah, if he doesn't do this for me, then etc. I'm listening to my man because I love him, because I'm looking at him as my man. I'm looking at him as somebody who's responsible. Do you understand where I'm coming from? You can ask my ex-fiance and stuff like that. Do you understand? The Gucci that you see is not Gucci when I'm with him. I'm Dora. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Said, fuck Gucci.
He
said there's too much Gucci going on.
Who's that Chronic?
But that's the thing. I think that's what it comes down to. And she's saying about Shizusan that she
I have to take accountability.
There's that emotional element. But once that runs,
you should got two. There's girls out here with 10.
Difficult. But I think also as well. I think also back to what
girl's gonna say she's difficult. Every girl's gonna dress themselves up as the
but I want to ask Chronic a question. Yeah, Chronic. Let's say I want to ask Chronic a question. Yeah,
evidence is not lying.
So wait, Chronic. Yeah, let's say you had a child.
We saying gay, am I lying?
Hold on, Punch. Hold on. David wants to ask Chronic a question.
Yeah, Chronic, let's say you had a child with a woman. You have a child with her. Everything is good. The child comes. The child is about 1 year old. The woman starts getting mad, like disrespectful. You know, talking to you down, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Would you leave or would you stay and take the disrespect so you could be there with the child?
Stop. Now, one thing is, Remember,
Way
disrespect.
down the road.
No, disrespect is subjective,
What's
innit?
that, bro?
Hold on. Let's get you answering me a question. So disrespect is subjective, innit? So it depends what you call disrespect. But because what I call disrespect, I'm gone. Because what it is like, we're not the original Windrush guys that are forced into this choice of having to stay with one woman. No, man would just choose the next thing. That is
Right.
treating man right.
All right, Chronic, yeah, you know when you said that, yeah, can I ask you a question, yeah? All right, let's
I
say,
keep
for
telling you,
example,
Chronic is smart, bro.
no, do you know what it is? You know what it is, yeah? Chronic's not smart. It's not about
Still,
Chronic, no, hold on,
try to say something still.
Just, it's not about Chronic being smart. No, can I land? It's not about it's not about Chronic being smart. You see, Chronic is an alpha male. You see, Chronic is confident with himself as a man. You see,
100%.
because he's confident with himself as a man, like you said, he is the one that chooses. Let me tell you something. You see, women. You see, a woman can like you. A woman can do everything. A woman can do everything for you.
Gucci, you sounding muffly. You're sounding muffly. Like you
Oh,
got picture
sorry.
phone.
I said, yeah, you can have a woman, yeah, that loves you off. She's a good woman. But if you don't love her, you don't like her, you don't like her.
But we should stay. We should stay for the children. We shouldn't just move on to the next woman, right? You should learn to like.
Going mad though.
No.
I don't agree with that. I
Love
do not
leaves
agree with that.
relationship,
I
you
don't
should wait
agree
for
with
love
that.
to come back.
No, I don't agree with that. You know what? I don't agree with that. Yeah, because for example, if the woman's been disrespectful, and treating a man a certain way, why the fuck should a man stay with a woman that's disrespecting her? And why should a woman stay in a relationship where man's disrespecting her, is causing her anxiety, is making her sick, getting her high blood pressure high? The problem is, choose who will choose you.
Hey, what's that? Is that,
Choices
is
though.
that some
Remember, as a
Mexican
guy,
music? Is that some
the car
Mexican
that's been
music
driven
behind?
by bare drivers is mad to sell.
Huh?
This is what the
What's the
problem is.
background? What's the
Too much
background? Whose
women
background is that?
are giving up their bodies, doing this baby mother thing, doing this boyfriend thing, and then they're looking for marriage in their 40s. So what happens is, by the time you get to your 40s, you're like the car that's being driven by a bare man. Like you mean, and you think that that's going to equal you to the
It's
man
not
that's
just
driven
iconic.
bare
It's not just
cars.
that as well. It's not even that. It's that, like, remember, they're stuck in the old ways, innit? You can't teach them new tricks, all of that.
Chronic, can I say something to you? Yeah. As an
It's
individual,
mad for my
hold on.
MH.
As an individual, hold on. As an individual, as a woman, if you find yourself, changing bare different baby fathers, etc., you gotta ask yourself, what is it that I'm doing wrong? You see a lot of women, a lot of women these days, and I'm gonna explain it to you. You see one thing I've clocked, a lot of women, all they care about is man that's got money. They don't realize a lot of man that's got money, they're empty vessels. A lot of man that's got money, just because a man's got money, doesn't mean he's gonna spend on you. Just because my man spends on me,
Worse, a
doesn't mean
woman
he's
with
gonna
money. Because now, you know what's worse is a woman with money. Yeah,
why?
like, obviously we want every human being to have money, but it creates an imbalance in her mentality. Because remember, a
She's the
man's job
boss.
is to be a provider and protector. So if you're already provided for, you already think you're rough. Like and then what happens then is now you're talking and behaving like he should be, and he starts talking like you and how you should be. Because a man shouldn't be subservient to a woman. So if there's any imbalance that creates that subserviency, then the relationship's not going to work. Or you're going to be with a yes man and you're going to end up cheating with a bad boy.
Papoose.
That's what's going to happen.
Credit. Are your mind games when you're saying that? Are you thinking about a particular person when you're saying that?
No, I'm best friends with the truth. I'm not talking about any one person in particular. I didn't think that's what we were doing. We're talking about the general. And what's more is, if we talk about individual cases, they might be far and few in between. So that's not something for us to talk about.
Hey,
Fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
Chronic, I'm gonna agree with you, and I'll
Me
explain
under
it to
the
you.
bus, you know, I'm telling you how to reverse the whip.
Hold on, Chronic.
Yeah, you had to. You had to.
I chose to.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, we could hear you now.
But when men are speaking,
Gucci.
wait till we've stopped. I'm going mad.
Hey,
Fuck
Gucci, are
off,
you
Chronic.
out?
I agree with
Gucci.
Chronic. You know, I agree
Gucci,
with
are you out?
Look at that
Yeah,
man.
she's out, man. Get her
Yeah, that's
Mexican music in the
yeah, that's where
background.
that music's coming from.
Oh,
Ah,
I'm
cool,
in
cool.
Turkey. I'm in
With
Turkey.
mind games.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm in
yeah, yeah.
You're in
Turkey. But you
Turkey,
know what
well
it is, yeah?
behaved.
You know what it is? I agree with Chronic, yeah? You know, Chronic Sharp. I agree with Chronic here. You know why? You see, when a woman has money and she can make money, if she don't like you, she's not gonna respect you. And especially if you're some guy that's not doing nothing for her. And guess what? You can still be doing everything for her, and she's not gonna respect you.
Papoose.
You see, women that got money, they have a different mentality. I'm telling you.
Brother for her.
Huh?
Brother, you find who she does respect and punch him over.
What'd you say?
Going too mad. Like, our clock I'm going mad. If
Do you
you
know
start
what?
saying
I'm
him,
gonna.
I can't hear you.
and
What'd you
I'm
say?
Mind
going
games,
mad.
Do you
mind
know what?
games,
Do you
mind
know?
games.
To be
It's
fair,
kicking
yeah,
in.
I don't really think it's down to if a woman's got money, she's not gonna respect you. I feel like it's down to how the guy's acting,
Yes.
because
Yes.
whether you
Play
obviously
that.
you're as
Lady
a
in the Tramp,
woman,
play that.
but you're already established in it, so it's never about money. At the end of the day,
100%.
you're
It's about
taking this
love,
man. One
life,
second, you're taking this
You know how
man
many
for.
women mind man?
Be
You
honest,
know how many women mind
beauty.
man?
No, because you said if a woman's got money
Yeah.
and the guy da 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 da, you're not gonna respect him. I'm not agreeing with that. I'm saying as a woman that's making money and doing her own thing and she's established financially, mentally and spiritually, you're taking this man for how he presents himself to you at the time. Yeah. Now, if you need to
Yo, the
talk up to a
background's
set,
loud, you know, Miss
yeah,
Home
you
Chief,
need
man.
to,
Yeah, it's
Your
bad.
yeah,
No,
background's
I
too
can't hear you.
loud.
What'd you say?
you have to mute
Background's
up
too
until you're
loud.
talking.
Let her land, please.
No, you need to go on mute until you're
We
talking,
can't
G.
hear
The
her.
background's
Until
mad.
she's gonna talk.
Oh, hold on. Let me mute it. Let me mute it for a little bit. Go on, babe. I'm gonna mute it for 1 second. Go on, babe.
Yeah, the background's mad loud.
Yeah, so basically what I'm saying is, yeah, you're gonna take a man for how he presents himself to you. So whether he's got money or not, you actually don't care regardless. It's neither here nor there. Whatever he's doing, it's
And
never
mercy.
about money. You're taking him for who he is. So if you don't respect him, if I don't respect a man, that's because he doesn't deserve the respect.
Well,
For me not to respect you, it's not about financial, it's not about anything
Yeah.
personally and physically.
Yeah, but Firefly, you have to remember this.
I
This
agree with
is
that.
how a lot of things are nowadays, isn't it?
Where's the
When I went,
party?
Guys,
yeah,
Man
I'm
said
really
it's a
like,
pastor and it's a civilian. She only been prison
listen,
technically. I can't deal
as
with
it's
a
more
this.
pastor,
civilian than a
yeah.
Can we listen
civilian.
to David? Can we listen to
Wait, let me
David,
can
land.
please?
we let
Can we
can we
listen to
let the
David, please?
pastor and the
Yeah.
civilian talk, please, guys? Come
Listen,
on now.
as a
Jesus.
pastor civilian, yeah, I've only been to jail twice, yeah. That was to
Mhm.
do one was for preaching ministry, one was to do another talk, yeah. And
Mhm.
look,
Stop.
so it wasn't for breaking the law. I'm a full-time 100% man of God. But Miss
Mhm.
Fly Fly, yeah, you're saying like this a good person or a guy that's spiritual, mature, and all that stuff, yeah. But tell the
Mm.
truth, yeah, I think majority of women they want the road, man, the rugged, the risk. There's a risk
Okay.
involved.
Bro,
There's
you're
Let
like
me
looking,
let me
Road
explain
bro,
it.
man.
you're
I
getting,
Let
like
me
bro,
You're
them.
respond to
looking
you're
wicked
getting
David.
off
feeling
topic,
towards
Let
the
bro.
road
let
man.
me
I
let
That's
me
believe
not
it.
even the
respond to
topic we're
David.
on.
Let me
That's not even
respond
the
to
topic
Yeah,
we're
you
David.
on.
know.
Let me respond to David. So you see the unfortunate thing with girls, yeah, girls and some women, right, is that a lot of girls and some women are not haven't been able to give themselves things. Okay, so when they meet
Amen.
certain men, these men are the ones giving them this lifestyle.
Amen.
So unfortunately, it gets to
The
their
uncles,
mind.
man.
It gets to their mind, and they
They're not just
forget who
uncles,
they
bro.
are, and they
It
forget
started off
that
with them.
without the man, they're just the normal regular person. They're
Girls are
just
getting flown to
normal. No.
Dubai
All right,
without
babe.
even
So
meeting the guy.
one
Oh
second.
my God, say it again, Connie.
So
Oh, £62. No.
you see the unfortunate thing is that when you're dealing with women, yeah, you see women that are not mentally strong enough to a certain point and they're not understanding what they want for themselves out of life, yeah. they're always going to be trying to finesse a guy and always trying to get them the guy that's the
Girls
in
that
the
are on
main crowd.
OnlyFans.
They're always going to be trying to get the guy that's got looks like he's got the most money,
That's the
and
only fans.
because they haven't understood that being flashy and doing all them things, it doesn't mean most guys that are being flashy, they're not even got no money.
You know,
They're
webcam
renting,
That's
is
why I
the
they're
said
new
from the
getting
start,
government,
it's a
innit?
rental.
facade.
It's a facade. It's a persona. Most girls don't understand. Some guys are like saving up on borrowing just to buy that one belt that they're wearing just for that one night. So
So most guys
they're
are saving up or going to work just to get the girl the one little
right,
thing what she wants.
or there's men that are just literally going to work, living a normal life, and they're paying their
Well, that baby, I'll
bills.
lick that for you.
They're not behind on their rent, but those guys are not flexing enough for them. Do you understand? And that's because they haven't understood life.
Babe, can I say?
Let's have
That's
it
why I
right.
said there's a
The
difference
cost
Well, if
of
they
between
don't know what
girls.
if they
relationship
don't know what
has
has
Babe,
gone
gone
can I,
wrong,
higher.
can,
don't
can,
come
can I,
out
can
here
I,
and
can
start
I,
blaming
can I say
people
something
for the
here?
mistakes.
There's a
Can I say
difference
something?
between girls and women, and that's what
Can I,
we need
can I,
to
can I, can I, can I,
establish here.
can I say something quickly? Yeah. The other day I was at work here and I was with one of my Asian colleagues. Yeah, a girl, beautiful girl, beautiful, banging. Yeah, 10-10. Yeah. You know what she
Wow.
asked me? She's like, my man's gonna take me to Alton Towers. It's £29. Yeah, for a ticket. Do you think it's worth it? Because guess what? Yeah. My man works really hard. I don't want to waste his money. You see, you know when she said that to me, yeah? I went down and I sat in my office and I sat on my desk and I was like, bro, this girl's beautiful, yeah. She's probably a virgin because she's Indian. She's only like 20 something, yeah. And like she's got consideration that her man is paying £29. The problem is a lot of black
And no
Do you know,
black
guys,
girl
yeah.
thinking like
hold on,
that.
Gucci.
Hold
Do you know
on,
Gucci?
No
No,
black
hold
hold
on,
on.
girl
wait.
is
Let me
thinking
explain
like
to
Wait,
that.
her.
wait, 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 wait. Hold on,
That
Gucci.
black girl, that's
Hold on,
crazy.
Let me
Gucci,
land.
Gucci. Wait, hold on, Gucci. But before you land, yeah, Gucci. See the problem with that girl is, yeah,
Yeah.
she was raised to be a wife. She already
Yeah.
That's why I
understands that.
respect her. Let me land. Let me explain to her. Let me explain to her because you know what, yeah? You see in London, as a female, if you hang around with the wrong females, yeah,
Yeah.
you can fuck up your life, yeah. And I'm gonna explain it to you. See, when that girl said that to me, I sat down on my desk and I said to myself, bro, this girl, yeah, is looking at her man and she's complaining, not complaining, but she wants to make sure if her man spending £29, yeah, it's worth it. And then I'm around females, yeah, and they think a man loves them because a man's buying them drinks in a club. And I'm just like, thank God I'm not dumb like that. A lot of females are tricked by their friends and social media. Let's say, for example, yeah, Cassie and Diddy. When Cassie and Diddy was all good, they were everyone's goal couple. Everybody wanted to be Cassie and Diddy. But when we got to find out what really happened behind closed doors, who wants to be Cassie and Diddy?
No one.
Let's stick to
Nobody.
problems and solutions. Yeah, because we spoke about the problem of guys grooming, and we said we ain't seen that one. Here's one we are seeing. What about the normalization of OnlyFans? Because that's the next government.
No. You see, with me, yeah, no offense to anybody. I always say this to anybody. You see, the only thing that will ever break me in my life, if I ever had a sex tape out, or if I ever sold
No one's
myself
looking to
for
power
money.
couples no more. They're looking at the
Hold
Kim
on a minute.
Kardashians and girls that can make it themselves.
Listen. They're looking
By
at the
busting it
listen.
open.
They are looking at the wrong goal couples. Guess what? You see the right goal couples, yeah. You don't
Do you know
even know
what?
Them
I
what
have
is
sold
to
in it.
by.
interject. Sorry, do you know what, Gucci? I have to interject because you see
You don't
all of
you don't
that.
even have to
Yeah.
To
even watch
me,
no
no,
one.
I do.
Yeah.
That wait 1 second, yeah, because you see all of that, yeah. To me, it's
Yeah.
BS. Why are people idolizing these fake
Yeah.
people?
Yeah,
What is
man.
all
Because
of
they're
this?
mad.
Trust
Yeah.
me,
What is
man.
all of
Why?
this?
No
No
one ain't
Oh,
got their
oh,
mind.
Why?
one.
couples.
The
No one
reason
ain't got
why
their
Because
they're
they're
minds right.
mad.
idolizing
No,
them
one
because they
second.
make him money
Because they're
No,
mad.
without taking
what,
order.
but 1 second, what is
Take
all
me
of
for who
this?
I
Gold
am.
couples. Why are not people walking with God and asking, thinking to themselves, do you know what? I
Man.
just want to be true to who I am as a woman and a human being and get on with my life, and the right man's going to come in my path and
You know
just
why?
work
Because
with that
social
and
media.
just,
See money, you
Social
can't
yeah,
see
media.
but
God.
right, but this is
Be
the
with the
this is
right
the
Listen.
thing.
man.
To
Be with
consume,
the man that loves you.
100%. You know
but
what it
one,
is?
can I
Be with
just,
a man
You
that
because I'm
can't
loves
keep
shouting
saying
you.
over
social
Be with the
media
everybody.
man
because you know
One
why?
second,
Joshua, Joshua,
that
hold on.
messages you
one
every
second,
morning.
guys, because
Hold
I'm
on. You can't
shouting,
blame
yeah.
social
Can I
media because
just,
we're grown
can I,
people. We should we should
right,
use our
that's what,
initiative not to
can I
follow
just
that.
talk for a sec here? Because I don't want to be shouting over everyone and stuff, yeah.
You know what?
The,
You know.
because you see, for me, You see, for me, right, I'm hearing, like, when we was talking about the kids, it's always a blame game. Social media, grow couples,
Mm,
this person.
mm.
No, take effing accountability for yourself and your life. Forget even your friends. How can your friends influence you to make
You're
you
a
make
grown
some
big woman. Mm.
stupid? But do you think one of my mother's friends can influence her to make any stupid decisions?
Do you want another
Nope.
shot, Dan?
Or one of
Yeah,
my
but yeah, but
aunties?
yeah, but I'm not
No.
being funny.
Right.
Yeah,
So
you
Another
see your mom
another shot.
respectfully.
Give
Your
them
mom
2
grew up in a
shots.
different
come
era.
on.
Yeah.
We're in the era.
No,
We're in
I'm
the
no, but
era
I'm
of
no.
social
Okay.
media. We're in the era of social media. We're in the era
Yeah, but
of
bro, you
people
can't let
But
getting
social
why?
media
One
no,
second.
no,
control
but
you
Why
though,
did?
bro.
Why did I get
Level,
Gucci? Let me
level,
say
hold
one
up,
with
level,
Gucci.
level,
oh
level,
shit.
level,
Let
level.
me
One voice,
let me
one voice,
Crazy.
one voice,
what I'm
people.
Can you
£1.
mute up for a sec? Because your background is so loud, my love. Please.
One.
what I'm saying is
Thank
yeah,
you.
we're in an era yeah where it's a lot easier to be influenced because there's a lot of social media and a lot of people are a lot easily influenced. You get what I'm trying to say to
Right.
you?
And
Yeah.
no, but let me tell you why I use that as an example. Because, why I said, do you think my mum or auntie? Because what I'm trying to show you is, yeah, I'm not influenced. You think I was influenced by that gold couple? What it was? What is it? P Diddy and whatever, whoever she is. I'm not. Oh,
Massive.
bad bitches. Da, da, da. Why?
No,
Why
but
do people care about these things?
no,
Why are
but
girls
fly.
bothered about these things?
What I'm saying, one reason why I interjected, because bare people said bare things and I can't answer all of it, but the reason why I interjected, yeah, I really, really don't like, yeah, when people use their parents, yeah, as examples of what's going on now, because it was a total different
Amen.
time. Wait,
Pinky.
No, I'm not using. Okay,
please, hold up.
you misconstrued. You
Hold up.
misconstrued what I
No, no, no.
said. That's why I want to stick a pin on you because I wasn't
Okay,
using my parents as an example. I was given leverage to the point of what I'm saying. Me as a female of the generation that we are all, I'm presuming we're all the same generation. I'm not
yeah.
influenced by this. So why is it such a small percentage of women like me that are not influenced by these things? Because then I use my parents as they weren't influenced, but like you said, it was a different time. But the point I'm trying to get to, why is women's minds so sidetracked and they're so confused and they're so busy with things that's not important, that's not benefiting them
Social
and
media, my
nourishing
love.
their mind?
She's right.
Social
Social media is
media.
bare
No,
different
she is, but
personality, bro. It's
Social
bare
no, but
media. I
different
blame
different
social media
characters.
for
One,
everything.
one voice, one voice, one voice.
Sorry, I blame social media for everything, and I'm gonna explain it. A lot of
No, I blame
bitches.
self for being wasted. Girls that are
No,
all
but
do.
you can't
I know.
say that.
No, I can say that. Let me tell you why. Yeah, because everybody has to take accountability, right? And I can be stick and stone for it. But you see, that it's seeking attention and validation. That's what these girls are doing.
Validation.
That's what they're doing.
Where's
It's
everyone's
nothing
kids
else.
I,
now?
you know, I see it from
Because
both
it's
It's
not
nothing
perspectives.
we're
Yeah.
else.
on TikTok and the kids are on the clock.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it and pretend. Let's keep it real, trilly. However we want to say, real is real. It's seeking attention and
fly, fly.
validation.
Yeah, Miss
You
Fly
see what
Fly.
you're
Yeah,
saying, yeah? You
yeah.
see what you're saying, Fly. There's nothing wrong in what you're saying, yeah? And it should be more people should think how you're saying you think. But what I'm saying is we're living in a time where it is a lot harder for people to think like that because there's so much influences from the outside world. You see, with social media, when you're sitting with your man at home, I touched on this before. When you're sitting with your man at home, and I don't know, he might have bought you an Astra. You're seeing the next girl that's been bought a Merc. You're seeing somebody else. That's why it's harder to block that out. Back in the day, like you said with your mom, that they didn't have that. Do you get what I'm trying to say to you? And to touch on
No,
another point that you
definitely.
lot said as well, yeah, for the most part, yeah, if you are in a relationship, yeah, and I'm not talking from experience or nothing like that, yeah, but if you are in a relationship, yeah, where a woman's in a lot better financial position than you, yeah, especially if it's not a thing where you've been together for time, you was okay, but you just fell down a bit for this particular period, yeah, she is gonna more time lose some sort of respect for you. If she's got to cover most of the things, because that's the man role. The man's
But
supposed
not
to
a bad
provide.
thing, man.
So if
Think.
you
Oh, sorry, let me not say
you
that.
get,
Let me not say that.
you
Let me.
know, so
That's
if
why.
you lot are going places and she's covering most of the things all the time, like that's you know what I say to you, like because bro, furthermore, oh, no, let me never talk.
Well, then that's a
Anyway,
fake girl. Do you
Yeah,
know
but
why
that is a
she's a
fake
fake?
girl
Do you
because you
know
know
what?
why? When you're
Let
up,
me land, yeah.
you're looking after everyone.
Yeah. Let me say why that's a fake
Nah,
woman
man,
then,
that's
yeah.
fucked up,
And
man.
she's not real because you see what it is, right? If she's gonna be the one that's the main breadwinner, but she's watching you and she's slightly got an issue with it, that means she's not real to your situation. And this is what people do. They pretend that they accept you for who you are, and really they're not happy with who you are. And later on down the line, these,
Progression though. That's not being unhappy with
like you said,
someone. There's no
Boom,
progression.
bad.
like no,
Yes.
no, because if I'm the main breadwinner, my guy doesn't. I make more money, so when we're going out, I'm spending more of the money. I've already accepted that because otherwise you wouldn't have been my man. Do you understand where I'm going with
For
this?
real.
If a
Well,
burglar comes
might
knocking at
wear
your door, more
Tyson then.
bad.
Imagine
For
every time you
me,
lot go out
for
for meal
me,
and you're pulling
no,
out your
but no,
card
but this is why
and
you
he's
have to
asking, can you do
accept
the
the person
dishes?
that you're
I
with.
feel like
No, this is why
done.
let me land on what I'm trying to say. In a partnership, this is a valid point of this conversation. It's very important to accept who you are with. Because if you're saying to me, I'm with this brother and his financial situation is his and mine is mine, I've already accepted that and I have knowledge of that. So why when we're fully in the relationship, yeah, and it's still the same thing, that means I haven't tried to help you and we haven't done nothing as a partnership to try to change your financial situation. How can I then be
You know,
vexed?
you know,
I knew
theory, you
your
know, theory,
financial situation
you know,
before.
theory, you know,
Years
theory and
ago,
practice is
but
two
when it
different
gets to
things,
six,
isn't it?
7 years
You
and
know,
that, like,
theory and
what the
practice is two
blow?
different things, isn't it?
Yeah, because
Say that
it
again,
gets.
Theory,
sorry.
He says
I'm saying, yeah,
theory and practice is
theory
two
and
different
practice
things.
is two different things.
Because
So
yeah,
you could get with somebody, you could get sorry, David, yeah, you could get with somebody, yeah, and no,
Hmm.
okay, he's not really right now, but he's telling you, yeah, I'm gonna try and do this and I'm gonna try and do that. But you see this and that and that and this and this and that and that and this might not work out. So you see, for the first month, it might be okay for you to do X, Y, Z. But by the second, the third, and the fourth month, if it's not that, you might feel different. Like if a man's living in your house, yeah, you know, you could tell the man, like, raw, you know what, yeah, right now, yeah, I don't really want you coming in at 2 and 3 in the morning. That disturbs me. You need to come in earlier.
What?
If a man's got his own house, you can't do that. If a man's banging music loud in your house, you could say, hey, turn that down. But he's living with you, so it's already a power shift. Do you get what I'm saying to you? You can
Yeah, but
actually
this is
start
what
to
you see.
tell.
You see
You
what
know what
you're
I'm
No,
saying?
but
saying.
sorry, but Pinky, that depends. You see, like Congolese women, for example, let's be honest. Congolese
That's
mums,
different, though.
yeah,
You've
whether
gone
the
somewhere
husbands
else,
are
though,
living
Gooch.
with them or not, they're still the head of the house.
Right.
Yeah, but that's the Gooch. You know that's different. In our culture, the man runs things regardless. Do you get what
Yeah.
I'm gonna say to you? Yeah, especially if we're talking about in Congo, the man runs things regardless. But
Yeah, but Pinky, Pinky, talk about a little more verity. Pinky, you know the problem is, yeah,
With
a
a
lot of
Congolese
men want to
man.
attract women with money. They want to attract women with money, and then when they go broke, they expect these women to like them for what they have. Bro, if you try to move to a girl and sell yourself with money, she's going to love you for money. But if you sell yourself for who you are, the girl's going to love you for who you are, regardless.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
but
get
guess
that. I
what? But
get
guess
that.
what? Girls are not on that nowadays,
Are
though. Where,
changes.
all
yeah,
girls
who
on
But
you
that.
who you
are.
are changes. If you meet me and I've got bare money, I'm the money man, because I'm by myself. Now you want to go hackathons every 3 days. Of course it's going to change.
Chronic, can I ask you a question? Chronic. Big man thing, let me ask you a
Investing
question.
to a woman by
Chronic.
buying a house, buying a
All right,
car. Now they
Chronic,
want you to
Chronic,
invest into
Chronic.
But
handbags.
All right, Chronic, let me ask you a question.
what you
Chronic.
lot are saying is not
No,
realistically
Chronic, let me ask you a
happening.
question. Chronic, yeah? Let's say, for example, yeah, if I was with you, yeah, and you had your peas, yeah, and I'm enjoying life with you, yeah, and then when you go down, yeah, I start acting funny. As a man, are you not going to realize that?
Say that again, Gooch.
The
I
question, you
said,
man,
yeah,
was
let's say, for
that.
example, I'm with you now, yeah. Let's say I met you now.
Yeah, he's gonna realize that if he's smart, though. If he's on
Let's say,
point,
for
he will
example,
notice it.
I've met you now. You've got bare peas, yeah. Cool. You're taking me out, etc., and stuff like that. Let me tell you something. You see, when a woman generally likes a man, yeah, she doesn't care about certain things. But at the same time, but you see, if you're a man and you're all you're doing is try to, a lot of men don't have personalities. All they have is money. Oh, I can do better than your guy, rated, all them, etc. All them things. And you attract this girl, and then you ain't no longer got money. It's you to blame because you attracted her with your money. But you see, if you meet a girl that genuinely likes you and you don't introduce certain things to her, because you gotta remember, certain behaviors, yeah, they're picked up by habits. If you're a man, you meet a girl, you're like,
The
oh my god,
character
I'll take
guy
you
will
out.
always lose to the money man. Stop it.
What you say?
Told the
TI
truth.
will
It is
always
the
lose to
truth.
the money man.
That's what I'm
Stop
But a
it.
saying. This Gooch is
character,
trying to
okay.
run away
But
from
Because
it, you
okay,
know.
but wait,
character,
Tell
one
you,
wait,
thing,
wait,
you're
wait.
trying
let
to
me
go
land,
into
let me land.
some
Hold
some
on,
fairy
hold
Character
dust,
on,
nothing,
boy.
bro. I don't
Some
go
hold
fairy
after
tale
on.
women
land,
for
boy.
Judges
Guys,
that
money.
can
because
I
they got
just
the
Wait a
I
see
minute.
power.
got my money.
One
Yo,
second.
level,
Comic
level,
said
level.
something, yeah. The character guy loses to money guy or whatever. But
Every
what type of
time.
But no, but every time nothing, because what type of girl is he losing? He ain't losing to no
All
upstandard
right, let me
wife.
answer it.
He's not losing to a wifey material
No,
girl.
no, no, he is. Let me show you
So
what
how is he
happens.
losing? So how is he
Let me show
losing?
you what happens. Let me answer this. One, when you get with someone when you're young, you don't need money. It's love. Oh, you're looking at each other. You're doing all these things. When you get with someone as an adult, money needs to be involved in this relationship. Yeah, that when you start having,
Yeah.
you're doing
But
more than
Chronics,
just.
let me explain
Hold
something
on,
to you.
one
Sorry
second,
to
one second,
interject,
one
Chair.
second,
Sorry, go on.
1 second. Because when you're just
Yeah, but
beating,
Chronic, you never heard when the gal was talking about the Asian gal?
no, wait, wait.
£29. She didn't want a man to pay the £29, bro. She felt
But that's the
away.
difference.
Come on,
That's
bro.
the
No,
difference
no,
because
no,
of what
wait,
she
No,
one
was
all
second.
right,
explaining
wait.
to her.
Let me
Wait,
say
hold
this.
on.
Let him
They're
land,
all,
yes, because I wanna
those two
want
people
to
are still
reply
part
to
of our
him.
society.
That's in theory. Her saying, "Oh, should she pay or should I?" bet she still made the guy pay. Yeah, you know, so what I'm trying to say,
Who? What are you talking about?
did
No,
the
no, make
guy
him
spend
carry on,
the
carry on, carry on.
29 or not?
No, they didn't go. They didn't go. She didn't go. You know
Right,
what she
that's
said to
fine.
me?
That's fine. Yeah,
She
but
didn't go. You know what she
You
said to
said
me?
no.
She said that, you
No,
know
one
what, the
No,
second,
man
but let
is
Tunji.
too
Chronic
much
Yeah,
land.
for
I
her.
just
one
want
second.
Chronic to land. I just want Chronic to land. I just want
One
Chronic.
second, please. Yeah, let him
Why,
land
Josko,
because
man?
he said the main thing because I want him to explain what he's saying because I disagree. The character man is losing to the money man,
Yeah,
yes,
but
but what type of woman is he losing to? Not no wifey material that
Yeah,
you're
all
he's
right,
bringing
trying.
home
cool.
to
He's
your
trying
fat
Let
to
me
your
answer
answer
pet.
that.
that.
He's trying to answer it, but everyone's talking over him. Everyone needs to mute.
You
Yeah,
can hear
please
it's
let him
mad for me,
answer.
innit? Yeah.
Yeah, I want him
No,
to
but I know
answer.
what it is. I lose my train of thought, innit? So it's only because she just quickly reminded me, I caught back my train of thought. So what I mean by the
See it
character
there?
guy loses to the money man every single time is because if you're just beating or whatnot, you can have a hella character. But if you're building in a relationship now, character alone can't build a relationship. Not a like a partnership. Where a partnership in what? In running a household. In what? Building and having a kid. All of these things include money. And soon as you don't have that money, you could have all the character. Like she's going to cheat with the guy
Yeah, I agree.
that
I
has the
agree. Especially,
paper
I agree with Chronic.
because
Let me
he
tell you
can
something,
support
yeah?
her. She has
You
no
see,
support. So that's what it is. Character
I
doesn't
agree with
support
Chronic.
someone.
Well, do you know what? To be fair, I do agree, but then it goes back to what Pinky said, and I think it was David. Then that's why I said it's fake, then, because you see what it is. As a woman, if you've entered a relationship with this person and you know their situation, all you should be trying to do is build with each other. At no point of time should you be trying to ditch this guy now because of money. Because you should always, because you see me, I don't financially want a guy to have to support me because I can't support
Amen.
myself. I
Yes.
just want a
Glass on the
man.
other side, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about the collective of
Someone who's
women.
got
Yeah.
money can lose to someone with character because that's what they're lacking. You've got money, you're doing it. Someone with character can lose to someone with the people. It's the yin and yang. The opposite
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah,
is
can
yeah.
the
lose
He's
with
grass
right.
on
He's
the
everything,
right.
other
He's
side.
Chronic.
right.
What someone will go
He's
for.
right. He's right.
But
He's right.
imagine,
He's
yeah,
right.
Miss Fly. Imagine Miss Fly is your birthday. Yeah, your girls come out, your guys turned up or whatever, and it's time to pay. Yeah, imagine a man just walks out like a grand on the table. I got this, babes. That's gonna make you feel like what? But
No, babe.
imagine if a man say, "Oh, do you know
No,
It's
what?
gonna
no,
make
no,
you.
no, no.
Can you cover
Man,
No,
this?
that
it's
sorry,
Can
man.
you
That
depending.
do
cover it
that.
for me?"
Man, that do that.
No,
Hold on,
depending
wait,
on
wait,
the
hold on,
girl
wait,
that
wait.
ain't got money like that.
Everything
Hold
is
on.
going
You see,
wrong
men that
now,
do that. You see, men.
bro.
See, hold on,
The
wait,
guy's
wait.
broke.
Listen,
Yeah.
you see, men that do that,
A
yeah.
grand is
See, men
nothing.
that do that to me. No, but you see, men that do that, yeah. To me, yeah,
My
they
man
clowns,
ain't paying
bro.
for my French
They
drinks,
clowns.
bro. My man ain't paying for my French drinks
Exactly.
because you
Yeah.
know what? There's
Play
boundaries.
for everybody's
My
stuff.
man is
Nah,
not
man.
paying for
You
my
doing
man.
it?
My friends can never go to my man and say to my man, "Ah, buy me a drink. Are you on crack? Are you smoking crack?" Guess what? You see what my friend?
Miss Gucci, be honest, yeah. If you had a
Yeah,
man and you lot all
yeah.
went out and do you know what? My man is covering everybody.
Never,
That will
No.
make you
never,
feel like this is a
never,
real man. And
never,
that's why when Chronic,
never,
no, but
Are
Miss
you
Gucci,
mad?
never.
wait, when
Where's my
Chronic
Are
shoes?
said,
you?
yeah,
Are you
My,
listening to what you're
my
saying,
man
wait,
got
let
bro?
the
me land,
books.
yeah.
My man got the
Let the
books.
pastor preach for a
Leave
minute,
what these
yeah.
guys are saying.
I'm not collecting no
Rabaka shaka
offering today, I
preach.
promise.
Can
Yeah, but
I?
if a guy
I know
turns up
what
and he
David.
can
I
do
know
that,
what David. Let me just say, as a woman, yeah, I know
yeah,
what you're saying in it.
yeah,
There
My
yeah.
man
are
ain't.
guys out there, like what David's saying, where if you're going out, it's me and my three friends. He's paying
Fraud
for
man.
everything. It's not that. It's
Covered.
my man. 1 second, my man's never the books in it. Like, let's not get this twisted here.
Yeah.
He's obviously just that guy that can fortunately cover
He's
what it
got
is,
it.
and because these are women and he's the man,
But
and
my
he's
friends
with
can't
his
ask him
woman,
though.
That's not.
1 second, you're missing the point. David's not saying any woman's asked anything. He's saying you've gone out with your man and he's just literally paid for everything. That's what he's
My
saying.
man
No
not
one's
doing that.
asked.
Alright,
My man's not
Okay,
doing
that.
that.
Let me show you what I
one
done. Let
second.
me show
My
you.
man's
Let me
not.
show
Let
Let
you
me
me
talk.
something.
My man's not
interject.
doing that
I
because when we
just,
go out, we're
Wait.
talking
I
about
just
it.
interjected because I'm just saying your man would never be doing that. That's fine, but unfortunately, what David's saying is real. There's men out there that are doing that right now as we're sitting
That's
here on
that,
this
Alright,
Ben.
but
live.
can
That's
I
up
say
to
something,
them.
please?
That's
Could
up
I
to
say
them.
something?
I'd rather collect the
Hey,
money for
It
myself.
doesn't
That's up to
mean.
could
them.
I say
It
something?
doesn't mean. It does.
Could I
1
say
second.
something, please?
It doesn't mean. Yeah, go for it.
All right, look. All I want to say is this, yeah. Go this way. You see, when a man does that, yeah.
Yeah.
Now the friends are looking at him like, oh, they might slide behind her back to try and link
Just
him.
though, or comprehend. You understand?
Yeah,
You have to
man.
have boundaries. You see your friends. I don't care. You see girls like to talk. Girls like to talk rubbish. If you respect your man, yeah, you're not gonna go out and expect your man to pay for everything unless you're having a dinner. Your man's already pre-paid for it. If I'm going out with my man, yeah, and my man, my friends can never ask my man for a drink. I'm with my friend now. They
Why
can
would your
No,
never.
man?
no,
But
Gucci, they're
why?
not
But why
asking. He's
would
not
your friend
ask. They're not
ask your
asking
man
for a
for a
drink.
drink? That's
I'm
Because
saying
fine.
there's
that.
girls like that. There's
No, no, no,
girls
no,
like that.
Gucci.
Let's stop acting.
Wait, Gucci. What I'm saying,
Let's stop
yeah,
pretending.
There's
Gucci. What I'm
girls
Let's not
saying.
pretend
asking.
like
What?
if you went to a
I
rave and
I
the girl
don't
saw your man
know.
and be like, oh my god, that's my friend's man.
I don't know
Oh yeah,
that.
buy me
I
a drink,
don't.
please.
No,
Oh
but
yeah,
I'm
you
not
got the
gonna lie
most
to
clout. You
you.
can't ask my
No,
man
but
for no
Gooch,
fucking
Nah,
drinks.
Gooch,
I'm
I'm not gonna
lost.
lie to you. Yeah,
I'm lost.
you see, if it's a girl's birthday, yeah, and that's your girl, and I'm not
And
talking
you pay
about.
for everything, Pinky.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. I have
Yeah.
like,
Please,
what I'm
Rasta,
saying
who's
is,
No, but
that?
Pinky, that's her
Rasta,
no,
birthday.
no,
was that the
Justo. Let me land. Yeah. Yeah. If man are going out, yeah, and it's my thing's birthday, I've been with this thing for time. Remember, on my birthday, I'm getting like if the bill comes up to 6 bills or something like that, yeah, and I cover it, yeah. But on my birthday, my girl spent a grand five or something. That dinner's not even all man's gonna get. If things
Yes.
is coming in and I'm good at the time, yeah, and we've gone out for my thing's birthday and it's not a mad bill, it's not some crazy things. Yeah, man's done that, and nobody like the friends never said, "Oh, get me a drink" or
And
whatever.
this is what I
No, the
was
bill
trying.
just came,
Right.
and man just said,
bro,
"Ah,
bro.
boom, that these things
Can I?
happen. Let's not act like
This
it
Hey,
is
don't
bro,
this
happen."
see my
is
mum,
what
you know
I
my
was.
mum. Hey, see my mum. See my mum taught me something. Yeah. I did that
But
one
then
time. Yeah.
cigarettes.
My mum taught me one thing. Yeah. Don't ever do things like that because it's just gonna make other girls, her friends, be trying to
Amen.
link
That's
Yes.
you.
solo.
No,
Right,
bro,
but do you
you
know?
can't
But
do
can I
things like that.
just
Facts.
speak? Like I
I
was
know my
trying to say,
time.
yeah.
Me and my girl ain't
Even
in no
even
My
what
rave.
mama, you're
even
cool.
1 second, even what Pinky said is a bit like extravagant, yeah. I'm just
On
saying,
there, so.
going back off the thing of like what David was saying, yeah. There are some men that are real men, and it's like I'll use
That's not
myself as an
real men,
example. 1 second, that is me and two of my closest brethren, yeah, and this is my man. He is not gonna make my two friends buy a drink. He's gonna just buy them a drink. I'm not gonna give a shit that he's bought them one drink. Why are you? Or he's bought a bottle and he's giving them a drink. Like, what are we talking about here? I'm confused.
But that's
And
what I was.
my
No, but
relationship's
listen, yeah.
mental. We're not going to no club. Your friends are done. That it's so mad for you, yeah. That like I can't because remember, this
Why
is
do
a
your friends come
breeding
down? They can't
ground for
afford to buy
drawing.
drinks.
Why am I taking my girl that I've already drawn to where we draw people or where
You
people
might
get drawn
No,
remember,
no,
but
no,
we're
no.
not.
But
for
let's
me
say
to
you
be
Hey,
go,
buying
Ming,
you
drinks?
go
Are
to,
you
wait,
One
alright?
wait,
second.
wait,
Let's say you
hey,
One
go
Ming,
to
second.
Enish
wait,
One
wait,
Con.
second.
wait,
You're going
wait,
for
Let's say
hey,
you go
okay.
Ming,
to
One
hey,
Enish.
Ming,
second, because this doesn't
hey,
have to
Ming.
be in a rave. We could be in a restaurant,
Birthdays.
in
Yeah,
a
in a dinner.
restaurant.
It's a
You could
dinner
be
place.
anywhere. You're saying your a partner cannot buy a friend one drink. Like I don't. Is that?
no, you know what
It's
it is? You know what? My partner can buy my friend a drink, but guess what? My friend, yeah, can never come to me and be like, oh, get your man to buy
of
me a
course
drink.
not.
The
We're not
man
Oh,
can't.
saying
That's a
that.
liquor thing. That's a
you
liquor
can't
thing.
say
What we're
Still,
so. Of
saying,
course
still.
yeah.
not. Because some
That's
girl
a
are
liquor
like
Of course
thing.
that.
not.
Some
That's
girl come
Con,
to your
something.
man in the party and be like,
No,
oh, your man has to buy me drink.
that's totally separate. No, no, no. I don't know
Hello.
that. This is the first I'm hearing of anything like that. I'll be honest
You want
with
me to
you.
give her
I don't.
£10?
I've never heard of that before, where
Oh,
women
First,
are
I'm hearing man
asking.
are going to raves with their girl and their friends. Are you alright?
I've
yeah,
just never
yeah.
heard. This is the first I'm hearing of anything of the sort. To be honest, I don't know that
Hey,
type of
Ming,
The
behavior.
friends still
hey,
drawing
Ming.
people and bringing man
bro,
over here. No,
Hey,
no, no,
wait,
no,
wait,
stop.
Ming. Hey, Ming. I got a question for Ming, yeah? So,
yeah.
Ming, you see, if you're in a relationship, my bro, yeah?
Oh, so I
Yeah?
give him
Is
£10.
there any type of going out, any raving, any dinners?
Not
Okay.
raving. You said raving. You slipped raving in there. No
No, no,
raving.
no. Oh, no raving, so
Oh, yeah,
dinners is
Connie's not
fine.
going raving with her, man. Do you remember? No, I'm gonna go to the phone. I'm my phone. I want to show you my
So what?
phone.
I'm not
Dennis
into
is
that.
fine,
Yeah,
bro.
of course, there's gonna be. I told you, my type of raving is we fly to another country, or there might be a little something there. Yeah, we
No.
might have a little one,
Oh,
two
yeah.
step. Me and you though, not you, wife for that, but
No,
like
but
you know what I mean.
No, no, yeah, I
what
don't
if
get what
you're
you mean. I get what you
performing,
mean. I get
Connie?
what
You
you mean.
didn't
Yeah,
invite her.
like
If
if
you're
we can go to a
performing,
meal, it can be, but the meal's going to be surrounded by her family. Or it's someone's birthday. We're not going to a club and surrounded by strangers. But what if I have to let this thing go?
No problem.
Oh god.
Mad. Let me
but
go.
it's always gonna feel 10 times better, yeah, for a woman if it's her birthday and the guy says, "Babes, I got this covered." In
It's one
Yeah,
comparison
that's
birthday.
different.
to a man
Yes.
saying, if he's saying to you, "Do you know what, babes? Can you cover it?" and it's your birthday, you're not gonna be thinking about character
Mad.
then.
It's her birthday. It's a bit mad. If we're going to go out on her birthday, you know it's her birthday. We're just not going to go out on your birthday. We're going to go out the day
Yeah,
after
live
her
with. Why
day.
can't people just live within their means? Like, I don't understand all of this. If you're with a guy that he
A
knows
high
it's your
five.
birthday, he knows it's your birthday, he can't cover it. Was it Chronics that just said, why can't we just stay in or whatever? You got no pee. What?
It's high
No, it would
five.
definitely be that. No, it would
They don't
definitely be
do
that
I
if the
don't
peas ain't
understand.
there.
I just.
That
No,
happens. No, it would
no.
definitely be
You
that if
you
the peas
can't
ain't
have
there.
no peace on my birthday. You crazy? What do you mean you don't have peace on my
Yeah, but
birthday?
you need to
Because
remember, yeah,
no, what do you mean you
Gucci,
don't have peace on my
Gucci.
birthday?
Wait,
What
Gucci,
do you
We've
hear
seen
mean?
that
me
in the
out.
year
Because
already. We're
because
not doing
because
that.
what you need
Because
to what we're saying is, yeah, we're saying
yeah,
here is this is the man
yeah,
that his P situation had just always been paying, like he can just cover his bills and there's
yeah.
nothing really. So when it comes to your birthday, if he hasn't been smart enough or thoughtful enough, or maybe financially he just can't cover that. And your birthday, this is a guy that you already knew his financial situation. So
All
how are
right,
you
let me
going
give
to
it.
be angry?
All right,
Financial
cool. Let me give an
situation's
example.
calm.
All right,
I'm just not
cool.
getting
Let
falling
me.
into your pattern. Oh,
All
because
right,
you
cool.
rave and all that. I'm not doing
No, no, no,
raves.
no,
I
no, no,
don't
no, no.
rave.
Chronic, hold on. Yeah. The thing is, yeah. Let me explain something to you. And I say this to everyone, yeah. Right, the first year you might meet somebody your birthday September, you met them like in fucking August, July, June, no
All the
problem.
different stuff when
But
it's on
but
your
but,
pocket.
but etc. But you see, when it comes to if you've been with a man for over a year, for example, and your birthday comes and your man's not financially got you like that in the sense he doesn't have to pay for your friends, but to take you out, yeah, bro, there's some madness. Unless he's been raided by the police and took all his peace. But as a human being, the person I am, because I care for the people that I'm with. Every year, when it's my man's birthday or something, I save up. That's just me. So I'm expecting my man to have money unless he comes to me and he's like, oh, do you know what? I've been robbed. You can't turn around and tell me it's my birthday. We're staying at home. You must be smoking
I've
crack. I'm not
been
tolerating that.
robbed, you know.
I'm not
Then you
tolerating
telling me
that.
what you're
Oh
tolerating is
my
mad.
day,
You
I've
are
been
staying
robbed.
in the yard. You can soak on your birthday if you want, but I'm here. Like, yeah,
Chronic,
that's where it is.
chronic,
Like, you're not gonna be you're
chronic,
forcing this raving thing on me.
chronic. No, forget raving. Forget raving. Chronic, forget raving,
Get
yeah. Even if
Raven.
you
Mums, you're
chronic,
with me
chronic,
So
chronic,
now.
chronic, chronic, chronic,
So,
forget raving.
what you're saying,
You
one
know.
second, Jer, because you're saying, yeah, your boyfriend has to go and start doing
He
robberies to
needs
cover
money.
your
No,
birthday.
Robberies,
no. He needs to
me.
say he
Sesame
got
Street.
robbed.
I'm
That's
licking
the
her
Hold
only
on,
lips.
proof.
me.
She's accepting that he got
Well,
robbed. That's why
hold on,
he
mate.
needs
Did
to
I
No,
say
say
she's
that on
saying
his
got
robberies?
birthday.
I
robbed.
didn't say that. Listen to me. I said, yeah, if I
Japan,
got with my
push
man
flower,
the
sit down in
first
your blood
year,
clot yard.
no, hold on. If I got with my man the first year, he didn't have peace, I will understand that. But you see that the second year, if you save £10 every month, yeah,
Yeah,
you're
that's what I
going to have
said. A man,
you're going to have £100. You can buy me a perfume for £10. Do you know what it is? You see, with me, it's the
It's
thought
a
that
breeder
counts.
on her birthday. That's the only present I'm giving you.
What?
What's that? What's that?
Breeder on her birthday. That's the only present I'm
Chronic,
giving her.
shut up,
What do you mean
blood.
we're in clubs buying
Ah,
drinks?
Chronic, man.
It's
Chronic, shut up,
free. Get
man.
in the yard.
Blood. Hey, chronic, chronic,
Morning sex that
chronic.
you're giving her and the afternoon sex. You're not even supposed to think about raving at night time. You're supposed to be
All right,
tired and
Chronic.
mash up.
All right, listen, let me tell you something. Yeah? If I was with a man like Chronic, I'll be blood clot depressed.
You keep
Because
saying
things
that,
are
but like,
boring.
listen to me,
I'm
listen to me. Don't try
wait,
to manifest me into your
boring.
life
can
because
I,
if,
can I,
Chronic, I'm not
if,
manifesting my life right
yeah,
now.
if
I'm
I was with a
manifesting
man like Connie,
you.
if you was with a man like Connie, you
Chronic.
wouldn't be on TikTok now.
What'd you say?
If you was with a man like Chronic, you wouldn't be on TikTok now.
We're lying. Because you,
Headlock.
guess
My bad.
what? Hold
What do
on,
you mean I'm
hold on,
lying?
hold
Evidence.
I've
on.
got three
All
baby
right. Let me
mums.
just
Not one of them's
let
got
me
a
Chronic,
tell
social
what
media
we not
account.
this. Let me
we're
tell what
lying.
we not this.
How
Stop
can
We're
you say
this,
I'm
because
lying.
we know
lying
where
if
this
I've
is
got
gonna
three
go.
baby
Hold
mums
on,
and
no,
you just
Chronic.
jumped
Gooch,
on social
Chronic,
Cron,
media?
lying.
Gooch, Cron, allow it. You don't know where this is gonna go. You
no,
don't
No,
know
it's
hold
not
where
on,
gonna
this
go
thing
Chronics,
nowhere.
is.
wait,
No, but I
Chronics,
talk from
Chronic.
experience, innit?
Can I
Hey,
ask you a
me and
question?
Chronic were
I
like
mean,
water and
let me,
electric.
Yo,
let me
But you
any
ask
can't
get
a
say
the
I'm
thing
genuine
lying
was
when I say
called
a
question.
Heartless
fact.
Wednesday.
Let me ask Chronic a genuine question, yeah, just out of
Beck,
curiosity,
ask
like, and
Chronic, if
hear
his
the
girl was
like
pregnant, would he buy
passion
his girl
in his
mangoes?
in
Would he
his
go to the
voice
shop?
about um
Man, I can't hear her.
the raving, yeah. Why are you so against the raving with your partner, or your is it your partner raving or you raving with your partner, if you don't mind explaining that?
Yeah, that is both. Yeah, it's both. Yeah, so what I'm against, yeah, is anything that single people do now that we're in a relationship. We're
Chronic
not doing
Muslim, by the
single
way. He's
stuff.
One
Muslim.
Hold
second,
on, let me answer the
Gucci.
question.
Please let
Let me
him
answer
land.
the question. Yeah? One, I'm against single behavior. Two, I'm against anything that could put us in any type of harm's way. That might not even be physical harm, that could be harm to our relationship. So I can't see what good can come out of us being in a party. Like, I can't see any good that can come out of it. Not relationship goals. So, so we can choose somewhere else to go. Forget your friends. You're not with your friends no more. Because
Chronic, yeah.
tomorrow,
So
when
are
it's
you
not
one
your
second.
birthday,
So are
what's
you
birthday?
saying?
kids.
So
Chronic,
I
you're
say
I got
you're
a
saying.
not with your
girl.
So are
friends
you
no
saying
more.
Listen,
that
Chronic, Chronic.
people that rave is it's only people that are single that go raving?
From the
No, he's
sounds
No,
of
not
it.
saying
no.
that. He don't want his
Single
girl to be
people, there's a
raving.
higher chance of someone who's single meeting someone for the night, and not even the right person, but someone in a club than they would do in Sainsbury's. And that's good because that's where single people go to.
So you have trust issues then?
No, I have control issues, and because I am
Okay.
the leader of our relationship, so I'm gonna choose where's good for us and where's not
No,
you.
because
But why? No, why? What's wrong with a party? If I
because
was
he
your
don't like
partner?
that.
One second. I just wanna. If hypothetically I was your partner and there was a party going on, and I'm not really a goer out, but this time I want to go to this party. Why would I not be? What would you be saying to me?
So,
Why
all
it's
right,
not good for
cool.
me to
What you've
go?
highlighted there, yeah,
Oh
is that
shit.
if you're with someone and this is an experience for them, yeah, we can share an experience. As in, like, yeah, this girl never go. You've met her from Mukuland, she never goes out. You're in London, you're the London boy. If that's something that you think is whatever is good for you, yeah, you can go on a little experience. But you're not gonna be your whole single life. You was in clubs, in clubs, in clubs. Now we're together. You want to go back to the club, so you want to go back to single life.
No.
You've been to clubs
So,
before.
you're
You've
so
done
basically okay. So what you're saying is, as long as it's not a regular occurrence, once here in a blue moon's no problem, basically. Because
blue moon's not an experience.
a
Wait,
woman
wait, wait.
because of the why I said here in a blue moon, because like I said, you could be in a relationship and you're not a goer out or you don't rave, but on for whatever reason it's your friend's 40th and they're doing a rave
Yeah,
or a
yeah,
party.
something's mad. I'm not saying that it's so mad. We can't go nowhere,
Mama,
whatever,
count a hundred
whatnot.
back.
But it has to
Right.
make sense.
Yeah, that's what. So yeah, I understand what you're
A hundred on
basically.
your bag.
But do you know what it is? It's just your deliverance, maybe. That's why I actually wanted
Yeah,
to
yeah,
ask you
yeah.
because what you're saying in effect is nothing wrong. You're saying in a relationship, your partner shouldn't want to be always raving because there should
I
be
want to
other
go
things
rave it
on
once.
I'm
her
sorry, yeah, but if
mind.
you're a woman, you're raping all the time in a relationship, yeah, bro. You're not happy. I don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah. That I
If
get
you're
what
I
a
he's
don't know what
woman,
saying.
type
I
of
get what he's
relationships
saying.
you've been in.
you're
Yeah,
not
I get what
happy.
he's
Yeah.
saying. Yeah.
Remember,
Look,
you're
his
If
talking to
you're a
deliverance.
someone
woman
with
and you're
maximum
raving every
character.
No, but in
weekend,
all
So,
you
honesty,
are
yeah,
not
in all
happy.
honesty, you shouldn't really be raving with your women anyway like that.
No, but it's true, bro. Why are
but
you
you
raving
forgot
every
the other bit
weekend?
that
What are
I
you
said.
celebrating?
That raves can be dangerous. Not even if you're a couple
Do you know
Oh,
making
what?
my
decent.
It's can I just
darling.
sorry to stick opinion,
Oh, my
and I don't want
darling.
to be sticked on stone, but it's only people that are not civilians that will say you can't rave with your woman. I'm so
Why'd you say
sorry.
that?
I'm not a
Why?
civilian, innit?
I'm
But
so
guess what?
sorry.
Neither is she, because she's with me, and we are now a we. So she's got to start thinking
Oh,
how I'm
Chronic, shut
thinking.
up. We'll be
You
going
can't be put.
raving.
I'm
Shut
not a
up.
civilian, but you are. But you're going to
Chronic,
bring me to this
hey,
place
Chronic,
where
Chronic, Chronic.
non-civilians can get into it.
Hey, Chronic, I'm taking you to Sidewinder. What is it? Sidewinder? Is that what it's called? Sidewinder or Rewinder? What is
Oh,
it?
Sidewinder. What
Sidewinder.
about Sidewinder?
Sidewinder.
Sidewinder. Chronic, it's my birthday and I'm saying, babe, we are going
All right, cool,
Sidewinder because
cool.
guess what?
Listen to this.
I
Listen to
want to
this.
see your
Gucci,
vibe.
Gucci, Gucci. You told me why you would never
Yeah?
be with me. You told me where
Oh,
we're gonna.
Chronic, shut up,
No,
bro.
I
Stop
know.
making it
Listen.
personal,
I
bro.
know you're doing the Helga, and it's the total opposite.
Oh,
I
you know
know
I
that.
love
You
you,
ain't got to tell
Chronic.
me that.
Shut up.
Yeah, but hear what I'm
Chronic, you know I
saying.
love you.
Hear what I'm saying. There's,
Mm-hmm.
there's, you reach a certain level of badness. You reach a certain
Mm-hmm.
level of maturity. You reach so much
Yeah.
levels where a rave is not for me and my girl. That
Chronic, no one cares. Oh,
no one
Mama,
cares.
shut
But
up.
know
Leave my
why no
Chronic.
one cares?
Rah, chill
Leave
No,
my
out,
chill
chill
Chronic.
out.
out.
Oh,
Hold
leave
on,
my
hold
Chronic
on.
alone.
Someone does care. Wait, stop. Wait,
Oh,
stop
Jemima,
projecting.
shut
Stop
up.
projecting.
Leave my Chronic.
Stop
Oh,
projecting
Jemima,
for
shut
a
up.
second. Because someone does care.
Listen to
Me,
Chronic. Listen
me,
to
No, hold
Chronic.
on,
me,
hold on,
me,
hold
me.
on.
You're a sister. Me.
All right, let Chronic
No
land. Let him land,
problem. No
Jemima.
problem.
Let
No,
him
he's
land.
only
Not.
crash.
No, he hasn't. Let
He's
him
crash.
land.
No. What
Oh,
is
Gooch,
it?
is
He
that your
hasn't crashed.
people?
He hasn't
Who's
crashed.
even
Let him land.
speaking?
Is that your
Get your
people,
life
Gooch?
jacket on.
No, let Chronic
Who's
speak. Let him
speaking?
land.
Yeah,
My
that's what I'm
sister.
I think it's
saying.
I
Gooch.
said what I
Okay.
said,
Alright,
Connie.
Okay. So tell your
listen,
sister to
listen.
come to the phone. Give your sister the phone.
Oh, hold on,
Shouting
Jemima.
from the
I
background
Oh
from
said
Mad.
what
shit.
I said.
Oh my God,
Pardon?
this is gonna go left.
Oh my
Start
goodness.
off with not shouting. Start there.
Okay.
Yeah, so we
This
can
is gonna
Okay,
go
sorry,
understand.
left.
Connie.
What are
Sorry,
you saying
Connie.
to me, Miss Peachy Sister?
Who's
I
going out
said,
there as well? It's
Connie.
gonna go left.
Connie,
I'm listening.
I'm not here for a long time.
Okay.
I'm here for a good time.
Mm-hmm.
But guess
Oh
what,
shit.
babe?
Could you just repeat yourself? What you said to me? So you shouted that
She
chronic.
said she's
Babe,
not
you
here
don't want
for
to
a long
hear.
time. She's
That's
here
what I
for a good
say.
time.
Nah, you can't be rude to Chronic.
No.
Stop
Let her
there.
say whatever she wants to say. Say
Hello?
it.
No, Chronic, guess what? She's
Hold.
not really going to say nothing that much because she's drunk. Don't listen to her. Listen
Yeah,
to
Right.
me,
Joe.
Let's
Dealt with her
yeah?
so
Let's let
quick and
Chronic
fast.
land.
It's mad.
Chronic, shut up. Chronic, listen. Chronic, shut up. Chronic, listen to this shit. I'm
Mm.
your girl, yeah? And for
Oh my God,
example,
she's doing
yeah?
it again. She's manifesting me into her life.
Oh, shut up, Chronic, yeah? I'm Chronic's girl, yeah, everyone. Everyone, I'm Chronic's girl, yeah? And
God.
Chronic, yeah? Hold on, Chronic, yeah? You're MC, yeah? You're an MC in it, yeah? And I see you MC and I'm like, bro, my man's heavy. And
Because
I'm
you
like,
are
oh,
a
babe,
bad
you
boy.
know
I'm
what,
going
yeah?
mad.
Oh, you're a bad boy, yeah? I'm like, my man's a bad boy. My man can MC, yeah? I'm like, bro, when does the next, like, rewinder, whatever it's called, yeah? I want to go with my man. I want to look at my man.
Oh,
So you got
sit down in
remember.
your yard.
So would you
What
not
you
like
say?
your babe
Watch
to
your
go?
YouTube.
Huh?
If I'm going on the move, I might be doing bare moves. You're not going to want to come on the moves. How about you
Me don't
coming
want,
sidewinder?
Chronic, me don't want company on move. I want to see my man perform. Is that a
No,
problem?
YouTube. What's
Nah,
coming out
that's
on
not. But
YouTube?
that
It's big
shouldn't be a problem.
sidewinder.
That
You're
shouldn't be
going
a
mad.
problem.
Oh, Chronic, man, shut up, man.
You're
That
watching
shouldn't be
this
a
up from the
problem.
So
yard.
if I'm Chronic, if I'm your girl, yeah, and
You ain't
and I
coming
support
nowhere
you,
behind me.
Mm.
is it?
Be quiet now.
You're staying in the yard. You got too much to say. You think I'm trying
Oh,
to
Chronic,
MC
shut
and
the
you're
fuck
chatting
up.
shit behind me? Get out of it.
No, I'm not saying that, Chronic. Chronic, yeah, I'm not saying that. Forget that I talk too much.
Sign
Forget
a
that I
one
went.
little t-shirt without you giving me evil eyes. Sit down in your bed.
Hey,
Oh,
Craig, let
Chronic,
me
don't make
ask
me
you this.
punch you
Hey,
up,
Craig,
bruv.
let me ask you this, yeah? If you got a
Oh,
girl, yeah, and she wants to go on
Chronic,
a
don't
gal
make us beef
holiday,
right
you allowed
now.
to do that?
You're going mad. Look, you're
So wait,
going mad.
your
That's a good
girlfriend, your
question. That's a good
partner,
question,
you
Peachy.
wait, hang on a second,
That's a
Gucci,
good
one sec.
question.
So your partner
I
Hey,
do
can
this on the
Pinky.
go
podcast,
on
but
a
I do
Hey,
this.
girl's
I
Pinky,
do
Pinky.
this
this.
is
holiday.
mad. We say chronic like to be in control, blood.
Wait, hang on.
Wait,
We
that's
need him to
So wait a
can
minute.
we
Who's
allow
got a
him to
problem
a
with
answer?
that?
girl's holiday. What are you saying?
So can he answer?
I just wanted to make sure because
Question.
Would you allow your
Girl to go
partner
to
to go on a
Ibiza.
girl's holiday? A girl's holiday. It doesn't matter what level.
Never,
No.
Oh
Why?
my God.
never.
Can you elaborate?
Oh my God, Chronic, you've gone mad.
Oh my
You
The
got
God.
answer's
mad.
Can you
no.
How dare you
wait?
ask
Can you
Chronic?
just let him land, please, so we can hear why?
Oh, you want to know why? Oh
Yes.
my God. Yeah.
Don't ever
Because I
ask
said so.
Chronic them type of
No.
questions.
I'm not going to go too mad here. But no. The only girls
Bro, she
she's
go ahead
going
then.
anywhere with, yeah, is her mother, my mother, not even sisters. I don't rate sisters either.
Oh
Because
my God.
wait. Hold
Hey,
on.
this is
So
mad. Hey,
who's
chronic,
leading
chronic. You need
who?
to take
It
time,
is
you
not
know.
the
You
blind
listen
mice
to
leading
yourself.
blind mice. Is it not the blind leading the blind?
For real. I hear what you're
Who's
saying. I hear
loyal
what
to
you're saying.
me
Wait.
to tell me who's gonna break the girl code if it needs to be broken? They've got no loyalty to me. Sit down in your
Oh
yard.
my, he's right. He's right.
Sit
You're.
down in your
He's
Do
yard.
you
right.
know what?
That
Yeah.
bad
He's
man
right.
for.
Do you know what? Right. I understand where he's coming
Hey,
from.
Craig, did you think you could
However,
take back that for Luke?
Ah!
he needs to work on himself because you see the level of insecurity and controlling that you have. Yeah, it's not actually good for the mind. It's not because
Mind
for
is
your
blessed.
partner to not be able to go, that means you don't trust your partner. Why is that your
No,
partner?
wait a minute. Stop there. Stop there. How about I don't trust men? How about I don't trust? How about I
But it doesn't
know?
matter about men.
No,
You
wait.
could be the one that
Let me land.
okay,
It does
go
matter.
ahead.
Let me
Okay,
tell you
go
something
ahead.
why it does matter.
Still. Hey,
Hold on.
still.
Let
Yeah,
Yeah,
him
go
land
on.
because I want to
Hey,
have it.
hey,
I want to have
Chronic
this
yeah.
ain't trying to lose the
conversation with
Wait a
him.
crutches.
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Ain't
Wait a
trying to lose
minute.
the crutches.
Let him
I'm not
land,
gonna
please.
snatch that.
But let me tell you something for fun, yeah?
Yeah.
My girl, when she comes into my life, she's now she's now a representation of my honor. Not her dad's no more. People know she's my baby mum, not her dad's daughter. No one's ever goes around and say and they're talking about that until when you reach a big woman, you're now somewhat the man's honor. So my honor is not running around with you and your friends in another country having dirty weekends. My
No,
honor is not relying on your friend to tell
okay,
to have
okay,
accountability
but this
and
is
tell
why.
you what you're doing is wrong.
Okay, but this is why I'm saying to you,
That's not
yeah.
insecurity.
It says
It's that you
someone's
didn't
got
help to
great.
build this
Some.
reputation or this honor that you're
Where's
now a
that
part of.
background
I
noise
did.
coming from?
Hey, someone
Yo,
mute up.
who's
Someone mute up.
someone mute up. Hey, Pinky.
Hey guys,
Hey,
good
It's not
hey,
me.
evening.
It's
Pinks.
not me.
Oh, he said it's not me.
Yo,
So
it's not me. It's
it must be the girl
not
at the
me, bro.
bottom.
I got
No,
headphones
it's
on,
not
bro. It's
me
not me, bro.
actually.
No, you're not the only one
Oh,
at
I'm
the bottom.
Pinky.
There's
All
three of
right,
yous on that line. Stop being.
Keep his
I could never
quiet
be
in the
with you
cut.
either. You got too much chat. You're too
all right.
defensive.
So
Get out of
let
it.
me let
You
me let
shut
me
up.
On a
let me
girl too
say. Wait, let me
arguing.
say this back
Oh,
to
shut
Chronic
up.
here from what he
Hey
said
Jada.
about what he just said,
Oh,
yeah.
so you
Because
saw Jada here, yeah? See you. What Trinity?
Jada just said hi to me, so what's your problem?
I'm playing. Go on, fly. My bad. Go
no,
on.
it's cool. Don't worry. So basically, yeah, I understand what you're trying to say, but as a human being, as a man, you know the partner that you've chosen, yeah? So you know this woman, you know her integrity, her morals, and her values.
Above
So,
mistakes. No one's met
so
every
one
single person
second,
in the world.
let me just land for a second, yeah? So I'm presuming you're not gonna go for a woman that is not attracted to, you're not attracted to. Presumably she's gonna be attracted, other people are gonna find her attractive, men, women, whatever. People are going to find her attractive. So it doesn't matter. Why don't you have in your mind that I know my woman? It doesn't matter who tries to talk to her, whatever the
No
situation
matter
is.
who
I
tries to
know
talk to her.
my.
That's a lie you're telling yourself. So let
What
me
do
just
you mean?
start
So
from
are you?
here.
So 1 second. Are you? So are
Okay.
you saying to me there's no woman's faithful then?
No woman's what?
Faithful.
Wait, let her say it.
No,
No woman's what?
he
The
thinks every
background noise
woman
is
can be swayed.
crazy.
Yeah, wait. When
No, he
let
thinks
her
every
just say
woman
her
can be
asked
swayed.
question. What? No woman's what?
I asked you, sorry, because there's some television in the background. I said,
Because someone
Sorry,
knows
are
that
they're
was
you
me.
playing
That was
saying?
me.
telly.
Are you
Sorry.
saying? Are you saying that
What's
no
it just for?
woman can be faithful in a relationship?
I can't. I didn't hear you again. Are you
Sorry. Are you
gone?
saying no woman can be faithful in a relationship?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that any two people, that shaitan is the third. No one's above that. Any two people that are alone, the shaitan is the third. No one is
But why
above
would
that.
your woman be in any type of compromising situation for the
No, but it's not.
Satan to be able to
No,
get
but
to her
listen, you
like
don't
that?
get it. You don't get it. It doesn't say any two women that are sitting on a, or two people that are sitting on a chair, or any two. There's no specifics. Any two people that are alone, Shaitan is the third. I don't get to pick and choose. I don't think she's stronger than
So why
Shaitan.
would you be going with a
Hold on,
lady
let me
that
answer
He
the
Satan
looks
can take?
question.
confused.
That
Let me
Satan
you're
can.
asking me another question while I'm answering.
Sorry, go
So,
ahead then.
one, no two people are the same. I mean, and no two people are exempt from shaitan. Two, your woman has not seen every man on earth and chose you out of every man on earth. So she can definitely see another man and change her mind. Yeah, and let's have it 100%. There's what good can come from your girl going on holiday with her friends.
She's just going to enjoy herself and have a
What's
good time in
enjoying
another.
yourself?
Going to the beach, getting a massage.
Hey,
It's
fix your face,
it's
Kiki, because where's
experience in
your man?
another
He's not in the
country.
background, so you're not giving me no
It's
eyes
another,
from a place
but
of where
okay.
But
you know
Con,
So
better.
wait,
I'm not
one
gonna lie
second.
to you, yeah.
One
I don't
Now
care.
second.
to
I
get
don't
her
care
a
about my
tight
girl
face,
going
Guys,
on
I can
one
holiday.
see her
Can I
face
second.
just
Why?
tightening up in the
one
background.
second? You
Why
asked
are
me a
you coming to
question.
me?
Let me answer it.
I just have
Yeah.
to deal with her
You
tight
asked me.
face.
You asked me a
My
question.
face
Yeah.
ain't
So
tight, you know. No
you said
natural,
what
no
is the
Botox.
the point of going to another country? So if I was to be going on a girl's holiday, we'd be going to a destination. We'd know why we're going there, what we're doing there. So I would be able to relay this information to
You
my
don't have
man.
no
He
man.
would know exactly
You
what
have man.
what's the
Don't worry
purpose
about
of the
my man.
holiday,
My
and
man's
it
very
wouldn't.
active.
Why wouldn't
Choice
you want
or
your
force?
woman to experience another part of the world with her closest friends or
To say no,
family
or
members?
is this being forced on me?
Sorry.
What
Because
men?
if it's a choice, I'm saying no.
Yeah, but why would you be saying no? I don't understand. What is there to say? What are you
If
scared
would you
of?
ask me why I'm saying
Yeah, male
yes?
friends.
But
What
he
is
just
that? Male
explained it
friends
to
you're
you.
talking about.
If two people are alone,
Who's R9?
Shaitan is the third. He just broke it down to you.
Kiki,
Well,
who's
he's got
They
R9?
some
don't
good
like
stuff.
hearing
That's
that. So they're
it.
trying to
So
make it. You can't
no,
go
What
no.
around
did
the
what did he
facts.
say, Pam?
It's not one. It's not about
Yeah,
going around the
Kiki looks
facts,
like
yeah.
R9.
It's not about going around
No
the facts,
problem.
yeah. What he's
Who's
saying
that?
is a very high possibility.
Trust is a
However,
comfort to
that
a fool.
that is not every. That's not every woman's situation and every
Yeah, but
man's
I'm not trying to
situation
find out if it's not
to
her
their
thing.
own.
I just safeguard things from the jump in it. Why are you going to choose unsure over sure? I'm sure if you stay in your yard, you're not going that can't go on. I'm unsure if you go somewhere over there. I'm going to choose sure over unsure, innit? That's what I'm going to do.
Can
Yeah.
I?
If your friend,
I'm just
if
want
you
to
want to
Wait,
be
make
with
wait.
sure
your
What are you
he's.
saying?
friends,
You're going
I
out
want
with
to.
male friends.
I
You're
want to
going on
ask you a
holiday with a male
question.
friend.
Yeah, you don't have. You don't have to
He's saying
answer for
bullets in
this.
the building.
No, one
You
But
second,
hold
one
on.
understand?
So
hey,
are
second.
you
flat
Flat.
saying
no,
that you
this is what
can
you don't
go on your
understand.
So,
I'm
friend's
not
holiday, but we
to
can't
that
Pink,
go on the
user
Pink.
girl's
guy. I'm not
holiday?
just safeguarding my woman. I'm safeguarding my relationship. I'm safeguarding my kids. The kids, mom. There's bare things that a man is the leader of, and you're asking me about one of those things that I am the leader of, that I am the protector of. We don't get your ring and leave it on your doorstep. You put your stuff that you value away.
Very true.
That's what
You know
you
what? You know
do.
what? You
I
know
don't
what?
think
You know
women
what?
understand
Hey,
that
fly
part
flat.
though. They
So
see that as
Fly
wait,
flat.
let
controlling.
You know,
me ask Chronix, what
hey,
is your
fly.
woman
Hold on,
allowed
fly
to
flat.
do? What is his woman allowed to
Wait, wait,
do?
wait,
Better
wait. Fly
question.
flat.
Yeah, just stay at
So
home.
you know
She's
what? Let me
allowed
finish.
to
Go on,
do
Con.
everything that is within the rights of the relationship. Yeah, bare stuff. That's we can do bare things together. She can do things. You're trying. They're trying to push this narrative of because the only people that benefit by not having like boundaries are people that are taking the piss. If you put boundaries in place, someone shouldn't be moving bare mad. These are the boundaries that it takes to be with someone for a long period of time. Just stop relying on these, taking advice from people that have been in 2-week relationships. People that ain't even been with someone for past. People think 5 years is a long time. So in your life, 5 years plus 5 years plus 5 years plus 5 years, too much soul ties for me. So I'm telling you about how to be in long-term stuff. In long-term stuff, you don't just let your girl run around and do what she wants with her friends. In long-term stuff, you don't just let her go to raves and you just don't do that. Because if you go to anyone
Fly
that's been
flat.
together for a long term, that's not what happens in their relationships. So if you want to be a
Con.
footballer, you have to do what footballers do. Can't be your own footballer. So if you want to be
Con.
in a relationship that lasts long, do what people that's been in a long relationship do. It's that
Con. Do you know what?
simple.
Do you know what? No, I
And
hear you,
that's and
Con.
that's
Yeah, but
making
do you know what?
sacrifice.
You know what? You know why I don't
The
really
big
take that
narrative, right?
approach. Yeah. You know what? I don't take that approach. Yeah.
Iconic.
You
I
see,
agree.
I don't take that approach.
You
You know why
can't
I don't take
disagree
that
with
approach.
facts,
Yeah.
but big up
You
yourself for
see,
even admitting that. Because most people do agree and they still
hold on,
fight it.
Con. Let me land, my guy. Yeah. The
You
reason,
get
the
them
reason, the
first.
reason.
Go on.
Yeah, the reason why I don't really take the approach with females, yeah, I've seen so much fuckery in my life, yeah, that you see, it's so easy for girls to cheat, yeah, that if a girl is gonna cheat and wants to cheat, yeah, you can't really stop it. And I get what you're saying is like prevention's better than cure, innit? Yeah. But I understand if your girl wants to take wood, she can take wood on the way to Tesco. Like there's so many
Know
things
what
that
would
they
to
can do.
take.
Don't think no, but this is what I'm saying
Trying
to
to
you,
be
yeah.
with a
This
girl
is what I'm
who's
saying
like
to
that,
you,
and you
yeah.
can kind of tell when a
No, but
girl's
that's not what I'm saying, bro. Let me land, bro. Yeah, what I'm saying is this. Yeah, that's the same as a girl going on holiday. Like if when two people are alone, Shaitan's the third, then that means that she could fucking meet somebody on the way to
All right,
Tesco
pinky,
and jump in
pinky,
his car and
pinky,
suck a
pinky,
dick in it.
pinky, pinky,
Like,
pinky,
let me land.
pinky.
No, let me land because
Yeah,
you
but
get
you're
me
going
talking,
mad.
please.
thinking like
No,
that.
no, no,
You've
no,
been
no, no. I'm not
talking
going
hell of
mad.
a lot. Let him talk.
That's what I'm saying,
It's
innit? I'm
true,
trying
you
to say
know.
something, and you're cutting me. My man's cutting me. Oh, he wouldn't pick a girl like that.
Yo,
Like,
go on,
bro.
Pinky, man.
Yeah.
Pinky,
So, so,
say your
so,
thing, bro.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. So what I'm saying is this, yeah, bro, yeah. If you really want to cheat in this life, yeah, you're gonna get to do it because it's impossible for you to keep an eye on your partner every single second of the day. And plus, that's unhealthy. Like you got stuff to do or whatever. So if I've got a thing and I wouldn't make a girl my girl unless I trusted the girl, unless I respected the girl, unless I thought the girl respected me. So I've been with girls that's gone on girl holidays. I ain't had no issue with it because I don't actually think they was doing anything. And if they did, great. If I find out, I'm a step. It's not that deep. Like, do you get what I'm gonna say to you? Like,
Mm.
I'm not that scared of you doing something that it's gonna be so mad for me. Like, if it's too mad for me, leave
What
me
you're
alone.
doing is trying to relay that any boundaries to fear, to insecurity, to all of these funny things. Because that's
That's what
just
I said.
no, it is. It is. You're saying you're not scared of her to be this. That's scare. It is fear.
I was
Scared is
thinking that
related
as
to
well.
fear.
Okay, I get what you mean. I
That
get
is
what you mean. I
Yeah.
true.
get what
That
you
was
mean.
true.
So, yeah, two
Go on,
things.
I'm listening.
Yeah, one, if respectfully, like, you can't let someone tell you, especially a girl, how the relationship's gonna run, what's good, what's because one, she's running on your honor. She's not running on her dad's honor on her. She's running on yours. So someone
Yeah, but
can't.
I'm not saying she's telling me how it's gonna be. I'm saying she's
Let's
asked me
get
if I'm
something
cool with
right.
her going
You see,
raving,
when
and I said,
everyone
yeah,
says a girl,
cool with
yeah.
going on a holiday, yeah.
No. You know what it is? The word is trust, Chronic. The word is trust. Do you
No,
trust
but
the
you
guy?
say trust, yeah. But I hear what you're trying to say, and you've related it to, oh, you've got to trust your girl to just like it's up to her. But what I'm trying to say is, do you trust everybody else in the world?
So
Do
do you
you?
trust when your woman says when your woman says to you, "Oh, babe, I'm going to Sarah's house, and then after I'm going Susan's"? Do you
No,
trust that she's
no,
doing
no,
that?
no. Okay, because Pinky mentioned looking at her every 2 minutes and that. So I just want to say one thing to Pinky so he understands this here. A kid
Yeah, family.
or a man that's around beer straps and someone who's not around none, if that person, both people get into an argument, the chances of the person being around beer straps, picking it up and using it, and the person that's got none going in and getting one, the person that's around the straps is going to use it quicker. Not even because they want
Okay,
to, because they've got the option to.
Mm.
Yeah, so
and that's
they
how they
might
used
not
to
even.
handling shit.
Yeah, so you can trust your girl bears, but the more options she has, the more reason you've got to trust or distrust. It's too much mind games for me. Why are you testing her for? Why is she even testing me?
I hear what you're
Exactly
saying.
that.
Can I say to
Why?
Chronix, yeah?
Exactly that.
Like,
When you
Can I
get
say
in a
something, yeah?
relationship,
But
go for it.
can I say something about honor, yeah? Because I understand what he's saying in regards to is his honor as well. Because like, but if a girl cheats on her husband or on her man, yeah, that's kind of affecting her honor. People are gonna say that she's a dishonorable woman. No, I understand from the perspective of people say, "Ah, do you see what my man's girl did? I bruv, that can never be my girl," you know, in regards to your honor, but as you grow older, people are looking at her on and saying she's a dishonorable woman, or have
I
Mm-hmm.
disagree. Go on, bring
there's
your
it's not
scholar.
going to affect you.
there's
It's not going
also
to affect you.
rights that
But
need to
before
be
David,
absorbed.
David,
What about
before
the
we get
rights of a man, the rights of a woman, the
But you
rights of
see,
a
before you get
husband?
to there, yeah, like Pinky said previously, in the beginning, you should know the honourable woman that you're with. So, like I said,
100%.
forget the holiday. How about, because if you're so suspect of her going on a girl's holiday, it means when she's in England, you're suspect of her even going down the road. Because you should know
No, it
the
doesn't.
woman's
No, it
morals.
doesn't.
You
No,
should
it
know,
doesn't.
no,
So I tell you
because you
why.
should know
Because
your
in
woman's
England,
morals
there's
and
government.
values.
There's government in England. We all know what a dirty holiday is. We know that when people go on
Why
holidays,
does it
they,
mean that your
no,
mentality for
no,
our
no, no.
age group
The thing is, yeah, you can't
is it
always base
if
stuff
you're in a
on.
full blown relationship
All right,
at
listen
our
to this
age, one
though.
second, no, one
Go on.
second, please. If we're in a full blown relationship at our age, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, don't get me wrong. But if we're saying we're people like ourselves sound like we're trying to make the right choices when we're picking partners, yeah. So it's not something we rush into. Why is it that your partner's going on a dirty holiday? Like
Hold on,
what,
wait.
Yeah,
Hey,
bro. What are you
hey,
doing
hold
on
on.
that
Hey, listen.
Chronic? What are you
I've
doing
been
on that
listening to
home, bro?
everybody, you know. I've been listening to everybody. It's just
Come on,
mad just
brother.
listening to the way your girl can't go to work or your girl can't go to a holiday.
Bro, that's
Stuff,
Nah,
bro.
mad.
You're adding stuff. You're
That is
adding
mad.
stuff.
Yo,
You're
You know
adding
what it is?
stuff.
it's
Don't do that.
kind of mad.
Still,
Don't add
hearing
stuff.
that
You
alone,
don't
yeah.
misquote me. When you're quoting me, quote
Oh,
what I
hearing
said.
that alone, I said it's long. This sounds long. Chronic's is on discipline, boy.
Yeah,
No,
No,
he's
it's no. That's the way you're
controlling.
choosing to look at it.
Yo,
as a child,
he's
bro.
moving
No,
like
Like,
the Kung
no,
Fu. He's
guys,
moving like the Kung
no,
Fu teacher
guys.
disciplines,
You
boy.
might
Man,
know
just
him.
discipline everything.
Listen, you might know Connix personally, and I'm not disrespecting him because I don't know him. Yeah, but
nah,
it's
he's a
not
very intelligent man.
it's not. No, I'm not saying he's not intelligent. I'm not saying that at all. It's you see in this conversation, personally, I'm picking up from him, and he actually confirmed it himself. He does have control issues, and also it's paranoia, it's control, insecurity, and it all goes together, and that is why
So,
he
Chronic,
needs to work on that
did somebody hurt you,
himself.
Chronic?
He needs to
that.
work
I
on
don't
that
agree
with
with that.
himself.
No, let's get something straight. The reason why I don't agree with that,
Go
yeah,
on.
is because I make good choices in life when it comes to. So I'm not gonna choose somebody, Yeah, you keep rolling your eyes and that, but you don't even know me to be rolling your eyes. I'm know me. I know me.
Oh,
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 no, no, no.
oh, oh.
Big man ting. Big man ting, big woman ting. Yeah. One. I'm not going to choose. I've never chose a woman that's a raver. So respectfully, someone who likes fish will hunt fish. Someone who likes chicken will hunt chicken. I know what type of girl is compatible with me, and she just ain't a raver and going on holiday with all her friends and doing all this stuff. That's all it is. Now, I'm not telling no one to be with me. Let's get that right. Stop the projection. Let's everyone stop telling me what I am and what I'm not. It's just that when you meet the right person, you won't even have to fight for your rights. You won't even have to fight for put
No,
boundaries in
you're
place.
right. That's what I'm trying to. That's why I
I
said
think that's cap,
sorry.
though.
That's why I said sorry. Don't take it
So wait a minute.
personal.
Sorry.
It's
One more
just
thing.
one
One more
second.
thing.
Go
Let me
on.
just talk to Ty Door. So why would I choose the combative type? Women are
Tight
supposed to
door.
be submissive.
No,
Why you're
because
trying
let
to
me
make
Tight
explain.
door.
So
submissive be a
let
mad
me
thing?
explain this to you. So you see a woman, yeah, as a woman, right? And this is what men say: oh, women are too masculine. Women are too this. Women are too that. You see, with women, right? When a man presents himself correctly, a woman is no longer masculine. Naturally, she will just be a woman. It naturally
Submissive.
happens. She
Yeah.
naturally, if we want to use the word submissive, she will naturally submit to that man and will be submissive. It doesn't have to be she's told she can't go here. She just knows I don't want to go there. Do you understand? Like
Why is it only black girls are masculine? I'm sorry.
it
Why?
just
Like, you know
naturally
what?
happens.
You know what?
It's not you see when a woman is with a man and she is still giving that masculinity as we like to say, or the raggoness, that's because that man is doing something that's making her feel on edge, why she still has to present herself that way. She still has her guard
I
up.
agree with that. I agree
But
I'm
with
not
that.
gonna lie to you. A lot
when
of
a woman's
people.
guard is down, she is totally like a little petal. You can just break her.
When you're
I
the
think.
natural
I
provider and
think a lot
protector
of
and she
people are in a
respects
dream
that,
world, though. You
she
know.
will, the same way your boss will come and tell you, look, this is the fire exit. If there's a fire and you respect him enough to listen, when your man's telling you stuff to safeguard the relationship, respect him enough to listen. That's it. Forget about what you want, because yes, you've got your own, so what you want to do, and your friends are all going and all that stuff. But respectfully, your friends are not looking after you in the relationship. Your friends, if it goes left, your friends ain't gonna fly. They're gonna phone their parents and they're gonna come and get her. Well, guess who you're gonna phone? Me. So why am I? Is it all? I'm controlling. I'm doing all of these things.
Because you still haven't been able to give me a justifiable answer on why you called it a dirty holiday.
No, no, but
Hey,
what he said is that things
Credit.
happen in life. Things
No,
happen. Look,
no, yeah, he said
as
that
a
also.
He doesn't mean it like
Let's
that.
not
He doesn't mean it
misconstrue.
like that.
Let's not misconstrue. We know what he
Past
was
that
getting
David.
to, but the point, what I'm trying to say, for me personally, as the woman, he still hasn't given me a justifiable answer on why my
Anyone, you just
closest,
don't. You just don't accept that answer.
these people are like family to me.
All right,
Because
let me
let's
break it
face
down
it,
again. I'm going to say it even shorter. Yeah. So I clearly said, that as the provider and protector of the woman, the kid, and all of them type of stuff, if you go on holiday by yourself, there's no longer that provide protection. That's no longer there because I'm here. Two things. The
so
only
without you,
no,
I'm without you.
hold
Am I
on,
just at
hold on.
risk then?
This is
Am
why
I
you're not
just at
understanding
risk?
what I'm saying. Because as soon as I say one thing, you stop me there and you think I wasn't going to say something else. And then you try and go to the point that I didn't say. Yeah, so there's more than one reason why your girl can't go on holiday without you or go on holiday with her friends. There's more than one. Yeah, so the first one was the most important one. I landed with the shaitan is the third. Even though Pinky tried to brr and put his voice in a way I didn't put mine, but I'm just saying that's a fact.
It's because I was getting cut though, Con. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no, I understand that. Yeah, I understand that. But what I'm trying to say is, like, when you are not, I'm not the far example of these waste man that are not doing their thing and da da da. But when you are, one, the woman's gonna have to respect what you're saying because she respects your judgment. She respects your judgment because any judgment you've given examples of before, you were right. You govern. I'm not a man that, if a burglar pushes in, me and my girl got to fight the burglar. I'm a man when I need to be a man. And she's going to be a woman when she needs to be a woman. That is
But
that simple.
credit. Don't you see we got like a problem in our community, bro? We got a problem in our community between our women and our men. Why? Because a lot of our men from generations have ill treated the women them. So
You
then
know what?
now we're
You
in a
know what? We didn't hear this
situation.
girl talking for them type of man, but I can't perspective take from that type
I
of
didn't
man's
even catch. I
position
wanted
You
to catch
have
that
because
to.
one.
I'm
You
not
didn't
him.
catch as well.
You're black, bro.
Do you
You
know
have to.
different, Kiki?
You
Well,
have
fix
to.
your face, bro.
You feel me?
Credit. You know, I'm just sitting here just listening, yeah, and I'm
But he's
just
saying,
When
you know
you
what
hear
he's saying?
something you
He's saying
don't,
a lot of things that are true,
when your
though.
face changes,
him.
I take it that you think you've heard something that you
Yes, well
disagree
gone,
with. So if you
son.
disagree, talk up.
No, because you
Yeah,
see
my
what?
guy.
I'm just not going no back and forth with you. I am not doing it. Today
Oh,
is not a
yeah,
day
but
for
don't
Today,
keep
me.
saying it
today's
in
the
your
day to
mind.
pussy.
See it in your
Start
mind,
this
and you
No,
right.
don't
I'm
do
not.
that.
Let's
You
get
don't
on
Because
give
you
you.
that. You
see,
don't give
This
that
man
no,
is
stuff the
like
wait.
biting
answer.
people.
Hold on,
You're just
Chronic. You
putting
One
asked
your
me
is
a
energy
acting
in
question.
up,
your
man.
mind.
I could always do it
Chronic, you
twice.
asked me a question and I'm going to answer you. So you need to stop talking. Yeah? Respectfully.
No,
You
it's not
asked
Your
me a
even
face when
that.
I'm
question.
talking, then, because that's
But
talking with your face.
sometimes
Oh
you
my
see it
God.
drop.
Chronic, you see, this is why
Which what does it exist? No,
Okay,
body language don't
let me,
exist.
yeah.
we
Sarcasm
can't,
doesn't
Chronic,
exist.
Chronic, we can't do
But
this.
let me say something, yeah, because I see things from both perspective in the
No,
sense
because
of
oh no, hold
going
on,
up,
wait there,
yeah,
Mr. Peterson.
yeah.
Hold on, wait there, Mr.
Now
Peterson.
you're
You've
gassing
had
up
the
for
floor.
Debo. Don't let Debo write that and you start gassing up. You know,
Like,
chill out,
listen,
chill out. You was just
listen.
about to
Yeah.
finish. You saw Debo write that and
All
you're
I've
gassing.
heard is your woman can't do this and your woman can't do this. So what can your woman do? Like, and not only just that.
And I
Yeah,
answered that.
Are
yeah.
you
Everything
hold on,
within
wait
her
there one
rights.
second. Hold on, wait there 1 second. Yeah. So are you saying if you and your friends then wanted to go on holiday, you're allowed to go on holiday? What if she objects to that?
Your first question first, then your second question after.
No problem.
Right.
No
The
problem.
first question you asked me, what is she allowed to do? Everything within her rights, within the rights of the relationship and her rights as a woman. If you don't know what that are, you have to pre it. You have to pre it. So that's the first answer.
Her right. Okay, so her rights then,
But
just to
her
answer
rights.
your
I can't answer
question.
the
Hold
second
on.
question. You
So
answer me a
hold on.
third question.
Oh
Before I can
no, because
answer the second.
I'm
I answered one
responding to
question,
the
you answered
Let him
two.
answer the second one, Kiki, because I need to hear the
because I'm
answer
Yeah,
to
you're
responding
that
just
to the
ramming
one.
stuff down my throat. You asked me a question.
all right, talk then,
One
innit?
shot.
Talk.
Yeah, but like you
Because
said, you have to
it's
stop
been a long
talking.
day.
Take your own advice. Stop talking.
What you say?
Yeah, no, but you're not going to
Be
give me
careful
advice that you're
though.
not taking yourself.
Listen, just though you shut up in the corner there, Chronic, just
Like
a
when
minute.
you're in a vehicle, sometimes they
And
lock
Punch,
you
you
up in a
shush too.
pod. When you're in a vehicle, sometimes they lock you up still.
All right, cool. Now, tie a door.
Nah,
Be
blood,
careful.
Yeah, you
your
say
blood
to
is
avoid
shotgun.
men like Chronic,
So TikTok
but
a cut.
anyway, let me not start on you because unless you got a ring on your finger, it's that please respectfully no, don't allow it. Yeah. So
Chronic, you said you was gonna answer my question,
not
so
you,
answer
but
it.
as you can see, you're not the only. It's not a personal conversation between me and you. There's other people here, so I'm getting attacked by bare different people. So respectfully,
No, I'm not even
no, not.
attacking you.
I'm not. You're attacking by being so
Smash the
defensive.
like button. 20K.
Yeah,
20K.
I was talking to someone in the
Oh,
comments
okay.
that was telling
Okay, no
people to
problem.
avoid men like me. I even said
No
her name,
problem.
Ty Door. Right,
Okay.
cool.
Tired though.
Yeah, she's going mad.
Just a shut
Yeah,
up.
yeah. No, but like, I'm keeping it friendly, innit? But now, what we're not gonna do, yeah, is because I say some boundaries of what a woman does. You go to the far extreme. She's not allowed to do anything. She's not. Stop it.
No, but that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, no,
So
but it
maybe
sounds
you
like.
That's not
don't
what it
mean it
is.
like
That's
that,
not
but
what it
that's
is.
what
But
it
how comes it
sounds
only
like.
sounds like that to women?
What do you mean? Because you see what? Yeah, you're saying she can
Does it
do.
sound like that to the pastor David,
Alright, stop
to
it.
Justo, to
No,
Pinky?
yes, yes, it does.
So you
Yes, it does.
telepathically know what they're
Yes, it
thinking.
does.
You
Yes, it
telepathically know
does.
what they're thinking. Because if they
Yes, it
haven't
does.
said it, how
Yes,
the
I
fuck do you know? Are they
believe.
texting you?
It doesn't sound
Are they
like that.
texting you?
It doesn't sound like that. He look. I get what Chronic's saying in the sense of what he's saying about things happen. Yeah, as a pastor, as a priest, I've had a lot of confessions from women, and when they start with, well, first of all, we just went on a girls' holiday. That's when I know it's a wrap. It's a wrap from then. Once they drop that bar, it's a wrap. I know they're coming with madness. I need to get out the
Well, again, you know, we're
all the
tired of
I'm
these
not gonna lie
excuses.
to you.
oil
Yo,
ever
but you
in.
know,
Stop.
hey,
Don't say no more.
hey, that's what I'm saying now.
Don't say
Like,
fly.
on the
You see what I'm
road,
saying, fly.
yo, I'm not
I'm
even gonna lie
here.
to you. Yo, man's a Muslim, innit? Yeah? And one thing I do have to respect, yeah? is women doing their little women thing. If you can't trust them to go and do their little women thing, then it's a bit techie. Why are you with her then? It's just like you don't trust her from the
No,
start.
but
It's
do you know
feeling
what it
like
is? Respectfully, if you're not with a slag or someone who's got bare experience in men, respectfully, a woman should have bare experience in men. So she's going to be
You're
so many different
I was gonna say
hunters that
something
she's not
so
prepared for.
cheeky. Then
No, but
ugly,
you're
Let's
woman.
so
But
rude,
what I'm trying. What?
Mr.
Okay. No, one
Jamaican Maine
second,
or
Kiki.
whoever you
Yeah.
are. Like,
Oh.
really? Come,
Oh.
I beg you. Let's see what you look like. Let's
Oh.
see what you look like. You can be rude all you
Kiki,
want. I don't
forget
give
all
a
of
fuck.
Oh,
that,
You
man.
don't
try.
worry
Forget
You
all of
about
that.
try.
You
that,
get them
You
now.
Kiki.
focus on
Who's
what
trying
you
to
do.
Don't
Kiki?
worry about all of that. Right.
Yeah,
You
So
tell
have
me
you
their
see
name.
Chronics, yeah. You see
you
Chronics,
need to
right?
get a man and switch to men.
Kiki, don't be feeding into these people's nonsense, man.
No, because I just have to laugh.
I
I
can't
just
sit
have to
here
laugh.
and say I'd be lying if I turned around and said, "Oh, what
You're in
Chronix is
jail.
saying,
That's
what
all right.
what
Remember, you said
Chronix."
you're in jail. That's where
Oh my
you're
God,
with your
Kiki,
man.
mute
Your
up,
man's
Go on,
being a
T.
man.
Go
little
on, T. Go
batty
on.
man.
Kiki.
Shut up.
So
Kiki, man, allow
basically,
it, man.
yeah,
Forget all them people,
if
man.
I
if
don't
if
listen.
if
I don't have
if
time today.
if,
I actually have time actually.
if I would be
yeah,
lying if I
listen, I
disagreed
think
with
look,
Chronix, yeah,
Chronic's got a
Let
right?
point.
Fly fly.
However,
Chronic's
You
one
got a
was onto
big
second, no,
point.
let
something
me
there.
land on this. Let me land on this.
Chronic's got a
Let
big
Fly Fly
point,
talk.
but
Let
one
Fly Fly
thing,
talk.
yeah, you know, one thing, yeah, I have to say though, our women has made and created this madness because a lot of men don't feel like they're in control, and then women want to go partying, do whatever they want, and
Do you
so on and
know?
so
Do you
on,
know? Okay. Do you know
and
why that's
wear
happened?
whatever they want,
Do you
and then
understand why women women?
your man feels insecure about the situation, and you're not giving him a chance and giving him security. You're not giving him no security. So obviously you're gonna have these men who's on it like this. And then
Hey,
after
Stoke,
maybe
Gucci, sorry, bro.
you're allowed
Stoke,
to do
Gucci wants to jump
everything.
back up. If
We
someone wants to
already
drop,
know,
Gucci
look,
wants to jump
every
back
Yeah, I
up.
was looking
music
for
that
your
you
Say that
listen
again.
to,
Say that again, Pinky.
So, sorry, brother, yeah, for cutting you. Yeah, Stoke, Gucci says she wants to jump up. So if someone wants to
Yeah.
drop, I don't know. I just thought I'd tell you because she's been
Yeah.
itching. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, go on, brother.
Let me jump off for
What?
now. I'll come
yeah,
back. I'll
yeah,
Yeah,
come
go
it's
on,
back.
just
brother.
a
Carry on.
madness. Obviously,
No, pull up
like
punch.
the man
I'll
them's
make it happen.
insecure for a reason, innit? All of our music, soca, anything, it's all about bodying. From when you're young, you're listening to all of this madness. Nothing. No, I'm not gonna lie to you. Big gal is on it, fam. They are. Even if it's a little bit of the wandering eyes, whatever it is, like enough gal is on it. They are.
Yeah, but
You can't
if
chat.
you're, you see what you lot are saying. I am not gonna sit here as a woman and say you lot are chatting rubbish. Of course, there are definitely
With their
women
kids
out.
as well.
One second, there are definitely women out there. Especially, I understand Chronic's thought process on why he's trying to govern his thing the way he's trying to govern it. Because unfortunately, it's a very slippery road out there when it comes to certain women. However, you should be hopeful
Definitely
enough,
slippery.
yeah, and faithful enough and have enough faith within whatever you believe that you are going to get with somebody that you're not going to have to be like how what we're talking about right now. Because to be in a relationship and to have to be that on your P's and Q's, that means you proper don't trust your partner.
Boy,
How does that make
No, but
that's the point
how
now.
can
You're,
that
you're,
be good for your
can I just
mental
state
also you
health?
have to
something?
trust
How
You
life,
can
know
that be
man.
when
good
Life,
for
when
your
the
mental
thing's
life
set,
health?
you
happens.
don't have to keep resetting the thing, innit? You know, if you set a cake once, it's set.
You have to get you have to get the cake. Say you have to understand this, Chronic. Yeah, not to be, let me land, please. Yeah, Chronic. If you've got a good girl, for example, and you want your girl to move a certain way, you're doing everything as a man, and she's not moving the way that you're expecting her or the way you expect your girl to move. It's a different story. But if you've got a gal, yeah, and you're whatless, and you don't look nothing for your gal, you have to expect bun. This is the thing about men. You think you can come to gal and talk rare, and do nothing and show her nothing. She can be loyal to you. This is the problem with guys. Guys think they can do whatever they want. They've got
Guy,
some
bro. So I
job.
don't
Hold
understand
on,
that
please.
guy.
Big up, Wader.
Let me land, please. Yeah. There's a lot of men, yeah, that are going to get the girl that they think them girls really are. But you see, when them gal get with them, yeah, for example, they're not really doing what man's supposed to do. Them gal are gonna give them bun because guess what? You see me, I'm a girl. I go certain places and I see people's girl and I see how people's girl move. And you see when I talk to them, they're like, oh, bun that nigga. He doesn't do what he's supposed to do, but
All
he
right,
wants
but
me
can
to do
I
what
ask
I
you,
want him to
Gucci,
do.
yeah, as a
Yeah.
woman, yeah, I want to
Mm-hmm.
ask you a question, right? Because you're
Yeah.
saying these girls are giving man bun.
Yeah.
Hey,
Now,
Fly. Hey,
what
Fly.
type of
After this,
women?
Like after this, I've got the wickedest question for all you girls. But go on, shoot.
Yeah,
Alright, cool.
definitely.
I'm waiting
Go
for
on.
that pinky.
I got you. I got
I,
you. I got you.
I want to
Go on.
hear as well the question, yeah. But to
Mm,
Gucci, you see, said, "Oh, these girls are giving man bun if he's not moving correctly, right?"
mm.
What type of girls are these? Because you see, if a man's not moving correctly, why are you not just dropping him out and keeping yourself to yourself? Why do you have to be giving bun?
Because a
What
lot
is
of
that?
girls, my sister, a lot of
Any
girls,
girl that
yeah,
gives man.
they don't want to be
Yeah.
alone. You see, a lot of girls,
What?
they're scared
So
to be
you're
alone.
gonna
They've
go
got
sleep. So they're
detachment
gonna go and sleep
trauma.
with another guy. Oh, and the concept. I'm lost here. So they're gonna give this man bun, and what are they getting out of it?
Babes, you
What?
can't say that you're lost in here. The reality is, listen to me, baby, yeah?
A driver to
The,
to
all
your
right, cool. The
city.
reality, listen, the reality is of it, yeah? Let me give an example. Like, yeah? You see me, I'm the type of girl, if a man give me bun, me, I'm gonna give him bun. It's not gonna get, it's
What?
not gonna be,
No,
listen, I'm
stop.
telling
Hey,
you how I
Gucci,
No,
am.
you don't
put
run
I'm
man,
telling,
yourself.
Never be
listen,
together.
No,
you,
hey,
sorry.
listen to
Gucci,
me.
No,
I'm
you
put
by
fine,
man,
I'm not
man.
even
yourself.
lying to
Sorry.
you.
No,
Gucci,
no,
Hey,
no.
Gucci,
you're a
You are
big
by
woman,
Osani,
man.
yourself. Sorry.
Osani ni
Look,
Gucci.
sorry.
You're a
Let me
big
All
talk.
woman,
right, all
though.
right.
Let me, let
Listen,
me,
you
Give
man are
7 bands. Are you
Gucci.
gonna give him 7 bands back?
Listen, are you
let me,
gonna listen to
Seven
let
me?
bucks
her,
back.
let
Exactly.
her
Oh my
talk, you
I'm not
That's
guys.
mad.
even landing. So let me
Let
land.
her
All right,
talk,
cool.
please.
Let's say, for example, I'm with a guy called Tommy. And you see, Tom's giving me bare bun, giving me bare disrespect. Do you understand where I'm coming from? I'm going to rates, and there's
Buying for
guys that
bun.
Tom is sleeping with, and they're messaging me. I'm gonna give Tom bun because guess what? Tom doesn't respect me as a woman. If you're with a man and a man disrespecting you in a certain way, you're with them. You're a
Even when you
waste
go and
girl.
bum back, you
Okay.
don't
So,
respect
You're a
yourself.
waste
Wait,
you
can
can
girl.
I let
You know
her
respect
what? Hold
speak?
yourself.
on.
Wait a
I'm not landing.
second. Let her
I'm not
speak because I
landing.
want her to hear what she's
I'm not
saying,
land.
please.
As a woman, yeah, you should be able to know if a man loves you and a man doesn't love you, right? There's a lot of girls out here, they think a man loves them because the man is spending on them. But really and truly, the man's probably bored. He wants to go out, have a few drinks.
Smash the like
She's just
button.
an add on.
All right, but you said you're giving the man fun. I need to get back to
100%.
there. Right.
All
So
right.
let me
If
Yeah,
I'm,
wait.
all
Let me
man
listen,
wait.
ain't land
if
Whoa,
this
whoa,
I'm,
whoa,
plane.
whoa!
if
You
I'm,
know,
That's
you
a
know, you know,
man
if
you know, you
waiting
know,
from
you
All
know.
long
man ain't
time,
land
or he's
this
on
plane.
draggy thing.
Guys,
He's the
yeah,
only
I
way he
man.
can
won't hear
give
this
fun back.
bun landing
God,
plane.
listen,
guys.
if I'm
Guys.
with a guy and a guy gives me
But
bun, I'm
I'll
bunning
tell
him back.
our
I don't
female, bro.
care.
They just warned me.
Ngai.
Yeah,
Listen,
yo, but
No.
they just popped up. They just
Karamu,
Okay,
warned
now
me.
Zuma.
if I'm with a
Alright,
man,
cool, cool,
listen,
cool.
let me tell you something. If my man cheats on me, and I know my man cheats on me, I'm a realist. I'm gonna speak what I
Okay.
want to say
Cool.
and what I think and what I'm
You
gonna
said,
do.
yeah,
Know
that's
what people think
fine.
I'm gonna do.
Give him
If
bun
my
back.
man give
He's
me
trying.
bun
Wait.
and I know my man's giving me bun, I'm giving him
Right.
bun back because
I
guess
just
what?
wanna cool. I
Bro,
just wanna
you're
get to the
talking
point of
about
this bit,
bun.
yeah.
You're wrong. Your
One
What
friend
about the
second.
told you that.
Hang
violence?
on a
What about
second,
the
because I need to speak to the
Let her
ladies.
land.
1 second,
like
please, yeah. I just need to. I need some comprehension on this. I
Yeah,
just
let her
need to
land.
understand, yeah. So you're saying you're. I'm not. No judging, by the way. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're giving a man bun straight, no response, whatever. Who cares, yeah. But for yourself as the woman, what are you getting out of giving this man bun?
Okay, first of all, yeah, I'm not gonna give my man bun, yeah, from any man, yeah. That's number one.
No, it doesn't matter who
No,
you giving bun with. You said
no
bun for bun, so you could be
all right,
giving bun
cool.
with a man that you know for 10 years, 1 week. It don't matter. It's bun.
All right, cool, yeah. If my man,
The
yeah,
problem. How can you
okay,
give a man bun back
no,
if
but
you
you're not
haven't
One
got a
listening to
man
me.
second.
waiting,
Let
or
me
you?
Let
land.
her answer because I need comprehension as well,
All right,
Connect,
let me
please.
land, yeah.
Hey,
I'm not
Pastor
gonna give
David,
an
I'm gonna put you down. I'm gonna bring you back. Yeah, I gotta
all
write
right.
something.
I'm not going to give an answer that these fake girls are gonna come online and tell you. You see the way person I am, Gucci. If I'm nice to my man and my man's taking the piss out of me, my man's disrespecting me in a sense where I've
Yeah.
got girls messaging me, I'm going
Mm-hmm.
places, and girls are coming up to me telling my man this. I'm going to give you bang. Guess what?
No, that's fine. I'm not
I'm going
disputing,
to feel
babe.
good.
Listen to me. Yeah, I just want to know because you see, for me, yeah, the
Yeah.
reason why I'm asking you, that's why I said there's
Mm.
no judgment at all. We're having a
Yeah.
big, grown
There's a bag
conversation.
of gal in
I'm
here, man.
asking
Listen,
And I
you as a
respect
nut.
it. I
The
respect
reason
it.
nah,
why,
I like
the
this. I like
reason,
this
the
though.
reason why I'm asking you because I know you're keeping it real. I'm keeping it real. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm the opposite to you. So that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. What do you get out
come
of it?
on,
Because you see,
Okay, the
for
reason
me,
bro.
one
okay.
second. 1 second, because I heard briefly what you said. Because you see, for me as the woman, the
Mm.
opposite. If a man's disrespecting me, rare, 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 God forbid it goes too far.
really I'm going to be trying to get your head bust. But hopefully it doesn't go that far. I'm just going to drop you out and just keep it
Match the
moving
like man,
because
bro.
for
Match
what?
the like
Cool.
Because,
All
man,
right,
bro.
cool.
because
All right, cool.
one second, because for me, I feel like my self-worth and like I'm going to feel like all mad and dirty. My respect levels for myself is going to drop. That's why I'm asking you, what would
All right,
you get out
cool.
of it?
All right, cool.
Giving the bun.
I hear you, but my respect level is never gonna drop. You know why? Because yeah, I'm doing what I feel like I want to do. See, when it comes to respect, yeah, if you're not respecting me as my man, I'm not going to respect you as your girl.
Gucci, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, Chronic.
Yo,
Where does
I'm not
this
gonna
man
lie to
come
you.
from?
So
Because
why do
let's
you have
have
to
it.
give him
Hold
bun?
on, hold on, hold on.
I don't
Let's
understand why
have
you
it
have to
right.
give him bun.
Let's have it right. If you're a man, you found out your man cheated on you today, yeah?
Yeah.
So, in order for you to give him bun back, that means you always had the man there waiting. That was always there. So you're part of the problem that your man cheated,
Nah.
or you're gonna go out now and free up yourself to someone you don't know. So what's the point in not respecting the
All right,
cheater
Chronic.
when you're gonna go with someone who's
Chronic.
basically
Chronic. You asked me.
I'm gonna say
wait.
this. You know where you
Hold on.
go
Go
on, Connie.
on.
Yeah, because this is the elephant in the room that
Yeah.
when people's hearts feeling where they just drop all morals, they drop all things because when your heart was in the right place, them type of actions there was seen as slaggy. Them type of
Nah.
actions there was seen as
No,
all
no, no,
these
no, no, no,
things.
no,
So
no, no,
how
no,
comes
no, no, no,
when
no,
a
no, no,
girl's
no, no.
feeling the heart bust,
No,
all them
Chronic.
slaggy stuff go out the window
No,
and she checks her slaggy friends?
All right,
And you
hold
know
on.
where your
Chronic,
respect
let me
levels is
land.
gonna go down
Chronic.
when you're out in the street
If you're gonna
having
call me a
big
slag, hold on.
argument, and then a man wants to lick you
No, hold
down
on. If you want to
and
call me a
hurt you,
slag here because I'm stepping out because my man's
and you're
cheating on.
calling police,
What?
and it's bag of
What?
toxic
Hold on. Can
behavior
I
going
talk? Can I
on.
land?
That's when your
No,
Hold on,
respect
hold
levels
on,
go
bullet,
Can I
down.
bullet,
land?
hold
guys,
on.
you guys got to let her land though,
Can
because
I land?
you can't say outlandish things like that and not let
Can I
her
land?
explain
Yeah.
herself.
Let me tell you
Go
something.
on, Gucci.
Yeah. Cool. Just though I'm with you and I proper fuck with you. I love you so much. Yeah. But you keep disrespecting me. I'm saying to you, just though, yeah. I feel like you're disrespecting me, but you're not really into your you're not really into your emotional intelligence. You keep dismissing me. Yeah. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to give you bun, and it's not because a man's been there. Yeah.
Motema.
Hold on. I'm going to go out. Yeah. If I see a man that I like, yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't mean I'm going to have a physical connection with him. Cheating is not just having sex. Cheating is when you show a next man
Suppose
interest.
you catch something though. Let me hear about this part.
But
Huh?
she said she wouldn't
Hit on the man
necessarily
that
be
was
beating.
cheating.
But
Suppose you
Hey,
catch something
wait,
though.
let me
But
get
who
this
said it
question
has
out.
to be
Wait.
intercourse?
Let me get this question out now,
So
yeah?
what kind
Because
of
Just
this
bun
say
you
is
gonna
remain
have?
adults. You're having intercourse.
this
Stop
is
it.
what I want to know, yeah?
But
In
she
it,
didn't
but
even
I'm not
land, you know.
saying
You
it's
don't
not
even let her
intercourse,
land, you
but it's
know.
bun.
No, she kind
Thank
of did because she
you.
said it doesn't mean
Thank
that
you.
she's
No,
going
I
to be cheating
didn't. I didn't
physically.
land. Let me land.
All
You
right,
didn't
go
even
on.
let her land.
Let me
Go on.
land. I'm saying to you, if
I'm
I'm with
done,
a
man.
man and I love my man and my man's
Gucci,
making
kanga
me
for
feel like,
Pinky, kanga camera now, bro.
No.
come on, pack it back, pack it back, pack it
Zoba.
back. Come
Hey,
here.
stop this,
Oh,
stop
I
this.
come in.
Hey, what's going on?
Anyway, what I'm saying is,
Swan.
yeah.
Yo,
What I'm
rise
saying
up, punch,
is,
man. Rise up,
what I'm
punch,
saying
man.
is,
Go
I
on.
don't care about Justo, Wade Up, Pinky, Backup, Chronic, all Kiki, everyone. Let me tell you something. You see the person I am. You see, when I love somebody, I love them so deep because I'm somebody. When I'm attached to somebody, I'm very much attached to somebody.
Yeah.
So you see,
That
if you
sound
hurt
like
me,
toxic deep to
yeah,
me.
I don't care. You see,
That's toxic.
Change my
if you are a
situation.
man,
That's
you see, if
mad.
you're a man, I'm not married. I'm not married. And the reason why I'm not married is because I would never in my whole life want to ever cheat on my husband. I will never in my whole life here want to divorce my husband. Hence why I've never been into marriages because you guess what? I don't
But you're
have the
willing
heart
to
to
have
forgive.
children for your
No,
boyfriend.
but let me talk. You're not letting me
That don't
land.
make no sense.
It don't make sense to you. What people need to understand, because something doesn't make sense to you, does not mean it doesn't make sense to me. If my man cheats on me, I'm
Public.
giving him fucking bun back. I don't give a fuck. If you call me a hoe, you call me a
Gucci, don't
slag.
swear too much.
I'm
Don't swear
giving
too
you
much. You
a
don't want them to
oh
ban
shit
you.
shit. If my man gives me a bun, I'm giving him a bun back. If I look like a hoe, let me look like a hoe. It doesn't matter. As long as
Heart's not
I feel
hurting. How do you
better,
feel about that
I feel
behavior?
better.
That is kind of what a hoe is doing.
No problem. If that makes me a hoe, let me be a hoe.
So then, all right, what about the children coming out of this situation?
Children, what are you talking about?
Oh, wait. We're
Like a
getting,
little girl,
listen.
like a
I've let her
little girl
land.
coming
Wait.
out
We're
of the
talking about children.
situation.
What's
Wait.
children got to do with this? We're talking about my man. My man doesn't have to be my baby father.
Yeah, but I'm saying though,
Hold on,
if you got
He
a
makes my man
daughter,
okay.
Are you
Listen,
gonna
even
tell her to
listen,
do
I
the
don't
same
care what
thing?
anyone tells me. Listen to me, yeah. Any
No,
man on
I
this platform,
understand
yeah.
your
Hold
thing
on.
now.
Bullet, wait,
100%.
Any
bullet,
man
wait,
on this, let
bullet,
me
let
land.
land,
You get
Any
me?
bullet.
man on this platform, yeah, that thinks, yeah, they're gonna give their girl fucking bun, yeah, the
Gucci,
good
don't
eye.
swear.
Oh, sorry, shit. Oh, sugar.
F1.
Sorry, F1. If you are a man, yeah, and you're not doing nothing for your girl, you give the guy
And you
bun,
want to give me bun?
and
Yeah,
hold on,
hold on.
and you feel the girl's not gonna give you bun, you better go to your mother and go back inside it and tell her to insert your brain.
Your
Because guess
brother.
what? Every girl, let me tell you something. Even the good girls, I'm a woman. You see, women are dangerous. Us women, we are dangerous. A lot of women want to come on this platform and pretend, yeah.
Ask
Women
you.
Nah, enough
Fuck.
girl
are
ain't pretending,
vicious.
B.
You
I'm
Enough
see
girl
asking
ain't
me?
Gooch,
pretending.
You
Gooch,
give me
Gooch,
ban,
please. Gooch.
I am giving
Nasty's
you ban. I
dangerous.
don't
No, the
care.
danger to them
Enough
straight.
Because
girl
guess
ain't
what?
pretending.
Because
They
Gooch,
guess
just not
what?
about
Hold
that
on,
kind
Gooch.
Pinky.
of
Guess
life.
what?
Oh,
Pinky, guess
mate.
what? Pinky, guess what? Let me tell you
This is
something, yeah?
toxic,
Gooch,
bro.
We're
I've
gonna
let you
come down.
land. I'm trying to
Hold on.
move
Let
it.
me
Wait, bullet.
land. Let me land. You see a girl like me, I'll give man ban. Because guess what?
That's
Man's not
toxic.
paying for my bills, yeah? Man's when I go out and I do
So
my hair,
if
my
he was
nails.
then, and
No,
he
but
then
hold on,
you wouldn't
baby.
give
Hold
him
on,
one
baby.
then.
Hold on. You
If
know, right now,
you're
yeah,
not
I'm
listening,
reading.
bully, you're not listening.
Let me
You
I
talk,
beg man
yeah.
stop throwing questions at her
All
while
right,
she's
Pinky,
landing
let
because
me
she's never
talk,
going to
yeah.
stop.
Pinky, let me talk, yeah. I'm reading a book here called Money of a Psychology of Money, yeah. You see relationship. Oh, hold on, sorry. You see relationship. Relationship is vice versa, yeah. And I'm begging you guys, as my brothers, as men, if you are consistently cheating on your woman and your woman finds out and you think she's forgiving you, my brother, my cousin, whoever you are, don't play with women. Women are dangerous.
All right.
I'm a woman and I'm speaking for every woman. You see,
All right.
woman
I'm
will
a
give man ban
hundred
and but
percent
man
sure.
will never know.
I'm a
Gooch, do you hear
hundred
what I'm saying,
percent
yeah?
sure.
I got a
Let my
question.
girl be running
Wait,
around with
hold
her
on,
friend.
hold on, hold on,
Wait, Pinky's
please,
got
man.
Hold
I've
on.
been
something to
trying to
say.
ask this
Pinky's got
question
something
for
to
like
say.
10, 15, 20 minutes,
Well, who
yeah?
did say? Well, hold on. Gucci knows how to
We
look
said a one
after a
little
man,
Gooch,
unlike other
Gooch,
girls.
Gooch, you've
He's on
landed,
it.
please.
I will look
Sis,
after my man. I
Mad.
always say it.
Gooch, you've
Hold on,
landed.
Pinky.
Please relax.
Pinky.
You've landed, Gooch.
All right,
Please,
hold
one
on.
sec.
Someone said something in the comment. Hold on. I
Oh
will
my
look after
word.
my. Hold on, Pinky. I'm answering someone in the comment. Jamaica men, I will look after my man because I love my man. If I'm going shopping, I see something for my man, I'll buy for my man. Not because I want to keep him, because I love my man, because I'm buying something for myself, because I love my man. But guess what? You see the day that guy make you see for me, the day a guy makes me cry is the day I'm done with this. It's the day that I'm premeditating to fuck him
Come from
over.
is if you're
Because
Gucci, stop swearing.
oh
All right,
sugar,
all right.
sorry.
Now, like I was saying, yeah, I got
Don't
a
get
question.
yourself banned.
I got a question for the ladies, yeah.
All
I'm
right.
kicking about everyone in the panel, in it, yeah. And I would like Claire to answer first, yeah, and
Thank
all the
you.
other ladies to answer because Gucci's basically answered in it, yeah. I want to ask the girls, and I know most of you lot is probably gonna lie. I'm letting you lot know. Oh, show's here, big. I'm letting you lot know that the answer you lot gonna give, I am probably not going to believe you lot. Yeah. Now I'm gonna give the floor to Claire, and then it could go around Fly, Kiki, Wader, Shells, because Gucci's already gave us an answer in it. I'm guessing you could guess the question. Yeah. Have you lot ever cheated in a relationship? Claire, go.
Yes.
Hey,
I rate that.
I rate
Fly,
that.
where you
Yeah,
at?
go respect it.
I
I'm here.
haven't cheated in a relationship.
You have.
I haven't. I haven't.
I have.
Just fly, you know.
I
Kiki.
certainly have. I
Yes.
certainly have. Yes, I have.
Oh, Wader.
Hey,
Oh,
Wow.
Jada. We
Lisa,
didn't
I
have to ask
definitely
you.
have. I love that one.
Brawling. Yes, I have. I have. Yeah.
Jada's a gangster.
Wow.
That's not
It's
who I
not
You
am
lot
fair
are
anymore.
anymore.
making
All
me
about being
But
feel.
it
honest. Be
Nah,
happened.
wait.
I'm a
honest.
changed
You lot are
woman
Shell.
making
now.
me feel like
I've
I'm.
never, I've
I'm
never
a changed
cheated.
woman now. But it
Wait,
happened in my past.
I'm
has
never cheated. I'm too
one
paranoid.
second. Has every woman on here cheated other than me?
No, I
Hey,
haven't
Shell.
cheated.
Baby girl, I've cheated
I've never
and I
What? So,
will
cheated.
all
cheat
right. So, no,
again.
on a real, yeah. On a real,
I will
right,
cheat
yeah.
again.
Hold
No,
If you cheat on
because
me, I
nah,
will listen.
no, but
Every
this
man
is
I
man
why.
get
getting
with,
Wait
them
a
if I
trying to
cheat,
get
I
to
second,
will
cool
tell
Tuesday.
you.
feet or cool
One
feet.
second, Tuesday, yeah. Because you see, for me, yeah, like
Yeah,
this is
baby.
why I've never cheated, yeah. Because
Yeah.
when I'm done with a guy, and
Mm.
obviously it's my partner, so you're pissing me off, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
My
How you
brain is
Gigi?
not even thinking about another man.
Is
Like
it?
I am not. My brain is not thinking about another man. My
I
brain
hear
is
you,
thinking
baby.
about how much you're pissing me off, and then if I'm ending it, I'm ending it. I'm not thinking I'm ending it, and that's what I'm saying. How do you lot get to the point where you're like, You've pissed me off so much. Now I'm going with another brother. I'm so vexed.
No,
I don't even
I'll
want
explain
another
it to
man.
you.
1 second. I'm so vexed. Yeah. I don't even want another man to come too near to me to talk to me, let alone try to get in my hole.
Because you don't,
In it,
baby, because
where's
you
the
don't like
time
them.
that you
They know your
fix
type,
yourself?
yeah. When your man's pissing you off, yeah, girls, yeah. The thing about
Or
you see, one thing I don't like about women, women don't want to be transparent. Women always want to blame men for cheating, but the real cheaters are women. Let's be
Gucci,
honest.
speak your shit, Gucci.
Let's be
Speak your
honest.
shit, Gucci.
Women, hold on.
Beta
Women
masolo.
always want to. Women
Beta
always want to attack
masolo.
men for cheating. Yeah, but the biggest cheaters, yeah, I've seen in my life are women. Forget men.
Oh my
Forget
God,
men.
Gucci, where have
Forget
you
men.
been?
man them.
Where
He's
have
trying to
Yeah,
you
blame the
forget
man
been?
them.
men.
But okay,
Hey,
1 second.
hey,
Gucci.
I've
We're not.
seen
I'm not
man them
this. I'm not.
cry.
Where have you been?
Wait, but I'm not saying. Listen, remember the question was, has
Darkness.
we ever cheated? Yeah? I'm not saying
My girl,
women don't
stop
cheat.
Gucci. Your
I
I guess
know.
stop Gucci. You're done now. Your mom's done
I
now,
know
bro. Your
cheat.
mom's done now.
I know women that cheat. I know women do these
Boo
things.
goose.
As we're having this conversation on the panel
Oh,
and
hold
we're
on.
all
You
being
told
honest,
Gucci. We
She
got
got
to restart.
worse.
We got to restart the live. They just banned
Did
it.
she get
We
worse?
got to restart. Yeah, we got to
Right,
restart
These
the live.
women are
Yeah,
admitting
we
to
got to
cheating.
restart the live. We got to restart the live. We got to
say
restart
no
the live.
more. Say no more.